What's up? What's up? It's the Arthemos Experience with Deke. I'm Arthemos, and that's my main man, Deke. I can't even say it without laughing, bro.
It's good, bro. What's the word?
Hey, man, you know, life is great.
Sound like I smoked about 10 packs of cigarettes before I came here.
You do.
Holy hell.
Why does your voice sound like that? It does sound like you've been smoking on the ports, man. Was you tugging on a Lucy on the way over here, man? What you doing this morning, man?
I'm thinking a combination of two things. I was a little sick over the weekend. Stuffy nose, congested, and it's early.
It is definitely early, bro. It is definitely early. And I can't stop laughing because of Maxwell Cable III. As starting up the show, we got the intro rolling on. I look into the comment section and I see my man Maxwell says, I bet Moats gonna have on some Bills gear. I point the Deke and I'm just like, dang, he didn't call me out. He didn't even see me yet. And, you know, strong possibility that he was going to be right. And, yeah, I might have on some stuff. But technically, I got on some stuff. But it's for tomorrow. Remember that, guys. We're doing it for 3. And I do want to address the elephant in the room. I know there was some content that was released over the weekend that featured me and my family in blue and red and in Bill's paraphernalia, okay? Or apparel.
I thought you were going to be all matched up.
Okay.
Like same shoes and everything.
No.
What happened?
So initially that was supposed to be the
Wrinkle
case.
in the plans.
Initially that was supposed to be the case. Sometimes your delivery people don't deliver on time.
Yeah.
So we ended up having like...
All dunks, right?
Yes. We ended up... This was the situation. We had 3 of the 5 show up. And our whole thing was like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not going to do one of the children in the matching dunks with all of us, and then 2 of them without it. So we said, all right, me and wifey, we definitely going to matchy. We let KK decide that she want to go dunk. She went black and white dunks. And then Jordan, G went with the Jordans. He went with the Lost and Founds because, you know, he's been like on this like red kick lately. So he saw it. He was like, I want to wear these anyways. And then little Aves, she had her little Chuck tees on. So it was a vibe. But that was what happened with that scenario. But to address this elephant in the room, you know, everybody was seeing us with all this, you know, Bill stuff on. And people was like, yo, what's happening? What's going on here, man? 2 things were going on, actually. Okay? The first thing was I was scouting Tremaine Edmonds, okay?
Thank you.
I needed to see it in person in the playoffs to make sure it was as good as advertised. Because you got regular season players and you have postseason players. So I needed to get that feel in stadium. I needed to see it with my own 2 eyes, not on camera, not on all 22, not on no highlights. So I had to go feel that. All right, I wasn't the only one on that either, okay? Because there was multiple Edmonds in that building. Just know. Okay?
I know.
It was multiple Edmonds in that building. So I guess
Terrell Edmonds
yes.
and Trey Norwood. Yeah.
All right. So we were all on the same page. We were all scouting and we were all rolling out the red carpet. Kind of like when Golden State was trying to get Durant and they all went to the Hamptons. It was like, oh yeah, let's go over here and let's get him. We was all in Buffalo just trying to get Edmonds. That's what we were doing. All right. So that's why I had to have that on. Okay. The second reason I had all that Bills gear on was because I don't have a big Deke energy hoodie yet. So, you know, every time I go in my closet and I'm like, man, I don't want all my Steelers gear. I need something new to wear. I don't have that big Deke energy hoodie that I've been like waiting to put on. So I have to go with like, all right, let me just put this Bills hoodie on. Or we ran out of clothes in Buffalo because I thought I was going to have that big Deke energy hoodie. So then we had to go buy new hoodies and new shirts and all this other stuff. Like this cool little Anchor Bar t-shirt. Because, you know, they say king of football and wings. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because I ain't had no big Deke energy shirt, though. If I would have had that, I wouldn't have had to spend the money to go get the Bills apparel. But I didn't want my children to freeze. Okay, Deke? I didn't want them to freeze because they didn't have any clothes to wear. So this is what we had to do, man. Yeah.
Is that Anchor Bar the place with the best buffalo wings?
The original buffalo wing, yes. Best is, you know,
I didn't
depends
get
on who
to
you're
try
talking
'em
to.
whenever I was up there.
I know, and I realized this too. Whenever that happens again, bro, we got to take we need more time up there. Because what I realized was this.
Did you stay into Monday?
We did. which is why
Kids had off for Martin Luther King Day.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Martin Luther King Day, man. Absolutely. But so we went up Saturday. So we had all day Saturday to
nice.
hit a couple spots. Sunday, by the time we get out of the stadium, it was, bro. First off, that game was dumb long, bro. That game was stupid long. First off, okay. I don't think I've been to an NFL game. Bro, that game took forever, bro.
Incompletions and turnovers, back and forth.
It was one point in time, we still in the second quarter right now. Like, what is happening here, bro? But by the time we ended up leaving, it was already like 6, you know what I mean? Because we ended up walking around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Having a little fun, you know.
On-field access.
Yeah, just having a little fun. You know, we had to have a little fun, you know. So everyone's supposed to have a little fun. I took up your advice. You said, don't just leave the game and get in the car and get in the traffic.
No.
So it was like, all right, let's do something fun. Let's explore. And we just, you know, was checking out the scenes, learning a little bit, you know, comparing and contrasting, all that good stuff, man. So it was good time there. Yeah. But then we stayed on Monday morning, and that gave us more time to eat some more. It turned into like a real foodie trip, though, bro. I felt like we just ate. Yeah, I felt like I gained like 30 pounds, bro, low key. Yeah. But
Sounds
it was a
like
vibe,
a fun
though, man.
time.
It was a dope time.
Yeah, you made the most of it. Had some good time with the fam.
And the Bills won, so that just helped out
I
even
think we
more.
need to talk about that.
Oh, no. You know, we got to, because not just that game, just that game. There are a ton of games that we got to get into in terms of the around the league. Obviously, later on, we're going to tap into these these unrestricted free agents, and really dive into, you know, their situations and who we would like to see the team bring back, and, you know, who we would maybe want to see go elsewhere. But, you know, we're going to tap into all of that. But yeah, we definitely going to talk about them games, baby. You know we got to do that, baby. We got to do that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and tap in and start the show the way that we always start the show. All right, let us know where you're tuning in from in the comment section. We'll give you those big boy shout outs to start today's show.
Richard Arbizo, the 310, Carson, California. About to go back to sleep before I wake up in 30 minutes.
Oh, hey,
Moats,
now.
a Bills guy, huh? Well,
I'm just an alumni,
here's what
man.
I'll say.
You know?
You got some of that in the chat of saying, like, Moats, come on, get this Bills stuff off. But then you're getting other people like Stan Claire. He says, no worries being drafted by the Bills. You get a pass with most reasonable people.
You know, I appreciate that. You know, as an alumni of both organizations, 4 years playing for both organizations, I just enjoy the fact that both squads still rock with me. You know, because there are some places where I'm sure everybody doesn't feel that type of love. You know, they go back, the organization don't answer the call when they call them up, or the organization don't roll out the red carpet to make them feel like, you know, they're real special. But up there, it's just cool that I get that as well. You know, both fan bases rock with me. It's just a good space. I don't take it for granted. You know, we appreciate y'all. So it's all love. It's all love. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your big controversial points are whenever the Steelers play the Bills.
That's the only time I dread it, literally. Other than that, oh yeah, baby, all is good. Just don't put them in the same, like, yeah, Steelers, Bills. What the potential Steelers? I was like, I don't even want the potential of it. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to talk about it. All right, yeah.
That was our only path to the playoffs this year, though. We were gonna have to play the Bills in round 1.
Unfortunately, we can't cross that bridge this year. Unfortunately.
Oh, and seeing how that game played out, wow. I really would have liked our chances.
We're going to talk about it.
Man.
You know we're going to talk about it.
We got Rod Dawless, the 330, Youngstown, Ohio. Share line, baby.
There it is.
Stan Claire, checking in from the 905, Toronto. We got Donald Copeland, the 412, Hill District.
Ooh, let's
Sign
go.
Ramsey. Sammy Buckets, good morning from the 918, Tulsa.
All right, let me tap in for a little bit, man. I think I got the homie Zanan Bowie tuning in from the 321 Rockledge, Florida. $7 tuning in from the 412 Plattsburgh, PA. Christian Manzi says 724 Farrell, PA. Moats, why don't you wear the Cardinals gear a lot if you was with them too? So, Christian, funny thing is this, my little man Gray, he actually wants me to wear more Cardinals gear. He was like, that's,
oh no, he's all over the place.
He's
now.
on the checklist. No, this is his thing. I figured it out. Wherever I played, he loves those squads.
Okay.
So literally, he's like, Dad, we went to Pittsburgh. I want to go to Buffalo for a game. Soon as we're done and we're leaving, it's like, yo, did you have fun? He's like, yeah, Dad, it was a blast. It was great. Da 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 da. When we going to Arizona, I gotta go. I want to see Arizona now. And it was like, all right. And then this, once again, how I started to figure it out. Hey, Greg, who are your favorite players? He was like, I like Diggs. I like George Pickens. It's like, okay. I was like, who your favorite quarterback? And he obviously, Justin Jefferson's like his favorite receiver, but he'll throw like those two are always consistently in there.
Rough game, huh?
So then we say, so then we say, hey man, what about your quarterbacks? Who your favorite quarterbacks? Josh Allen, Kenny Pickett, Kyler Murray. Like, Kyler Murray, like, where's that come from? Dad, Arizona Cardinals, remember? And I got the picture right here. Well, are you right here? And we're in the locker room. I'm like, yeah, but he was not there. No, but he's there now, and that's our quarterback. I'm like, all right. So, yeah, he's on that kick. So he wants me to wear more. He's like, Dad, I need you to order me another one of your Moats jerseys in the Cardinals. I'm like, bro, I don't really want to do that. I more so rep the ones that I had regular season like action in. I was on injured reserve once the regular season hit out there. It's cool, but that's what I don't personally
Those
like.
are the moments you want to forget.
Yeah, that's
Jordan
the
Wizards years.
Exactly. That's the Jordan Wizard year. That's the
You're in 93. There's not a 5.
you know what I'm saying?
your
There was nothing that I could correlate. I'm just like, yo, this is the money grab. I've become what I said I didn't want to be. Golly, Moats. I took the money in red, Deke. I took the money in red. That's what I feel like when I think of AZ. So that's why I don't really rock it a lot. But it's all love out there. I ain't tripping on them. And trust me, you know, if
There's no culture out there either.
It isn't. That's the other problem. Like Buffalo, Pittsburgh, it's like diehard. Like talk about when we got a podcast we do year round because of that. You know what I mean? Buffalo fans, like same concept. Like, yo, it's year round. They just tune in. Arizona, man, they don't care. Like, come on, bro. They do not care. So that's the other issue. It's like, man, do you even want to feel like you need to rep it like that when they don't even rep it like that? I'm like, think about here. I feel pressure when it's Steelers Bills. I feel zero pressure if anybody has played Arizona because they don't rep it like that. At least from my
And like you said, you were only there for preseason.
I was like, yeah, I was preseason and then I was hurt. I was up
Maybe
there.
if you actually played a regular season or two.
Yeah. I'm sitting out there on injured reserves eating, you know, I'm watching my guys play. I'm like, yo, what time the Steelers game on, bro? I ain't even trying to go to this Cardinals game. I'm trying to watch the Steelers game real quick, bro.
But, like, they get everyone's sloppy seconds anyway.
That's
Outside
the
of
problem.
Larry Fitz and if Kyler stays there long term,
Right,
like,
but that's the
who
problem.
can they say, like,
It's homegrown.
yeah, this is my guy?
You don't have that. Yeah.
Adrian Wilson from way back in
Kurt
the day.
Warner. Yeah. Nah, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he's more
Yeah.
Rams, if anything.
yeah.
Who else? Anquan Bolden, probably. But yeah, you get Edgar and James at the
You
late
see what I'm
stage of
saying?
his
Like,
career.
yeah.
You get Emmitt Smith
Uh-huh.
after he tears it up with the Cowboys his whole career.
Chandler Jones, but he was a trade to you. He
Yeah,
was
exactly.
he was in New England.
J.J. Watt,
Yeah.
A.J. Green, D. Hopkins. He was more Texans.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
literally
James
everybody,
Conner,
bro.
I'd still,
He's Pittsburgh.
yeah, I'd still say he's more Steelers.
Yeah.
Only 2 years with Arizona.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't have anyone that they can get mad
That's what
about.
I'm saying, bro. Like, yeah. It's different over there, man. It's really different. Now they did have that one D lineman though. Oh,
Darnell Dawkins.
Darnell Dawkins. Yeah, Darnell Dawkins.
Calais
yeah,
Campbell,
he
too.
was that dude. Yeah, but I was thinking of Calais, boy, Baltimore and Jacksonville now. But you're right, he did start out there. Yeah.
Probably half of his career was AZ.
Yeah,
and
I feel like the first half, yeah.
the second half was split between Jacksonville
and
and
Baltimore. Yeah.
You want me to give a few more shout
Yeah,
outs?
let's get a couple. I think I was going to actually. Man, let me get a couple more of these real quick,
right.
man. Chase Strickland, tuning in from the 304, Hardy County, West Virginia. Then you know we got Hannibal 090, tuning in from the 770 by way of the 804, Richmond in the house. Major love for you. And then we got Juan Rango tuning in from the 702. And I will stop with my man Jay McCoy tuning in. He says, fellas, with the big flex emoji in that 336. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, and Rod Dollar, I see what you on over there. The Gorilla Glue Time pancakes and oh Lord, boy, you better go crazy then. Oh, it's for your pop's birthday. Well, big ups for Papa Rod Dollar as well, man. You know we tuning up with you, baby. Don't you feel alone up there? All right, we right with you.
Dr. Larea. Good morning, Deke Moats, 619, San Diego.
Let's go.
I'll say two more. Slime season, 512, Austin, Texas.
Whew. Slime.
And Daryl Slike, the 757, Hampton, Virginia.
A.K.A. The Crib. Lego.
Country Malik brings up Patrick Peterson. Yeah, he's a Cardinals guy.
Yeah, he definitely is a Cardinals guy.
So if he starts rocking Vikings, when he retires.
Yeah.
AZ has the right to be mad.
They definitely have the right to be mad. If Pat P, oh yeah, that would be foul. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me though either. But anyway,
Yeah, because if you want to compare
what I'm
Vikings
saying,
to AZ,
yeah.
Vikings are way more passionate.
Yeah, I was about to say Vikings fans like skull. Like they really with that, man. Carlos says it just doesn't hit the same right now, bro.
Thinking of more sloppy seconds, Carson Palmer.
Dang. God dang. They even had a Chris Johnson out there too. CJ
Zach Ertz
he
now.
was out. Oh man, yeah. John Brown did he got to start out there.
He got to start, and David Johnson did too.
Honey Badger.
Honey Badger, good call.
Yeah.
But I would
But
say
he won the
at this
Super Bowl in
point,
Kansas City.
Yeah.
He gonna definitely be more
I'd say
Kansas
he's
City,
a little
bro.
bit more Chiefs right now.
He's definitely gonna be Kansas City. We win that Super Bowl with a team like that. Yeah,
He hopped around a little bit, went to the Texans and the Chiefs.
He's
now with the Saints.
Kansas City going. Yeah, because he was in Kansas City for a minute too. He has a couple years out there, but the Super Bowl and what he meant to their defense too.
I agree with
He
you.
was the deciding factor. Yeah.
So even some of their really good guys go out and start having success.
Oh,
elsewhere.
Rod Dollar got a good one. David Boston.
Why
him?
do I remember him more Chargers?
I do too. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Hold on.
I might have been too young for his early career with AZ. Maybe he was more AZ. Was he on the Dolphins?
He was.
too?
Yeah, he was 8th overall selection to AZ in '99.
Wow.
Yep. Let's see. How long was he out there?
Man.
Yeah,
He hopped around a little bit, right?
He did. He got 1, 2, 3. He got 4. He only played 5 in the league. He got 4. His first 4 were in AZ. Then he did 1 in San Diego, 1 in Miami.
Wow, was I exactly
no.
on point?
Yeah,
San Diego
yeah.
and
1 in
Miami
San
were his
Diego
other
and
two
Miami.
teams.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah.
What years were
He
they?
started out hot. 99, 2000, and 2001. He was 99 from 99 to 02 he was in Arizona. 03 San Diego, 05 Miami. But he only played 14 games in San Diego, only played 5 games in Miami.
Well, that makes sense because I started playing Madden in 03.
Oh, that
That's
makes
why I
yeah.
would remember him with
Yeah.
Miami and
Because
San
he has
Diego.
he has an 1100 with Arizona and a 1500 with Arizona. He has a Pro Bowl too with them.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay, so Rod Dollars is right.
Yeah, shout out
He's
to
more
Rod
of
on
an
that
AZ
one.
guy.
Yeah, shout out to Rod. Oh, and then they're bringing up the Pittsburgh guy, AQ Shipley.
What the hell?
I mean, come
Come
on,
on.
bro, give him some love, man. He don't get no love.
Come on.
AQ don't get no love. AQ don't get no love, baby. Come on, man. It's the Pittsburgh kid, man.
Blessings to him for
Come on, man. Get some
making
love to
a
AQ
career in
Shipley,
the NFL.
man.
I mean, he played a while. He played way longer than I would have thought.
Yeah, technically he was my teammate. Yeah, technically. Yeah. We got a little stint out there in AZ.
He's got over 5 years at least, right?
No, bro. He's been stacking them like quietly. I feel what you're saying. Yes, he's stacked them.
He was sick at Penn State, but he went undrafted or went in the 7th round and somehow made a career out of it.
Yeah. Works hard, understands what he's supposed to do, man, and just sticks around. Sometimes
He
man,
was a depth guy,
Yeah.
became starter, depth guy again, one of those type of dudes. Versatile. Could he play center and guard?
Center and guard up in AZ. Yeah.
All right. I'll hit up these super chats.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sammy Buckets.
Oh, hold on. Before we even get to him, this is on the front end before we even started the show. This
Okay.
was, I think, last night or yesterday. We had a new member join the upper room.
Oh, sweet.
Moises Sembrano. So welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, yes. I would say it wouldn't even be up on like that version of it. I saw a lady when I put the stream. I was like, dang, all right. Joining on the off time. All right, well, I'm going to shout you out.
We got Sammy Buckets. AB Wild. Got a pic of his BM,
Whew.
baby mama, giving him top on SC.
Oh, Lord. On Sports Center? No. No, don't go on Sports Center looking for that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, we just keep it in your thoughts and your prayers, you know what I'm saying? That, yeah, they got some guidance over there with whatever is going on or whoever is included and involved in said situation.
Yeah. Well, obviously with Russell Gage yesterday, everyone's got him in his thoughts and prayers. But I'm thinking now anytime like an injury happens on a football field, if you tweet out, hey, I got this dude in my thoughts and prayers, then also just always include AB at the end too.
Hashtag AB as well.
Thoughts and prayers to
Hashtag
Russell
AB
Gage.
included.
Also AB.
Also AB, because it's like, bruh, you talk about this on the Snapchat. It was like a week ago. He had something else floating around on that Snapchat like, bruh, what you doing, bruh? You wildin'. So yeah, man.
They were saying Gage is good, I think. They just said
Yes.
concussion.
Yeah.
So,
It just looks scary though.
yeah, we don't want another DeMar Hamlin situation.
Like,
We don't want another
sure.
Shazier situation.
And I'm just saying here, like, why did it have to be
2
like,
minutes left.
2 minutes
Blowout
left in the
game. Come
bro.
on.
Literally, me and wife was about to turn the game off, and it happened. I'm like, dang. Oh, all right. Let's see now. Now we got to play the. All right. Am I sad or are you sad? Are we good? Is he good? Is he moving? Did you see a move? Did he twitch? We good? You get a thumbs up? All right. Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah.
Fish Momentum morning, guys. Off to the office.
Let's go.
Let's get AD.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. I did see a little bit of an announcement from him potentially, huh? Sort of, kind of, not really.
Yeah, what do you make of it? He has former D lineman for the Rams on his Twitter bio.
Yeah.
And then someone notices it, and then like a couple hours later, he switches
It becomes
back.
like the story. Yeah. Who found that, bro?
People are weird, dude. Like, people are actually weird.
Oh,
They're always
man.
checking who follows who, going back at old tweets and trying to screenshot stuff.
That is.
People are weird. So, like, there was one person out there just stalking AD's Twitter bio, and they
To
found it.
see
And
if he changed his. Like, Deke, how often did he change your bio? Like,
never.
not-
I
like
still
your
have on the
bio,
top thing
bro,
from,
yeah.
like, way when I started the Twitter account.
Like.
Podcast with 9-year vet Arthur Moats.
Like.
I don't think I
was like-
changed my Instagram either.
I was like, yo, the bio? Yeah, man. That's different, bro. That is different. It wouldn't have been as crazy if he didn't mess with it after the fact. But I don't know, man. I look at it like it could go both ways, partly because of this. Did he just talk about potentially retiring a year ago? Yes. And that was after the Super Bowl. That was after him being all world. And it was completely understandable if he would have retired then. And the only reason why he didn't was the Rams ultimately changed that money and made it like just an insane amount for him to get this year. Similar thing with McVay in terms of would he even return? So to hear a year later, and this is after them having a losing season. This is after AD missing multiple games at the end of the season, being injured. And those same thoughts and feelings that he had a year ago, they don't go away. Nah, they still are there. So if this is the case and he did want to kind of like, in his mind, already start making those type of plans, then yeah, I don't think I would be surprised by that if he did, you know, really want to retire. And it's just kind of like when the whole Brady scenario came out a year ago. Remember when he wanted to be the one to release the story, but he didn't get it out. So then he was like, nah, but then he waited and then
Schefter
was like,
inside his mind.
yeah. So it could have been like something like that. And if that is the case, I completely understand. But it could also be the scenario where he's not thinking about retiring, or maybe he was just typo, but tweet, or sometimes you research and just type stuff. I realize I do that on occasion. I just don't like send. You know what I mean? Or I purchase like dumb stuff. That's my other thing I'm realizing I do at times. I'm just like, yo, why did I get this again? I don't even remember purchasing this, but I definitely know this is something that I would have got when my mind could have possibly been altered. So yes, but you know, if that is the case, then I can understand that as well, because he's still a heck of a player, and yeah, if he's healthy and he's paid, he's gonna still be able to ball out. But like I said, I can see it either way with him, man.
The Rams are in a really interesting spot.
They
because
are.
Apparently McVay's coming back, and you'd assume he's coming back not to rebuild and be another like
Right.
5-12 team.
Mm-hmm.
But they have 19 or what it was.
Yeah,
It's
their money
negative
is terrible, bro.
$13 million in cap space going
Yeah.
in this offseason. Right
Between
now.
AD, Stafford, Ramsey, something like Cup, he's another one. Yeah, something's got to give.
Floyd
man.
too, I think, has like a $20 million contract.
Something's got to give. This is that, like, we talk about the pros and the cons of the Rams scenario. When your guys are healthy and they're producing, they're playing like A-level players, man, this is a great model. You'll have all the talent you want. F them draft picks, you roll with it. This is the downside, though. When them dudes get hurt or if they don't produce in the way that you want, now you're in a scenario where you didn't go to the postseason and make a long run to justify this payroll. Now you're looking at it and you're saying, okay, we got to make some adjustments here. Who's getting got? And unfortunately, it's not like you're going to have a ton of resources draft-wise to be able to really restock on some of that stuff. So, yeah, the Rams, I mean, they better be careful, man. This is the downside of it. They better be careful.
That's why it got me interested.
So-
AD's Twitter bio thing.
So who you thinking?
You think he wants to come home potentially? That's
Ooh.
why it was former Rams. It's not retiring. He's just not going to be on the Rams
I
anymore.
mean, come home.
Here's the problem. His cap hits are so bad.
It's ridiculous,
It's
but is he
so
worth
bad.
it?
I don't think so. It's $26 million this year and $32 next year. He's gonna be 32 and 33. I just don't think so. We already got our big money guys in T.J. Watt and Minka.
Is Aaron Donald worth it to you?
What
does he do to our defense?
It'd be sick, man.
We love storylines. What's the bigger storyline? J.J. Watt to Pittsburgh or Aaron Donald comes home?
If we could somehow get the Rams to take on a certain amount of those cap hits, then yeah. Obviously, we'd have to trade them picks, though, too. Think of what we'd have to give up.
Yes, we would.
Then we might not be able to re-sign a Cam Sutton, make a splash in free agency for Tremaine Edmonds.
This is a three-time defensive.
Extend Alex Highsmith.
This is a three-time defensive player of the year. This is a future first ballot Hall of Famer. This is arguably the greatest defender we have ever seen play this game. That's all of those conversations. And he can still get it done like a stupid high-level madman. We know this as well. And he's the hometown kid, baby. Championship pedigree. That was we talk about how the team likes to go back and get the guys they wanted to get on the front end.
Yeah,
they loved AD. That's the one they wanted. They loved AD. I've seen that conversation. I've seen that firsthand, Deke. I've seen that.
I don't blame him. AD was a beast to pick.
Deke, watch it. I'm in that meeting room like, bro, you just said this to the homie. To the homie, he got 10 of these. You go say this to the homie. So is that why
Cam's always bringing up it's me and AD in this class. Okay. No one else is in that tier. Is that why he keeps bringing it up?
Now you're catching on. This has been going on since 14. I'm trying to explain to you, bro.
He's not talking to the fans. He's talking to Tomlin.
This has been going on since 14. Can go get 3 sacks in a game. We come back in that meeting and Coach Tomlin talking about. So I mean, it's dope. But I want the dude next door. Okay, yeah. He like that, bruh. So, they like to go back and get them tight. We seen it with Minka. They paraded that around. Man, we got the guy that we got in terms of Edmonds, but we got the guy that we really wanted too in terms of Minka. They'll hit us with something foolish like that. Man, Cam took a little less because, he's the one that we got and he's been great here, but this the one, when you get a guy like Aaron Donald, you got to do what you got to do to get him in the building. We're real familiar with him too because of his time at Pitt. And then obviously, he type of guy that he is, gold jacket guy. That's like Coach Simon talk about him, man. Come on, baby.
I'd love to have him. I'm not gonna lie. I'd say no though. I think those cap hits are too bad.
Okay.
I think it'd screw us over in a way.
Because you're essentially Highsmith is gone, Edmonds gone, Casey more than likely gone.
Cam Sutton,
Sutton's gone.
And we're going to have to give up draft picks. So it's not like we could just replace everyone with draft picks.
But you're getting Donald. You're getting AD. He is worth 4 players. He's worth 4 players, bro. AD and TJ Watt on the same defense.
Cam Hayward.
Bro, AD, TJ Watt, and Cam Hayward on the same. Bro, you can take the rest of these dudes out of here. And Minka's still on the back end. Man, I don't care who you put out there. James Pierre could be our corner. We could have, I'll call him Artie Burns. He come back out here, be our corner. With that front? Come on, bro. Who you one-on-one? Who you going one-on-one block? Cam? Whoever that other pass rusher is essentially is the worst pass rusher. And I could come and be that guy. I could for a fact.
Well, there's people bringing up Bud Dupree. So maybe if Titans cut him.
He going to be a little too expensive, though. If we talking bringing AD in, Bud coming off of big money. He going to take the pay cut, yes. But how far? Like, once you set your number, kind of like, what was it, TJ? I think we talked about it was like, once you agree to this number, like, that's your number. But I got a number right now. It's just kind of high.
Hometown discount. Yeah,
but even with that discount, if we're trying to get an AD, we're gonna need a crazy discount just to make all the numbers work.
With AD, we're basically also saying offense as is, probably.
They're young. They're rookies. Everybody on the rookie contract. We talked about it. So you're looking at a 2-year. You got a 2-year window with it. But it has to be a Super Bowl.
And it depends on how many draft picks we give up for AD, too. Right. Do we still have 2 of our top 3 picks somehow, some way? Like, do we trade a first rounder now and maybe a first and second next year?
If I can do like a next year one, yeah. If we could do something like that. But I think whatever it is, whatever you're gearing up for, if you're making a move for AD, you got a 2-year window. 2-year window.
Which is what we have with picking on a rookie contract.
Think about it, bro. We said that. So it's like the 2-year window, you stack up on every piece around it, a la Seattle Seahawks, right? Pair Rams the first go around, pay everybody around it. You bring in that splash guy like an AD, and then, you let the chips fall with it, man, after these 2 years, man. But you got to either get into that confetti game or win you one of them confetti games. But that's it. But I think it also just depends on if you believe that Kenny could do that too. Because that's the other part of it. Like, if you go with that model, you got to be right with that rookie quarterback. Because if you do the timing wrong, then it's still just not going to work. You're going to have a lot of talent, but no quarterback. And, yeah, we see how those teams look, too.
And who knows how much you could screw your cap space up for that year that you don't have AD, because maybe then you have some dead cap and some weird stuff going on. Because that's what the Rams are going to be dealing with here.
So that's like the iffy part of it. But like you say, if you're getting an AD...
Because if you still have a couple draft picks, you could draft the corner that you need. You still have Levi Wallace.
Think about like AD, TJ, and Cam on the same.
I think we need Casey or Edmonds back though too.
Okay,
but maybe we could bring Casey back for like a $2 million deal.
And that's fine. That's fine. I think either one of us. Yeah.
Then you roll with Miles Jack and Mark Robinson and Spillane.
That works. Because we are going to be so much better up front. That's the other part. It's like the
Highsmith's not technically gone. He's still under contract.
He's still under contract. Yeah, he's just not going to be extended. That's what you got.
We're
2
just
years.
going to have to say, hey, wait, young fella.
You got 2 years. No.
He's not going to buy that, though.
No. He's going to be pissed off. And I personally think that I don't know how to play the game out. I don't think he sits for a whole year because of who he is. And I think you rely on that. It's the James Washington approach. He's going to be upset. He'll be disgruntled, but he's not going to not play. He's not going to elbow you. So I say you call his bluff. He'll sit all off season. You make him. He'll play that final year of it, and then from there you play the game of tag him or try to extend him. But you also see what AD looked like in that first year, also before you decide. All right, is this how's this thing gonna play out? Like the numbers, it's AD's contract that just makes it god awful, bro.
Now, here's the thing. Because there's only 2 years left, I'm sure there could be some restructuring or an extension that takes place. But
that still hurts you longer, though.
Yeah. Are we sure AD's committed for more than 2 years?
That's what I'm
saying. I don't even know if he's committed for next year.
Yeah. Because once you get to this stage...
Then you got to start dealing with dead cap once he retires, probably.
But, like, right now, AD is like, all right, are we about to get to Aaron Rodgers type scenario where every season, at the end of the year, we asking, are you coming back? Are you not coming back? Because I don't want to commit that type of money if that's the game we playing, you know? I mean, but I think he's worth it if he's on our squad. It's Aaron Donald. You going to tell me I got the two depots, arguably the two best defenders in the past 5 to 10 years, like them two together? Like, come on, baby. Them two together? You know what I mean? That doesn't get the needle moving. That doesn't scream Steelers football.
Listen, it'd be sick.
Hey, TJ.
My knee-jerk reaction is no. Obviously, I'd be pumped if we did it, but
hey, TJ.
I just feel like it's a lot.
TJ plays better when he's pissed off, too, right? TJ. Remember when we wanted your brother last time? Hey, tell him stay in AZ. We don't want him no more. We're going with AD this time.
Oh, damn. That's the other thought. If something happens with Highsmith, or if we have to trade Highsmith for AD, include like a draft pick and Highsmith.
Come on, man.
That's when you call out JJ Watt from retirement.
Hey, TJ, tell your brother he can't get paid here. But we got a space for him if he's trying to get a ring. If he trying to go for one,
ring and play with your brothers.
Okay, but he got to take the ultimate discount. AD is in the driver's seat now. He had his chance to be in the driver's seat. He passed on it. AD's in the driver's seat now, bro. What's up, man?
It's intriguing. This is a pipe dream.
Oh, it's the major pipe dream.
Dream, but I don't even know if I want it to happen.
Okay. All right. What if AD here means no Larry Ogunjobi, no Cam Hayward, and 2 draft picks?
Oh, wow.
What about that?
Wow.
Could that entice you a little bit more? No Cam,
I'm sorry,
no
Cam.
Larry.
I'm sorry, Cam.
Multiple picks.
That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. What are the picks? One for this year, one for next year?
Oh, yeah, first this year, first next year. Or first this year, second next year. However we want to do it. But, you know,
we
he's
still
got
our
to be a first,
32nd pick and our second-round pick, too.
Because that's the thing. We're still going to have a 32
that's a
this
no-brainer.
year. Yeah.
So
I low-key went in mine trading 32.
You
like,
could probably still bring back a Highsmith and a Cam because AD's contract will replace Cam Hayward.
In terms of Cam Sutton, yeah.
To a decent amount because Cam's is in the 20s, AD's is like 26, and then he's 32 next year in terms of the cap hit. So Aaron Donald will replace Cam Hayward's cap hit a little bit, where it wouldn't feel like this drastic thing where we don't have any more cap space. I would assume. And then Khan, he could work it out some way. You bring back a Sutton. You get Highsmith's extension, make him happy.
I did not think I was going to be talking about AD to Pittsburgh at 10 o'clock this morning, bro.
I did the jersey swap.
That's like that's the thing, man. I missed this thing. See, when I was up there eating all these buffalo wings, man, and Zubaz and all that stuff, man, I totally lost sight of what was going on here in the 412. Now I'm catching up on these things, man.
Ramsey is the other name that's being brought up, though.
I've been seeing people say, Donald Copeland said, Ramsey, please.
It's a similar concept because
yeah.
he tweeted out, hey, if this is it, like, it's been real, basically. Because the Rams are gonna have to make some type
they
of
gotta sell. Yeah, they're
cap casualty moves.
Yeah, they're definitely in that space right now, bro. But like I said, there's the pros and the cons to that. You love it when you're winning, when it hits, and everybody does what they're supposed to do, it works. But when they get hurt or it doesn't work, this is the scenario, man. Now you saying Ramsey? Okay, he's way more affordable too. And
28. You know what? It's similar. They're like mid-20s.
I'm saying no.
Yeah, I checked.
AD's contract is still more though.
AD's 26 this year, 32 next year, but I think Ramsey's is pretty much like mid-20s throughout. I think he's got like 3 more years left. I could double check.
Yeah,
I was looking at it yesterday.
But I didn't think he got to the 30s. That's what I was saying though. Like
he's not in the 30s.
AD has
he's
a 32. You said right?
Yeah, 32.
Yeah,
next
like
year.
the 32. That's like quarterback, bro. Like that's egregious to me. But I'm like, man, for a high end like man-to-man corner like Jalen Ramsey. That's about standard, man.
He's 28, whereas AD's
32. So we getting him younger. We get him on the right side of 30.
Okay, so 2023 for Ramsey, 25.2. 2024, 26.7. 2025, 22.7.
To me, Ramsey, I like a lot better. I think of it kind of like the Joe Hayden scenario, but the other thing I think of is this. He's still a top-notch and elite player. I don't know if I like. I don't know what year it's gonna happen for him.
The drop off.
Yes, because I feel like I'm starting to see little like.
This was not a good year for him,
right? And I think of some moments last year where it was like
he wasn't set up for success either this year.
True. But I think it's just like certain things, like I'm starting to see little, and that's my only. Like I think he would still come here and be hands down the best corner that we've had in a while. Like he's like that all world, like would bring a big play vibe to that position for us. Very similar, like I said, when Joe Hayden came here, but I think even to another level because of how just like great of a player he is. But when we talking about that type of money, you gotta be right. I just.
So here's the question. I was thinking about this yesterday.
I'm scared of the drop off.
Remember when Revis went to Tampa Bay?
Oh yeah,
and had that drop off.
But then he went to
New England, and it was around the same age as Ramsey. He was
but
like
different
28,
system
29.
too, though. And this like similar in the sense of like they were gonna man-to-man him, but it was more buttoned up. I feel like in Tampa they treated it like New York, where it was like literally we don't play coverage over there. It's just whatever Revis is doing, he has that guy. I feel like in New England it's similar, but the way Belichick set stuff up, like he's gonna make you play left-handed, like we talked about. So even if it's Revis matched up on an elite guy, schematically they were still gonna do certain things to help him out. He wasn't always getting that in Tampa. If we do that with Ramsey, oh man, this is a match made in heaven. I just don't know if you paying him that type of money, are you going to actually take that approach? Are you going to come up here and be like, nah, man, we paying him that, let him live out there, he good? Because that's where I feel like he could let us down.
And that's the question.
Yeah.
Do you think Ramsey is in still that Revis category at this stage of his career, or even like a Deion Sanders? Because whenever he went to the Cowboys, he was like 28, 29, still was playing at elite level. But do you think Ramsey's there still? Or was he ever there, really?
Put it like this.
He's in that class. I don't know if he was ever those guys.
Yeah, he's in that class. I don't think he was ever those guys, but I think he's an elite. I think with Ramsey, you know how it goes too. elite athlete, cabal, but the talking really helped him out as well.
Talking
it made
helped,
him more
but
of like a lightning rod.
I feel like he's gotten cooked way more times.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Even in his really good
Yeah.
years than I've ever seen from Revis. Now, obviously, I didn't see Sanders, but
Yeah.
the only time
Prime
you
wasn't
saw
getting cooked
Revis
like that, bro.
get cooked was that Moss time when Moss was with the Patriots.
But they just showed that one play,
That was
not
it.
the rest of the game. Like he still, you know what I mean? Like he was, if I remember correctly, he was coming with the hamstring on that game. But it's like Ramsey definitely got some bad moments that you don't see with those other guys. I don't know. I feel like, because like the thing is this though, if we're running the defense that we run, which is what, Tampa 2-man, cover 3, and cover 1, I think he could play those just fine. I think I love him when we're doing our cover 2 stuff, when he got safety help over top, because he is ultra aggressive, super athletic, elite ball skills, and he can just be aggressive as heck without having to worry about if he is wrong. But he has the elite recovery skills as well, and that's what makes him like such a top-notch player. But the problem is when he's going against elite guys, because he's used to traveling and following guys. We don't do that in our defense. I think that could also help him. But if we paying that dude what it's going to cost to pay him, you pay that money for dudes that travel. You don't pay that for you to just stay on that side. No. When I see Diggs, when I see Jamar Chase, when I see Amari Cooper, when I see any of these other dudes come around here, you follow that. Like, so that's, once again, my dilemma with Ramsey, specifically with our defense, because of that part right there, man. Because
here's my other thing. How much do you have faith in the Steelers organization to draft a corner in this draft, and they can be
zero.
a really good corner?
Unless
so you have zero?
Unless it's
zero
Peasy.
faith?
All right, 5%. If it's Peasy,
listen,
little Joey Porter,
we may have the corner we're looking for right in front of us in this draft, and it'd be a way better scenario than Ramsey because we'd have him on a rookie contract for 4 years. Like if we could get one of these dudes, whether it's Porter or Gonzalez,
what are the odds of it then?
And they turn into a Surtain or a Horn.
So what are the odds of it? How many corners have we hit on?
Do you think we're cursed, or it's just been an unlucky stretch?
When I ask you about
Cam Sutton's the last guy we hit on.
So let's talk about it. Which position do you feel more confident in the Steelers drafting, wide receivers or DBs?
Clearly wide receiver.
And why is that?
It just works.
And it works because you've seen it happen multiple times now, right?
Yeah, even without Ben, we just drafted Pickens.
And even when we might have an occasional like outlier pick where it's like, oh, this didn't work out, it's still never a quote unquote like our worst wide receiver pick right now. I'm trying to think in the past 5 years. Who would you say, or past 10 years?
Sammy Coates.
And even with that, I'm thinking some like Coates. Okay,
we're talking a guy that was drafted with some expectations,
right? With expectations that never lived.
Probably Sammy Coates.
Like Sammy. Okay, who would be the equivalent of Sammy in the cornerback room that we drafted?
I don't even know.
That's what I'm trying. Yeah.
Cortez. Actually, you know what, dude? Keenan Allen was pretty good.
He was.
Cortez Allen wasn't bad for us.
Okay.
And Cam Sutton. We just haven't drafted elite corners.
But think about the guys you just named.
Those were like
the guys
third-round picks.
So the guys you named, how do they compare to
fourth-round picks?
Obviously, I'm not going to throw Antonio Brown in there because we know none of them compare to that. But Mike Wallace, Emmanuel Sanders. Do you feel those picks were better than those picks?
Keenan Lewis was really good with us his last year or two. I would put him on that stratosphere. Mike Wallace was weird because he started off fast.
Okay.
And then he tailed off his fourth year. Whereas it was the opposite with Keenan Lewis. Like his best year was probably his last year with us. I would take him over Emmanuel Sanders for sure. Mike Wallace, probably like a tie. Probably a little bit more to Mike Wallace because he had more explosive years early on.
Okay. Because I'm trying to think, man. Cam Sutton is definitely the last one that we've re-signed. Cortez got what, 5?
Yeah, I don't even remember what happened with him.
We paid him and then he got hurt.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, we paid him
and
then
we were done with him.
Well, the year we paid him was the year he fell off.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we paid him night before opening game versus Cleveland. And then by like mid-season, it was just like, yeah, he was struggling, like bad.
Maybe we haven't given our Golson was a terrible. That was a sack. I was gonna say.
Yeah. Shout out to I see the homies throwing up my dog Will Ducey, Will Gay, big play Will Gay.
What I was gonna say is maybe we haven't given ourselves enough of a chance to draft a great or elite cornerback because we don't use early resources.
Yeah.
Because the two that I can think of off the top of my head right now, recently, is Artie Burns and Golson. Artie Burns
Artie
in
was the first round. Golson was what, fourth, right?
Second. No, he was
Oh
second.
no, you're right. He was second. He got hurt. Yeah.
That's could that be on the Steelers?
Yeah.
If you're getting
Sinquez
hurt like that,
never got a chance though, bro.
Yeah.
He got hurt in OTAs, and it was just like he never could get back healthy from that foot. Like it was craziness. Ooh, that is interesting though. Yeah, I don't have a lot of confidence in them drafting corners, bro. I don't.
because we've had to go outside
Mm-hmm.
over these last 5 or 6 years to bring in good guys, Joe Hayden,
Yeah.
Steven Nelson,
Whereas with receivers, I don't feel like we've had
Levi Wallace.
Yeah, even Akello.
Acala.
Yeah,
It didn't work out this year, but worked out last year.
right.
Cam Sutton's really been the only one. Mike Hilton, does that count?
Yeah, he was. We ain't draft him. I remember when we.
That's
brought
like
him
Jalen Warren, though. I would consider that like a draft pick.
Jalen Warren, we signed as an undrafted guy. Mike Hilton was in New England.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't even know that. I thought he was undrafted.
He wasn't with us, nah. He was in New England, and we brought him over.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my thing. If you just think we're cursed and it's impossible for us to get an elite corner in the draft, then maybe it's worth getting Ramsey. But if you feel like it's just been a fluke or coincidence that we haven't been able to pull it off and we just haven't put enough good resources into it,
So
and we can get a Porter or Gonzalez and they could be that next guy, then no reason to bring in Ramsey.
So I haven't like, because I told you it's still
there's like another corner or two. Those are the two that
it's still
everyone's
football
talking about.
going on. It's still football going on right now, so I haven't had a chance to fully turn the page to the draft and prospects just yet. Still got some guys I'm scouting. Okay, they play in Buffalo. Tremaine Evans, remember guys? It's all right. We looking at linebacker. All right, so when I'm doing another watching the game this weekend, just know that's what we looking for. All right, but with that being the case. Do you feel, or how confident do you feel that a Joey Porter Jr. or this Gonzalez kid
I have no clue.
Because like I said, I haven't watched any of them just yet.
I just know they're first round prospects.
The only reason I care about Joey is because, like I said, like the personal connection. You know what I mean? Him being around the facility, his pops coaching me, and then obviously, him going on to Penn State. But I haven't watched to do a breakdown on that level. Like I know he's nice, I know he got long arms, rangy, fast, gonna hit, tough as nails, stuff like that. But I haven't like deep dove into like all the little stuff just yet.
No clue.
Okay, but that was my thing because I'm like, if we don't even know that, or we don't even feel that confident that they are capable of that, then maybe the conversation does shift more to, yeah, you get a Jalen Ramsey because these guys aren't capable of that. Kind of like when we talked about the quarterback class last year, right? And we're just saying, hey, if you are a team that needs a quarterback, this might not be the year to take one because it's not a lot of the guys that we felt, we're going to be on that level. And it did kind of reflect that when you look at Kenny versus the rest of the class and how everybody performed this year. So with that, it's like, it makes me think of the DBs kind of similar. Like, is this another vein like that? I don't know.
I don't think they're being regarded like a Sauce Gardner or a Stingley.
Yeah, yeah.
Or even like Ramsey when he came out, he was a top 5 pick.
Right.
But there are, 3, 4, 5 guys that are being touted in like the teens or maybe even in the 20s of the first round.
Okay.
It's not like, there's just one guy, okay, maybe he'll go in the first round at some point, and then all the other prospects, they're probably second or third round guys. Okay. I think there's about 4 or 5 cornerback prospects first round.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm gonna tap in and start watching it. Like I said, in a couple weeks when these playoffs is all the way done.
I'm not even seeing it. So Surtain's another example, or Horn. Those guys were top 10 guys.
They were talked about. Like
I don't
crazy.
think these guys are being talked about being in the top 10.
J.C. Horn was injured, and people were still just like, "Yo, like he's like that." You know what I mean? Like, it's certain players you could just look at, and it's like, "Yo, it was just they flash all the time," and that's why they would be talked about. But I just haven't paid attention to it to that level just yet. I'll see. You know what I'm saying, like, if it changes, but that's why I just wanted to ask you off the top of your head if you had knew or not.
My feeling with the whole AD Ramsey stuff or making any big moves, I'm good with passing. I'm good with keeping the future, not leveraging it for these big contract guys, bringing the base of what we have back because I still feel like that's really good. And then if you could add in those first 3 picks, a corner, maybe an O-lineman, maybe Jordan Addison, like any of those dudes. Like I think we're gonna have an elite crew, both defensively and offensively.
To me, I look at it like this. If I really believe that Kenny can be the guy, I'm going to get one of these high-end dudes that's proven, and I'm gonna make a run with it. Yeah, because we know that's the model. If you're gonna make a run with a rookie quarterback, you got to do it while he's still on that salary. If I wait till year 3, now it's getting even more dicier, especially when they start talking about the new rules of when you can extend contracts and stuff like that. So, yeah, if I really think that he's capable, I feel like they have enough talent on offense. I don't necessarily need to go and get a wide receiver in the first round. I got a George Pickens. I got a Deontay. I'm going to have a Calvin Austin coming back. That's essentially my new draft pick from this year because I didn't get a chance to see him last year. I got a Pat Fryer move. Got my 2 running backs, and I got my offensive line together. They played every snap together, right? Every game started together, right? So I feel good over there, and they grew up. That's the other part. Defensively, okay, we're going to have to revamp something, but we're revamping it in a sense of I'm either bringing in an elite corner, which when I'm pairing...
So then you're not bringing back Sutton, for sure.
But the thing is this, if I'm bringing in Jalen Ramsey, and he's no longer a 9.5 player, say he's an 8.5, but I'm pairing that 8.5 with a TJ Watt. That is the force multiplier. We talked about how when you have elite...
Minka.
Yeah, but we said when you have... Oh, yeah, definitely got a Minka. But we talked about when you have an elite pass rush, how it can help out your back end. Because now those guys don't have to cover as long. Now those guys aren't left on the island as long. But now you're going to give me a corner that is still, in today's NFL, he's still elite-ish. You know what I mean? Like, he's in that conversation still. Like, I wouldn't say he's the best corner, but I think he's in the conversation still.
It's these young bucks, probably.
Yeah, these young dudes, they cooking a little bit right now. But if I'm pairing a Jalen Ramsey with a TJ Watt with a Minka type conversation, I think that benefits him extremely well. That was why, what made it kind of exciting for him to go to LA when they had an AD and then who was the other guy they had outside?
Well, they brought in Von Miller and then they got Leonard Floyd.
So it was like, when you're rushing like that, it just makes it a lot easier on your back end. It makes it a lot easier in terms of the guys that you're playing with. You don't always have to have elite level talent back there. But that's the part for me where I'm like, if I really think that we could do it, that would be I would lean more towards going Ramsey because I could keep more pieces intact than going for AD because I think I got to move more pieces along with more draft picks.
Oh, yeah, that's the question.
Like Jalen, I don't have.
What's the draft haul for either one?
That's what I'm saying. Like I think it's multiple picks for AD plus we got the contract. I think with Jalen, I think a pick, but you got to take on a lot of that money
because this year was a bad look for him.
Yeah. Because his stock is definitely down just because of how it played out and with the contract. And because Jalen Ramsey, he's a personality. Like in the sense of like, I don't even know if he's done another interview since that GQ interview. This quarterback suck, he's good, but that's going to forever be with him. Anytime you're playing him, that's what people think of. That's, it's the Jalen Ramsey effect. So I do think all of that does help in terms of lowering that number. And that the Rams got to move on pieces. Like, the Rams ain't in no position where they could really be on some, I'm playing hardball. All right. What happens when you get stuck with the bag in your hand? You know what I mean? Like, so we also would have that working in our favor. So I just think it would be a lot cheaper and a lot easier to get a Jalen Ramsey than would for AD in terms of keeping our pieces together, not killing our future, and making a legitimate run at this thing. And he would answer a position that we desperately need, man.
It could be interesting. I think we can compete either way.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Either way, we're good.
Yeah, because with what
this
I
is just
saw,
more aggressive. This is a super aggressive move.
You got your sure thing, whereas what I'm saying is let's take a chance on one of these first round guys.
Right.
I'm gonna believe the last however many years with the cornerback stuff, as weird as it says, is just fluky and whatever. Some breaks didn't go our way.
We different. Like you like the optimism of young players, rookie players, like that excitement what you did in college. For me, I don't want to deal with that. I want proven. I want guaranteed. Like, don't tell me you could be a man. I want the guy that's already proven he could be a man because there's a lot of guys that come up and they got all the excitement, all of the hype. Man, this guy can't miss. He's surefire. And they get here and it's like, bro, what happened? So that's why I'm like, man, if I'm going to put like my money on that thing, man, give me that thing that's already shown me that, it's here. It might be tailing off a little bit. I'd much rather deal with the management of that.
You never know with the whole change of scenery thing.
Yeah, that too, man.
With the Darrell
Absolutely,
Revis, you start getting rejuvenated.
Yeah, you just feel more excited, man, and feel that energy back. And winning is contagious, right? This last year in LA, you're coming off of a Super Bowl, and y'all aren't winning like that. That's a lot, man. The Super Bowl hangover, I'm sure it's extremely real, man.
Right, for Ramsey, if you're going back to LA this year, even like an AD, do you guys have Super Bowl aspirations?
Like, what is the motivation right now? We going back to back? No, y'all ain't really believing that right now, are you?
You're going to get Stafford and Cup back. That's something at least you can hang your hat on. They're always hurt, or at least Stafford. He's always hurt. AD's getting up there in age. Like, that's all you're really going to have on defense. AD, Ramsey, and Cup and Stafford.
You already said AD 32, right?
Like, who else they got?
Yeah. To say I'm going to come back and commit to it, like, yeah.
But if you join the Steelers, we're young.
And you got a chance to be
we got that window you're talking about, championship aspirations.
You're still a superstar, but you don't have to be the star because that's your other issue. If Jalen is in LA and you don't have an AD like how they didn't have down the stretch, you got to be the guy. You don't got to be the guy here. We still got TJ. We still got Minka. So you can still be elite, but it's like you're a part of a big three. You're Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh in Toronto is dope, but he won't go win championship in Toronto. Chris Bosh in Miami, you're like, bro, that's a Hall of Famer now. Like, he fits this role perfectly. We got another elite player, but now he don't have to be Batman or Robin. He's Alfred. It's a great scenario for us, man.
We'll see if something happens.
We'll see, man. It'll be interesting. Very interesting.
Okay, we got...
Oh, hit that like button too, man. I see y'all actually in here deep this morning too, man. Shout out to all you. That did not sound good as I said that out loud. I don't know why, but shout out to everyone that's on the stream with us this morning. Yeah, there we go.
Fisher Momentum. Deke sounds like Jeremy Irons with Marlboros. LOL. Christian Manzi. Not football related, but Deke, you got to buy Hogwarts Legacy when it comes out. It's going to be dope. And don't need to like Potter to play.
A little Harry Potter action.
I guess this is his PS gamer tag. CManzy97.
Okay.
That's a tough sell to me right there. Not a Harry Potter guy. Not much of a video game guy outside of Madden or football. NHL, NBA 2K, I could dabble, but
yeah.
No, I don't think you're going to catch me playing
that. Was your
I'm
phone
sorry.
just ringing in here, Deke, man? Come on, Deke, man. You got to be professional, bro. Like, what we doing, Deke? How you got your phone going?
I guess I didn't have it on vibrate.
We supposed to be here doing a show, Deke, and you got your phone ringing. I can't believe this, Deke. What's happening today, man?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You going to cop that game?
I was actually going to ask him about Call of Duty. Then I saw people catching up to my comment. I forgot the delay. And now I see it coming in the, Jesus. Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk today. I don't really like how we do this right now.
So no Hogwarts for you?
I'm not a Hogwarts guy personally. Nah.
Have you seen Harry Potter? You're a movie guy.
No, excuse me. I rocks with the movies. Absolutely. I don't rock with the books. The books are like, it's very intimidating towards me, man. If I would have never had the book introduced to me at such a young age before I was like reading, I think it would have been different. But they showed it to me. I was too young. It scarred me, bro. I'm like scared to look at it. It's like, this book's too thick. It's just too many pages in here, bro. Yeah, but
it was just the reading part, not like you were scared of the wizards.
No.
Shit.
No. I ain't scared of that. No. It was just the book itself. Like, bro, it's very intimidating. It's like 1,000 million pages in here, man. All right, and I was probably like 10 at the time. Like, bro, I can't. I'm not reading all this, man. Nah. Okay, but. Manzi97. I personally don't play the Harry Potter style games. I'm a shooter. I'm a Call of Duty guy. So if you play Call of Duty, you can always tap in, baby. I ain't hard to find either. The body fitted too. Okay. And then my other one is the body 52, 55.
Have I asked you about this? What's your reaction to this new one?
To the new duty?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
It just came out like a month ago, right?
I think we talked about it. Yeah, I love it, bro. I play it all the time. Yeah. In fact, this is my like dilemma with it though, because I'm so excited about it. I started out playing the story mode and I was like diving in. But now I've been like on my online kick and I want to go back and finish the story mode because I'm like, I'm pretty much a good chunk of the way there, but I like to just like play the story mode because the story mode is actually dope as heck on this one. But like I said, every time I tap in, I'm like, bro, I got the homies. They hitting me up, and we're like, all right, let's get on. Let's let's run something real quick. And I get lost in the sauce. Yeah, that's my problem. And the other issue I have is this too. I like to play the game late at night, so like when wifey sleep, I don't have to.
You're probably playing against some elite players.
Yeah, but I don't. I hate playing at night because of that too. You play if I'm playing right now, I'm thrashing people. You play at night, bro. You gonna get these folk. I'm like, yo, you don't belong.
Yeah, the
with
savages
the regular
are up
people.
late.
Yeah, so yo, don't play right now. Go play when one of them like leagues over there, bro. They piss me off low key. Yes, but because I play at night though. If I'm, online, I don't have to necessarily listen to like instructions or, hey man, go do this on an assignment, right? When I'm playing story mode, I need to hear all that stuff. I don't like to have my headphones in though. I want to be able to hear it, play my music, and have a vibe set. So that's the other reason why I don't do story mode as much right now too, because wife be sleep. So I'm like, all right, wife sleep. I can at least have my music playing and then just be online. I don't have to necessarily hear what's happening. But story mode, you gotta hear what's happening. You know what I mean? Hey, it's a crew over here. Go check this out. Oh, so Ghost, is that you? Ghost, check that out, Ghost. You know what I mean? Is that right? It's Captain Price, man. You don't know nothing about that, Deke.
I don't.
You don't know nothing about that, Deke, man. We got staples in the Call of Duty community now. Okay, that was something that was a dilemma a couple years ago. Like with Halo, you got like a main character. Well, Call of Duty was never a main character. It was like, yo, we don't have a guy that we could be like, yo, this is our guy. They started to do that with these past 2 ones, so it's like we get some carryover. We got some repeat characters now, and it's dope. So I like it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to hear. I think my buddy plays Duty all the time. He says he likes it too.
Nah, man.
He says it reminds him of some of the ones of old.
It does. Like that's it.
Some of the good ones, at least.
Yes. It didn't get wacky because like it went through a phase where they got a little wacky. You're like, bro, what we doing here? But they brought it back in, and they have a dope product right now. And I even like how they like continue to evolve, man, and bring some of the nostalgia back with some of the older boards from some of the older games that were still good though. So it's like, man, you hop on and now it's like, dang, I'm playing the new game, but I still get this old board that I remember from back then, but I got my new guns with the new like that type of vibe. So for the OGs, I already be knowing all the little hideout spots like, oh bro, I'm finna get you right over here, or I know the board gonna jump over here. I'm sniping from this angle and I'm about to run over here and get you coming down this alley real quick. Like, love that, bro. Yeah.
Good shit.
Y'all got me up here talking about these days on Call of Duty, man. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to have a podcast about football eventually, okay? It's Deke's fault, okay? It's Deke's fault.
I think people are saying they want the smoke.
Man, y'all know what time it is, man. I'm telling you, bro, we do this. I love my duty now. Like, that's what I do. Yeah. When I am not chilling with the fam, when I'm not watching tape, my feet are up, and I'm on the sticks, man. Like, I love it. Love it, bro.
Chip Slater, big shout out to Deke and Moatsy. Thank you.
Nah, man, shout out to you, man. We appreciate you from the heart.
Cal Monier, what up, guys? Vermont package heading your way.
Let's go.
Also asked, would you take Bud Dupree back on a cheap deal?
1,000%. Absolutely, man. Bud can play the run like a son of a gun. Still extremely explosive, very athletic. And if he is paired, once again, with a TJ Watt or as a rotational guy with the Alex Highsmith, he will thrive in that. Bud's issue when he went to Tennessee was he got hurt. And that messes with you, man, when you're injured, along with the big contract. But I think a healthy Bud, you're still going to be able to be productive because he's a very productive player. He's a very explosive player. And I think it takes some of the pressure off of him if you're pairing him back with the TJ Watt. I think in Tennessee, it was different because their elite rusher is Jeffrey Simmons, right? And then you had the other interior dude. Whereas on the outside, it was supposed to be a Bud Dupree, but like we talked about, him being hurt, not really being able to get the numbers that he needed out there, it just has a bad vibe with it. But I think in here, him coming back to Pittsburgh, it would definitely ease that burden because it wasn't like he left on bad terms. We knew what it was when he left. It was like, yo, you finally have like clicked. It's hitting, but we know we're not going to be able to pay you and the TJ and everybody else that we're going to need to pay. So that was the move that we had to make, and it's fine. We don't regret it, but I think that he could come back and, play in a situation here. But my question is, how does that dynamic work out? Because Bud is definitely a starter in this league. Bud is coming off of an $80 million contract. Bud is not looking to play third fiddle to anybody. But Alex Highsmith has definitely shown that he is more than capable. 14 and a half sacks. He's not playing second fiddle to anybody either.
That's probably where this doesn't work.
Because I'm like, I think Bud would be open to coming back to Pittsburgh. I think Bud would come back on a team-friendly deal. The issue to me is we're not talking about Bud when I was here in 14, 15, 16, 17. He's young, rookie contract.
30.
And he's trying to figure it out. He hasn't had a double-digit sack season. He hasn't, touched that paint in terms of like getting paid and all that other stuff that's come with that. Now, this is an established Bud. This is a more mature Bud. This is accomplished. He's been paid. He's already done things in this league, Bud. That's a way tougher sell to me, per se.
I was just looking at his cap hits, too.
Yeah.
There is a chance they cut him.
No, I think it's a strong chance, bro.
$20 million cap hit, $10 million dead
bro.
cap. So
it's a
you
strong
could gain
chance.
$10 million in cap space just by cutting him.
It's a strong chance, and Bud's my dude. Love Bud. Everybody like that is my dude right there, man. But the situation goes down to the money versus the productivity. And granted, there is context to why he hasn't been productive, but at the end of the day, it's a business. And that business says 20 mil, I can cut you, get 10 back, and you haven't gave me 10 plus sacks here. You know what I mean? Have you gave me some plays? Yeah. But has it warranted 20 mil and I can save 10 on you? Nah, not right now, too, because I think it'd be different if they were already in a position to make another run. I think that they're about to have to go and hit the reset button. Whether it's talking about the quarterback situation, moving some pieces defensively. Like, I think they're in that stage, especially moving from A.J. Brown the way that they did.
And I feel like Vrabel could still make them relevant with no-name guys because he has been doing it.
Absolutely, he
dudes
has.
have gotten hurt. I'm like, who the hell are these guys on defense? But they're actually playing good.
Absolutely. So I think that with that context, I think it's a strong possibility that my dog would probably get, released out there.
He's going to AZ.
AZ makes 100 cents. Yeah. I say AZ.
He's going to AZ.
No. You know where else I can see? I wouldn't even be surprised.
Former Steeler, it's gonna happen.
the spot that I wish I could get him to, Buffalo. Vaughn down, because
how's that gonna work with
Vaughn's
Miller?
not staying the whole time. Vaughn's not like Vaughn did the 6-year extension, but it's more so like I said for the number part of it. I just don't know.
He
how
got an
long
ACL, right?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
So that's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna be gone like for a while. He's still gonna be recovering. We know how that goes. But that's the one where I'm like, he would be the answer. He would be that role where it's like you already have a ton of talent around. We just need this piece like that.
Who's their other edge rusher? Is it Russo?
Russo? Yeah, but he's a young player. Yep.
So Bud could make sense to be that filler guy.
Yeah.
Before Vaughn comes back. Dude, how about Jensen?
Yeah.
Wait, he came back in 5 months from an ACL.
Dude, crazy, right?
What?
Crazy.
That's literally Adrian Peterson type shit.
Started
right
crazy.
Or JJ Watt.
Yeah.
Wasn't the same thing happen with JJ?
Dude. Yes.
Was it an ACL or was it a different injury that JJ came back from? At the crazy rate.
I thought he like blew his whole thing out though. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yes, dude. Because I remember it happened like, in training
months.
camp, bro. Yeah.
And then he ended up starting.
Yes, dude.
And he was practicing for like a good 6 weeks, I think,
like,
leading up
that
to this.
is crazy.
I don't know how he pulled it off.
Yeah. I know they say like with the ACLs, you want like the big part is trying to get that surgery done before the swelling kicks in. Because they're saying like once the swelling kicks in, now you just got to just wait. And however long that takes to get out, then you can go in there and get it done. But dude, like that is still very fast to me, bro. Yeah.
He's not young either. He's like 30.
Yeah, that is very fast to
That
me, bro.
recovery time's crazy.
Yeah.
Mike Hood, Moats, definitely a pipe dream. What y'all smoking up in there today?
Hey, man. It's technically, I mean, put it like
That's
this.
what the rumors are doing right now, though. That's what's circulating.
Well, and that's the thing, too. We call it a pipe dream, but as we've seen, certain things that we've deemed uncharacteristic are actually no longer that. Whether we've been talking about how Omar Khan handled things last offseason, this year, or whether you're talking about how Kevin Colbert has operated and stuff like that, I just think we've been seeing this team do different things in terms of how they move their roster around and, when they want to be aggressive and when they don't want to be aggressive. So, we shall see, man. We shall see. But like I said, they want to be aggressive. That is an option. Like, and we say there's multiple ways to be successful, multiple ways to build your roster. You could do an ultra aggressive, ultra conservative, or a little bit of a hybrid. Yeah, you can get a little mix of both. You know, that's always what I'm on personally in the mornings. I like my hybrids. But, you know, that's where we at with it. Yeah.
Phantom TV. Who's better, Christian Gonzalez or Joey Porter Jr.? I have no clue.
Yeah. I got you in a couple of weeks. All right. I have not checked them out just yet.
You also got Ringo from Georgia. He's in that type of mix too. I can't remember what the other name or two is that's also in like the first round category.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, you got about 4 or 5 guys that are considered legitimate first round prospects.
Yeah.
But I have no clue between Porter Jr. and Gonzalez. I'll just say Porter because he's the name that's always being brought up in the chat.
Well, you know,
got
like
the
I said,
connection here.
That's I selfishly want him here just because of, like I said, the connection.
He's got the inside track.
Yeah.
Phantom TV. If we can draft Joey Porter Jr. and Broderick Jones, I could care less about what we do with the rest of our picks. I don't even know who Broderick Jones is.
I get you real quick.
Let me guess. He's O-tackle. He's either O-tackle or defensive tackle.
O-tackle out of Georgia.
Sure.
Yeah.
Any player on Georgia works for me, I think.
Red shirt sophomore, 6'4", 315. Okay.
Hey, we still have another pick. That would be, I don't know where Jones is going, though. That'd probably be Porter at 17, Jones
32.
at 32, and then we have our other pick at 50.
Yeah. Like I said, I ain't against it. I just haven't looked at them dudes just like that on just yet, but it's happening.
You hearing this Addison buzz, dude?
You're creating it, yeah.
A little bit. A little bit.
He said a little
because
bit.
all he really did was declare for the draft, and, you know, that just got people's mind rolling like myself. But I did see a clip, and this, I think, was an interview with Pickett.
That USC receiver, huh?
Probably last year.
Yeah.
I think it was last year around draft time. In the
Addison's the USC guy, right?
No, he's more a Pitt guy.
That's
what people remember him by.
That's the USC receiver, right?
He did play USC.
Is the USC
He's
guy?
more of a Pitt guy, though. More of a Pitt guy. You know, we were talking about AZ and what players are more AZ than the other team.
I don't remember that conversation.
Addison's more Pitt
I don't
than
remember
USC.
that conversation,
There's
man.
no question.
He smiles really hard when he's got that Trojans gear on. I have never seen him smile.
I don't think it has
that.
anything to do with that. It's probably about the paper they're giving him.
The way y'all say I smile harder in my Bills gear, I think Jordan Addison smiles a lot harder in that Trojans gear. He was singing "Fight On" real hard. He ain't never seen "Sweet Caroline" like that. That's all I'm saying. The way I seen that man singing "Fight On," I was like, wow. Oof. You would have thought that he grew up in this thing. Yeah.
You have to send me the vet. I'll analyze it.
Hey man. Yeah.
But this Addison bus, here's why it could be a little bit more real as opposed to just, hey, let's bring in Addison for Kenny Pickett. Pickett said in this interview last offseason, whatever team I get drafted to, I'm going to be pounding the table for us to bring in Addison.
Okay.
He was talking about all the hard work Addison was putting in his freshman year and how he's like, and Pickett was like talking about himself, like, you know how detailed and how much work I put in. Like, Addison was there step by step with me. So he was like, dude, if Addison's there in the draft, whatever team I'm on, I hope we're looking at him.
I mean, like I said, I like pairing them together. I just think it's a hard sell right now for you to take them in the first round.
I agree with you.
It's a hard sell, man, with a George Pickens, with a Deontay fresh on his deal, and Calvin Austin waiting in the wings. It's like, how do I justify spending one of my first round picks on a wide receiver?
On a luxury.
Not an offensive lineman, not a defensive lineman, not a linebacker, not a corner, not a safety. A dago. Out of all the position groups, wide receiver? Yeah. That's just a hard sell. Not saying that I'd still could rock with it, because, like, man, that'd be freaky. But that's a hard sell, man.
I think it would make more sense if we get rid of Canada and bring in someone else.
Okay.
Where we're using more 3 receiver sets.
I would agree.
Slinging it out a little bit more.
I would agree. Canada offense does not.
Yeah, we were more run-based, so
it
it would probably be less of a need for someone like Addison.
Yeah.
So that
it goes
answer
back
will
to Claypool.
that answer
Yeah.
will be more clear in the
Yeah.
upcoming weeks or months. I'm assuming then.
Yeah, but it also could be a scenario where if they kept Canada and they brought in a Jordan, then they're telling us one of two things: they're either about to move on from a Deontay Johnson, or
Oh.
they're ready to spread the offense out and allow Kenny to really throw more. This could have been, once again, like when we talk about the evaluation, Canada and Kenny, we like to look at it and the people that want to create the narrative or who are having an agenda to get somebody fired, they will look at this and simply say, this is it. It does not go from here. I look at it and say a couple of things. Either this is the base and from here we fine tune it and really get ultra in depth with, making this thing as great of a rushing play action pass offense as it can be, like the Titans, like the Vikings, like the Ravens, like we talked about, right? Or was this designed this way because it's year one of Kenny really getting the concepts understood, really understanding the basis, the familiarity between coordinator and player? And now full offseason, because Kenny has not had an offseason where he's been the guy.
Like Spillane said, Pickett's not coming in and saying, I'm the starter, we're running my plays.
Okay. So now with a
didn't do
full
that.
offseason, Kenny and Matt Canada are going to sit down. And you know what they're going to talk about? Kenny, what plays did you like? Kenny, what plays didn't you like?
What
Matt-
did you got? What
now-
do you got from Pitt?
Now Matt Canada's going to say, hey, these are the plays that I had that I like for you a lot. These are plays that I have for you that I think we missed on, but that we could really hit on. Let's see the overlap. Let's see how much from what I like that you like that we can expand on. Let's see how much from that you like that I thought you missed on that we can expand on. And that's how you grow it. Once again, you're not going to get that if you fire Canada. You reset, you start right back over at zero with whoever you bring in. It doesn't matter the name. That's just how this process works. So once again, with this scenario with Canada, I look at it more so that way, in the sense that now those two guys are really going to sit here and say, these are the things that I feel comfortable with. These are the things that I feel comfortable allowing you to do as well. Hey, Kenny, man, you showed me that you execute the 2-minute offense. You showed me that you can do some of this. So you know what? Instead of waiting until the fourth quarter now, because we've been in stadiums, because we've seen this, and now we're going to get a full offseason, let's start working on this in April, in OTAs. Hey, when we come out there, first team period, I'm not calling anything. You call it. I'm going to give you, these are the 10 plays that you can call off, or these are the 15 plays that you can have on your menu, but you're calling them, all right? OTAs, every first team session, those first 10 to 15 plays, you're calling them every single time. And now I'm building a rapport. I'm building trust. I'm seeing him do it before it's live action in stadium. You never got that opportunity this offseason because of the dynamic, because that's how it's supposed to go. You can't just give the person the keys to the car before they've earned it. No, they got to earn it. They got to pay their dues, and that's what makes them respected, appreciated, and just be more accountable with their actions with it. And I think that now for Kenny, he's earned that. And I think that Matt Canada is going to look at him and feel very similar with that. But I don't think you're going to really be able to maximize on that element if you don't stick with it and allow those two dudes to grow in that vein. You know, like I said, that doesn't get talked about a lot, but that is...
You're preaching to the choir with me, dude.
It just pops up. It's just like, yo, because I just see it. It's like, yo, everybody's on this, like, yo, we got to get them out of get them out. It's like, yo, I get the, like, why y'all would want to do that. But at the same time, like, yo, it's very just narrow-minded, short-sighted. It's like, bro, we are finally at a spot where it's like, yo, now we can really get a chance to see how much it can go. But that's what we said, a 1-year thing, not a 10-year or a 5-year or even a 3. But this would be the year if you're talking about seeing what it can really be, the growth part of it, especially with the Matt Canada
As a
here.
duo.
This would be the year right here, because last year that was not the case. It was never the case. You move on the fly.
They both got better.
Yeah, and this is in season on the fly where you're game planning. You're not in season, bro. You don't self scout. It's game planning. I have to worry about who this new opponent is, and I gotta get them understood and ultra familiarized in what, 3 days, 4 days tops, and then go out there and play at a high level and be perfect mentally, physically, and be locked in. All season hits. Now I got a chance to say, hey, what did I struggle with in the red zone? We kept bumping into the red zone. Why was that though?
Drops
Now
and an overthrow. Or overthrow too.
But
I'm
like,
not even gonna front.
But like we can really like deep dive and look back into it. Offensive line wise, some protection things. Okay, man. Well, in the moment when it's game by game, you might just be feeling like, man, we just get a guy gets beat, it seems like every once in a while. But it could actually be, hey, man, when this team runs Tampa 2, we do this with our protection, and it isolates this guy on the backside, and it puts him in a bind, and teams picked up on it, and they put a dude over here every time. Stuff like that you might not be picking up on in season because you're just so ready for who is these next group of just unicorns that are coming in here that we got to figure out how to stop. That's stuff that you don't get a chance to work on. Now you're going to get that, though, if we stick with it. So, like I said, we will see, though, man. We shall see.
One of my main things, coordinator switch or not, based off everything we've been hearing about with Pickett and what we've seen on the field, too, this dude's a hard worker. Like, he's going to figure it out. So, I think I'm a little bit less, I don't want to phrase it, dependent on what coordinator we have. Like, I would be fine sticking with Canada. But if we do switch, I just feel like Pickett's going to make it work. Now, if we do get a new coordinator and that, I can't say it's going to hurt his development, but maybe
I look at it like this.
It causes, it doesn't make it easier on him because now he's got to learn a whole new offense, new system, and everything. But he'll figure it out.
This is the conversation.
Just because of who he is.
This is the conversation. Making it work, maximize potential. Very different. Both are successful, but very different. Do you want to make it work or do you want to maximize potential? And I think that's just, some of the things that the Steelers are dealing with in terms of conversations being had. I'm sure even as a fan base, that's some of the stuff that we internally feel. Is this just making it work or is this making the best of a scenario here? Or is this actually the best that this guy can do? Is he going to bring the best out of this player? All of us have our opinions on that, and that's why we have the conversations that we have. But that's kind of like what I think with that
I feel like
dynamic,
it's too early either way because I don't think we have an answer for Canada or if we get a new guy. Because what if the new guy is worse than Canada? We don't know any of this. But what I mean is I believe in like Pickett long term. That if we do have these coordinator switches or whatnot, he's gonna figure it out. He's gonna figure it out, and we'll get it right at some point. Hopefully, it's. Listen, we were getting it right in the second half of the season. This is why I don't think we need to make some crazy drastic move.
Yeah.
Camonier. Browns hired Jim Schwartz as their DC over Flores.
So that's a positive for us in the sense that
Flores is getting a lot more
he got
looks
the
around
head
league,
coach opportunity out in AZ.
That's probably
now.
why.
Yeah.
He's getting some head coach looks.
Rightfully so.
Exactly. Good for him.
Rightfully so, man.
Well, AZ, I was thinking about this the other day. It's written, dude. Come on. Hey, Flores didn't know he signed up for this when he came to the Steelers, but you're going to be an Arizona Cardinal at some point. When Arizona starts showing interest in a former Steeler, it's over, right? It's over. Not saying every Steeler goes to AZ, but once AZ starts showing interest in you,
the rating is on the wall.
It's destiny.
And I can't even deny it. I'm in here like,
because the GM that they just hired, did you see all this? He's got some connections to Flores.
I know. That's how it always happens. I know. Why is that? I can't stand the fact that's really a thing. And I was a part of it too.
You didn't know he was going to be a future Arizona Cardinal.
Hey, Flo, Coach Flo.
He just wanted to be a defensive assistant here.
Coach Flo, it happens, man. I fell for the trap too. It happens, man. All right.
This is a point Coward brought up in the past, and I think this also helps Flores' case to probably being a head coach in Arizona. A lot of times when teams make coaching switches, they go from one extreme to the other. Defensive guy to offensive guy.
Offensive guy. Flores definitely defensive guy. Yeah.
Example right off the top of my head. Well, actually, there's two Dolphins with Flores going to McDaniel.
McDaniel, yeah.
Broncos, Fangio to Hackett.
To Hackett, yep. Offense, defense.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. Who is out? Oh, no. I was going to say Anthony Lynn.
Bruce Arians to Bulls, even though that was more of an in-house thing.
Very offense, defense, yeah. Let's see.
Jets, Gase, right? To Salah.
Definitely offense. Dude,
is
you're
every
right.
coaching switch
is that? Who was in Detroit before Campbell?
Patricia. No, he was defense. He was
defense,
DC,
yeah.
It threw me off because now he's an offensive guy with the Patriots.
He's an offensive guy, see? They were offense. Offense, defense, man.
Well, wait. We think Dan Campbell's defense.
He's a tight end, though.
Yeah, he's technically more offense, I guess. Was he a defensive What was he? What coach was he though?
I didn't follow it like that, honestly.
I don't remember what
Yeah,
coach
he was definitely a tight end though.
'Cause I know he was an interim with the Dolphins for a little
Yeah.
bit as head coach, but I don't know what
Vrabel.
position coach
I'm
he
trying
was
to
before.
think. Vrabel down in
Who was before him? It was an offensive guy, right?
Because it wasn't Fisher. Fisher was already gone. Who was it before?
I think it was an offensive guy. It was supposed to be some offensive guy with Mariota.
Right.
And they went Vrabel.
It was somebody. Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but it was definitely somebody down there.
That's what teams do.
Oh.
Dude, think of it like relationships. Whenever you break up with someone,
Hey, yo, chill.
sometimes you go
Don't do
for
that.
the
Don't do that.
opposite. Like if
Yeah.
am I wrong?
I
Like
can't,
you have one type of chick, then you go for a different type of chick.
I can't confirm nor deny. Now that I think, yeah, you put me on the hot seat. Don't put me on the hot seat like that, man.
Like, this chick was too intense. I want a more low key chick. And then maybe you have the low key chick, you break up, you go back to the intense chick.
Word, jeez. All right, man. You might be right. It's a strong possibility you're right, man. I just get nervous, you know.
Listen, we
make my collar hot when you start talking like that, Deke, man. Jeez.
Listen, we see it across the league here. We just brought up how many of these examples.
This is very true.
So
Deke.
Flores,
this is very true.
Not only is he a former Steeler, but they just had an offensive guru.
Yeah.
Flores is more defensive minded. He's gonna be the AZ head coach.
Sense,
I'm calling it right now.
It would make sense.
I hope DraftKings or these betting apps can put it
I'm
as
really
a
over here like thinking
thing
in my
you
head,
could bet
like,
on
yo,
because
you
I'd
low-key
lock it in
might
right
be
now.
Right. Dang, man. Yeah.
It's locked in.
All right.
Next one.
But shout out to Flores though, man. Now we are excited for him though, wherever he does land. Selfishly, we want him to stay here, but he definitely deserves to be a head coach in this league, man. And yeah, I'm hoping that if it is AZ for him, man, that he'll have better luck. Yeah.
At least it will be AZ, NFC team as opposed to the Browns.
Yeah, very true.
G-Man 39. What about Jamel Dean or Byron Murphy in free agency?
Yeah. See, I like that conversation right there. The dollar amount, that'll be the interesting part, but I do like the more proven guys. You know, the guys that you're not necessarily hoping or wishing that they could develop. It's like, yo, these guys have already developed. You kind of know who they are. Not saying they still can't keep growing, but you just feel a little bit more comfortable with their body of work. And that's the type of stuff that's like, I like that. Both of either one of those guys, I think when you're talking money, I think that's the part where the numbers would need to make sense. But I think both of those dudes could definitely work. Yeah.
Phantom TV. We need a Georgia dog on our offensive line. Any Georgia player works for me.
I would agree. Man.
Yo Young. Hey Moats. Who do you spell Bills? Maybe he means how do you spell Bills? Bills. Hope you can make another Super Bowl and lost to add a fifth L.
All right.
This dude woke up with the smoke this morning.
Maybe it'd be this year.
I think one-on-one Moats for Yo Young in Call of Duty.
No, man. No. Hey, if the Bills go to the Super Bowl and lose this year, don't worry. I'll make sure we talk about it on this show. I'll be the first one to talk about it on this show. All right.
What, adding an L?
Oh yeah. If the Bills go to the Super Bowl and lose in the Super Bowl again this year, I can assure you. What are we talking about?
Are you gonna be putting them on blast?
No. I'll probably be streaming from Arizona. I'm saying the Bills go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you'll be down there.
Yeah.
Is that where they're playing this year?
Yeah, it's AZ. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I'll be out there. I use my alumni card again, man. Yeah. You know, we make it work.
Wait, so what's your reaction gonna be? We're gonna be hearing from you.
You think I'm gonna be tripping if the Bills are in the Super Bowl? Win or lose, you think I'm gonna be tripping? Absolutely not. I'm gonna be over that thing turned up to the Mizax, baby. But that's just the difference between me versus like fans. Yeah,
will it be almost like my drunk rants at the stadium? You're gonna have a drunk rant after the game.
Bro, be so turned up, boy. What? Bills in the Super Bowl, bro? I'm gonna lose my mind. Come on, man. Because it's different. In Pittsburgh, we're accustomed to that type of stuff, so we got a little more class, right? We won't get excited about playoff wins over here. We get excited about Super Bowls. We don't get excited about a wild card game. We don't get excited about a division. We don't care about that type of stuff. In Buffalo, though, it's like Christmas, baby. So, yeah, man. It's going to be one of them super drunken rants. But I might go through 3 tables if they in the Super Bowl, Deke. Okay? Like, that's... I don't think you understand, Deke. Deke, it might be God saying that's why they can't go to a Super Bowl win one right now, bro. Because them people like, Deke, I don't think you.
City might get burnt
Deke,
down or something.
Deke. That game on Sunday, right? Bills Dolphins. If that would have been Steelers in that same scenario versus a team backup quarterback and the game went like that, Steelers fans be pissed. Oh man, I can't believe, man. Oh, man, I don't even care about this game no more, man. We suck. I can't believe this.
I wouldn't be one of those guys. I'd be happy we're advancing.
You would, but
you live to see another day.
You would, but we both know. We've been doing this long enough now. We both know it would be a large faction pissed off, talking crazy about that victory. You think the people in Buffalo gave a dang about them winning by 3 points on Sunday? Absolutely not. It was a party. It was a freaking party. You feel me? That's just difference of the mindset, baby. Different mentalities, man. So, yeah.
A lot of that was on Bills imploding, too.
Absolutely was. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, if you can overcome yourself imploding and the Dolphins weirdly starting to pick it up at times.
Yeah, but you got to think,
and live to see another. That's all you ask for is advancing, especially in the playoffs. Like, it doesn't matter.
You win in advance. Also, you got to think context-wise. There's still a lot going on. Day before the game, you finally get DeMar pulling back up to the facility. You want to do it for DeMar. I mean, not DeMar, for DeMar. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a lot on you. You know what I'm saying? And this is the playoffs. You notice it wasn't just the Dolphins with their backup quarterback being able to make some noise.
He was terrible.
At this level, though, but at this level, every team, we talk about it, has talent. Every team is capable. The Baltimore Ravens were a fluky fumble away from beating the Bengals, right? We talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. You see what I mean? So it's like we could pick and choose like when we want to spot like this scenario and act like this is a one-off, but it's like, nah. At the NFL level, man, everybody is capable, man. Everybody is.
Well, especially now, and this goes back to our quarterback rankings. Now Brady's out, so there's literally only one quarterback in the rest of the playoffs that has a Super Bowl ring that we could at least trust and say he's got that championship pedigree. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes. All these other dudes, bro, the script's being written right before our eyes. This is a new era of football, so we don't know what the hell is going to happen.
Outside of Mahomes, whoever wins Super Bowl, we're going to have a different level of how we look at. Like Stafford did it last year. Like, okay, we respect him a little bit more now because we've seen him accomplish it.
Because we're past the Ben Manning, Brady, Rodgers, Breeze, just knowing, all right, any of those guys, they're always going to be in the mix. We're past that now. It's a new era.
Absolutely, man. And that's the thing. It's like, I don't know how any of these dudes going to perform. I guess outside of Mahomes.
Because we don't have track records on these dudes.
We don't.
How many times in the past you could bring up like Rodgers or Ben, Breeze, like their playoff record, how they do in the playoffs. It's like with these guys,
right?
Even Burrow, he's got like 4 playoff games right now under his belt, 5 including this Ravens game. Josh Allen, how many has he got? Like 4 or 5.
So Wildcard, 4. This would be 5 coming up for him. Yeah,
it's so early. Lawrence only 1.
Yeah, let's see who up.
Herbert was only 1.
Yeah. That game was crazy, too.
Yeah, it was wild.
That game was freaking crazy.
Purdy. Brandon.
He got 1? Carving out a roll?
Yeah, got 1 under himself.
Got 1 so far?
Yeah, who else
we got
waiting
Danny
on Hurts? Dimes?
Waiting on Hurts?
Jeez. Yeah. Dak Prescott, this is only like his, 5th playoff game? 5th or 6th. He played really good. And then, Hurts. This is going to be his 2nd.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
everything's new. I don't know how it's going to play out. Like, I was absolutely shocked. Though, I was absolutely shocked at the Dolphins-Bills game. Mm-hmm. But it's like, okay, this is like the Bills still learning in the playoffs.
Yes, bro. You got to learn it, bro.
This isn't like Brady's Patriots or Big Ben with the Steelers. Like, all right, there's like whenever we played the Dolphins at home.
And it's like,
there's no shot this is even going to be a close game.
But you also think about it in the sense of like, you bring on it, that familiarity of being there and doing it repetitively, the feelings of, this is single elimination. What does that mean? Regular season, man, you can make a mistake. You can lose the game, and we can get back next week. Playoffs, bro, you got to be perfect. And even if it's not perfect, you better figure it out on the fly. And that's what I looked at in that Bills game, and I was like, they figured it out on the fly. And that's what you want to at least be able to do. If you can't have the perfect execution, because sometimes, man, the game isn't going to go perfect. Sometimes an injury's going to happen, call not going your way, another dude balling out. But with all of that, can you still figure out a way to win and advance? Because that's the name of the game at this level. And you think about, man, all the Super Bowl champs in the past. I'm sure if we go back and look at each of their games that they actually had to win in the postseason, you're going to see close games. You're going to see some games where it was like, dang, man, maybe that shouldn't have been as close, or maybe they should have blew them out, but it was a little bit uglier. That's a part of it. But nobody cares when you win it. And as long as you keep winning, that's all that matters. So for them, that's what you're supposed to do. You don't apologize.
You have another
for winning.
chance. It's a new game, new day.
Absolutely, you hit the reset button. And the thing is, all of these teams at this level are ultra talented. But as we talked about this season too, how many of these teams, just like how we said in Pittsburgh, are flawed? We're like, yo, they're talented, but still inconsistent here. Hey, they could do this, but hey, they got some flaws over here. All of these teams have that, but that's the beauty of why you got to have them 17 games making it count, because otherwise you never get the opportunity to see, can you put it together? Can you survive that? I know for Steelers fans, you look at that Ravens team, you look at that Dolphins team, you're like, man, we could have won those games. Unfortunately, we'll never know, because we didn't take care of business during the 17 regular season games. That's why it's so important to get to the dance. That's why you don't hear me and Deke talking about, man, I hope we won't make it to the playoffs this year, man. We don't deserve to be on no playoffs, man. I don't put us out of our misery, man. Just go ahead. Nah, because anything can happen in the playoffs. Anything can happen, bro. And that's the exciting part about it. That's why I'm like, I can't get with that mindset of like, I would have rather not been in the playoffs, or man, I'm so glad we didn't make the playoffs. No, the heck I'm not. Like, bro, you want to be in there because anything can happen. It's a one game. Best of one. Anything can happen in one game series, man.
Not gonna front though. I would have loved to see how we would have fared after seeing those AFC games.
No, absolutely. Because
Bills self-imploded. I feel like how we were playing down the stretch was perfect.
That's how you beat a team like that. Absolutely.
We weren't turning the ball over, and we were playing solid defense.
Bro, I'm
so
sitting
if the Bills were gonna give us 2 or 3 turnovers,
I'm sitting in the stadium. I said, you done turned it over twice, and you gave them 6 points on a fumble recovery. I was like, yeah, that's not how you win. But they figured out a way to overcome that, and that's where you say, okay, you tip your hat to them, and that's what, if you're Buffalo, you say, all right, you say we played a bad game and still got out that stadium. We know we can't do that, but that's the wake-up call. That's the bullet that we essentially dodged along this journey. Every team gonna have that, right? When Joe Flacco and them boys won the Super Bowl, they had that Denver Broncos bullet they had to dodge, right? The fluky at the end. It's like, bro, how'd that happen? Shoot, was Super Bowl 43, right? The Ben tackle? Was that was that year? No, that was 40. Okay. So you have the tackle. Oh man, it's a fumble at the goal line. Everybody gonna have to have something. You're gonna have to have some type of something that works in your favor to just dodge that bullet. You don't know what it's gonna look like or when it's gonna happen, but you gotta dodge it. So for Buffalo, they dodged that bullet. For Cincinnati, their bullet was Tyler Huntley going over the top and that ball falling perfectly in Sam Hubbard's lap. He being fast enough, in shape enough, and him not calling that block in the back for him to go ahead and score. You know, that's how it is, man.
Yeah, and seeing that Ravens-Bengals game and thinking, hey, we beat that Ravens team on the road.
Yep.
And the Bengals are supposed to be the darling of the AFC North, and the Ravens went in there and completely outplayed them.
Uh-huh.
So you mean to tell me we wouldn't have stood a chance against either of those teams too?
How'd you feel watching Jacksonville and the Chargers?
Exactly.
I'm like, bro,
you mean to tell me we couldn't have beat either of those two teams?
I'm like, what? Yeah. But that's the issue of not making it. That's the part when we talked about last week being frustrated. This was why, because you literally don't get a chance to see what could have happened. You don't get a chance to see. If these teams are playing like that, man, heck yeah, we could have beat any of those. But we also don't know what we would have looked like in a single elimination. Everything was on the line right here type of game. We don't know. And that's the part where, like I said, man, hopefully we'll earn that right to get this opportunity next year. But this is why you want these opportunities, man. This is why you want to be in the postseason. Never get that mentality that, man, it's better to be on the outside because of a draft pick, or it's better to be on the outside because we just pissed off that, you know, this guy's still here. And if it means this guy get fired, if we don't make it, let's get that happening. Nah, that ain't what you want, baby. That's a loser's mentality. You want to be in that thing. Because literally anything can happen, man.
Now, you talking about being in a do-or-die playoff situation, how would have we responded? I think the thing that would have benefited us, though, was how we would have been coming into the playoffs, because every game was a playoff game for the second half of the season.
The last four, essentially. I mean, especially the second half, but how we were operating and getting out of stadiums them last four as well.
So like we were dealing with that type of pressure.
Yeah, that's how you win in the playoffs, though. You have, when whatever has happened. Okay, here's your chance to rectify it. Make a play. Bills were able to have a drive. Baltimore, they essentially were having that drive until they fumbled it, and that's ultimately how Cincinnati was able to get out of there. But it's like, you got to operate under pressure. Not everybody can do it, and not everybody can do it for 4 quarters or when it's those situations where you got to have it. So,
people talk about Tomlin's time management. Holy hell. John Harbaugh was on one.
And that's the other part.
That was terrible.
He wasn't the only one, but that's the other part. It's like, people will bring up clock management with our coach, and it's like, look around the league. Why is clock management
And I still
hard?
consider Harbaugh a really good coach.
But why is clock management hard? Because you have so many other things that you're thinking about situationally that the last thing you're thinking about doing is, let me look up at this clock real quick and see what it is. Nah, I'm thinking, all right, what is this guy anticipating over here? What do I like right here? What are our strengths? Man, who's hurt right now? Who can execute this? All right, I need to pick up 5. What call do I feel the best in this moment? Like, that's the type of stuff that they're processing through. And that has zero to do with the other coaches that are running over there to him, or the other players that are trying to get in his ear, the other guys that say, hey, coach, man, challenges. Hey, coach, man, I got this right. Hey, coach, man, I did that. Or you got the referee doing something. Like, it's a ton that is going on. And that's why I always laugh when people are so hypercritical about this clock management thing. And I'm like, bro, when you're just sitting there and all you have to think about is the clock, it's easy as heck to worry about the clock.
That's why these coaches should maybe start hire like a Madden guru or a Madden specialist.
All I say is this. It's a lot easier sitting over here and watching the clock for the whole game. When it comes down to the situation, when it comes down to what you're going to decide to call, when it comes down to who is your personnel, that's when you start to realize it is not as easy as y'all think. It is not as much time as you think. And that is why a lot of coaches, man, this is league wide. This isn't something new. This is league wide. And it's not something that's going to disappear either, man. Like, it's just a ton is going on. It's happening super fast. And you might bounce and have one situation where you should have called a timeout here, another one where you didn't, but it worked out. And I think for those coaches, they just kind of live with that versus saying, let me bring in a guy that's just going to be in my ear hollering, hey, take a time, hey, go, hey, do this right now, do it now. It's like, bro, do you realize I'm trying to figure out, are they in dime or are they in nickel? Are they in base or are they in this? Because that is going to determine what we need to call to have success versus just calling plays to call plays. And that's the difference, too, when we talk about, like, video games. You can call a play to call a play and have, like, no bad consequences because the game. In real life, man, you call that wrong call, that could be the big difference between it being a turnover, between it being a touchdown, between you getting up out that stadium or not. And that's really, everything that be at play with these dudes, man.
Phantom TV. So, Moats, what you're saying is trade Cam and Highsmith and bring in Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey.
Boy, if it was that simple, I would. If it was that simple, would you do it? Just straight up player for player?
Yeah, of course. Donald and Ramsey's cap hit compared to Cam and Highsmith right now is probably about $25 million more, though.
You think it's just 25? I think it's probably more than that.
Maybe a little more. Maybe even close to 30. Maybe close to 30. Right now.
Highsmith ain't costing like that.
Yeah. You're right.
And what's Cam cap? 20?
20-something.
Yeah.
Donald, 26. Ramsey at like 25.
Yeah.
So 30. Wait, hold on. What would that be? What's my math? It's around 50-ish. Yeah, it's around 30. I think it's probably like 27, 28 in terms of the cap difference between those two players against each other. Next one. My code. Moats, you need a headset on playing with online gamers. You need to hear the footsteps, man.
Nah, that do every once in a while. But my problem is, like I said, I like to have like my music bumping. Like when I'm playing, bro, like I'm thinking like we driving by. You feel me? Like I'm in the whip. We got the music bumping. Like, let's go. I can't shoot you with no music playing, man. That ain't it'd be disrespectful to you. If I kill you without music playing, like I ain't even care about you. That's kind of how I look at it. So I feel like I have to have my music playing. But my wife be asleep, and that's my other dilemma. I don't want to wake her up because then she gonna be upset. You know?
Yeah.
I can't have her upset about us recording for so long and she not getting no sleep because I'm on the game at night. You feel me? Something got to give. Yeah.
Dondre Zell. With us probably losing Flores, who will we bring out to fill in that linebacker coaching role?
Do
we have someone?
I don't know currently.
Wasn't it
like we got a young guy,
Jerry Olowski?
No, Jerry O's been the LB coach though here. He's been here for a while.
Was he here last year?
Yeah, Joe's been here since I've been. Yeah, he was here before me. Jerry O came in here when Peasy came in. They were both GAs together, and then from there, when Butts took over the DC spot, Jerry O was the inside linebackers coach. Peasy was the outside linebackers coach. That was how they had done it. And then last year was different because his wife passed away and he stepped away for a little while.
So he was back last year.
Yeah. But we do have a guy on the staff. He's been around for a while. Young cat. I could see him potentially potentially promoting him. But I just don't know if he's specialized in like linebackers just yet. Because it's very similar to like the role of like how Jerry O and Peasy were when they first started out here. Of like just being like the assistant to the LB coach. So like when I went over there in training camp, like he was still doing that type of stuff, but he was working with the LBs and the D line.
Okay.
So I just don't know how they would view it, but I think he would probably be one of those guys they're waiting in the wings for potentially. That's all.
I feel like we just got blessed last year.
Oh, we definitely did, man.
That was such a outside of what usually happens scenario to get a Brian Flores, a dude that was just a head coach, to come in and just be a defensive assistant for us. Usually you got to have a guy that's got to start earning his stripes in a way.
We lucked up, and we lucked up with a head coach. Like, you don't typically get the head coaches, man. You're absolutely right. Is there another head coach that's going through a disgruntled situation right now that would want to be our LB's coach? Because that's the other part. It's not even talking about like as a coordinator. It's like,
are there any guys? Is there just
like
see? We don't do this thing where we have in baseball you have all your prospects in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Where's our LB coach prospects? Who's the top 10 LB coach prospects?
I'm just
out
thinking
there?
to myself. I'm like, bro.
Someone's bringing up Joey Porter. We bring him back.
But he's coaching right now. He's about to do the XFL. TG, but he's still young.
Bring in TG.
He could, but I just feel like with younger coaches, they don't want to just put them on as position coach first. They want to GA you first. You know what I mean? Get you like around it. And that would be the thing with him. It would just who you still would pair him with.
Is that his goal, or is he just messing with it right now, figuring it out? Does he want to get to like the NFL or
I don't know actually
get a bigger position?
I don't know. I know he likes it. Yeah, because I was talking. Because obviously him and Vince Williams, they were the two coaches. Shout out to Vince, man. I tell you, his team won the state championship, man. Yeah, but I don't know if TG wants to. I know Vince does, but I don't think Vince wants to do it right now at that level, just because he got like the little kids and stuff with the fam.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if TG would want to. Like I said, the NFL level, man, that journey is time consuming, man. Mike Mitch, he talked about that thing, man. That's sun up to sundown, bro. Like, not everybody want to be busy like that, especially after already living that too. Like. That's a lot, man. I see Donald Copeland said James Harrison.
I don't think he'd be a good coach.
They ain't gonna pay enough for Debo to want to come and do that either, man. Yeah.
Larry Foote,
he's a guy, but Larry's, man, is he down in Tampa still?
Has he been a linebackers coach?
Yeah, he was my coach in AZ, and then he went to Tampa when they won the Super Bowl.
Like he didn't move up to a DC anywhere?
I don't think so, because I don't remember if he left Tampa when Antoine Randall left Tampa.
Well, Foote would be perfect because if he is down in Tampa Bay, it looks like they're about to be clearing house.
Like, listen, Footy is a dope coach, bro. Like, he was one of them dudes that you enjoy being around, man, because first off, he's like just a good man in general. Like, family man, God-friend man, like leader. Like, has that, checks those boxes off. But then he's also a dope teacher. And that's the difference of like with Peasy versus Footy, being able to have both of those guys, former players, be my coach. The dominant player, Peasy, doesn't always have the detail. Whereas when you think about Footy, never as dominant as Peasy, but he's going to have so much more detail and insight because athletically they were just different players. Peasy could just come up there and just do things that Footy wasn't going to be able to do. But if you're smart enough and you studied this game the way that you do, you're able to know, and that's how you make up the difference. That's my angle. I wasn't a Joey Porter. I'm more of a Foote. So
you'd be a good
we gonna
coach.
know. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could. Absolutely, I know I could. I'm not committing the time to it. That's my big hiccup with it forever while I got these young kids, man. Yeah, yeah, but that's the thing though, man. Yeah, like you're more detail oriented. You focus on those little intricacies that can take you from being average to good.
Kind of like Steve Kerr being a coach in the NBA. Absolutely. Like Jordan would probably be a terrible coach.
Yes, absolutely.
He's a bad owner. Like he's not that good of a GM
because
or owner.
It's certain things that you take for granted. It's times where like when I talk NFL wise, it makes sense to me because I'm like, man, I wasn't a great athlete. So when I speak, I'm like, I wasn't a great athlete. But when I'm talking to college or high school, it's not the same because they view it as, no, you were a great athlete. You were this. Like, you made it the league. But I'm used to the league where it's like, bro, these dudes 6'4", 260 run faster than me. Like, I ain't like that. Yeah, that's freaky. They like, bro, you realize how fast you could do this? You do that? None of us know people doing that type of stuff. But that's why mentally at the NFL level it works because, like, I'm thinking, like, yo, you got to be here, button up. Whereas if you'd have talked to me in college, bro, I couldn't tell you all them different gaps. I couldn't tell you all the different formations. You know why? Because if I put my hand down and I said I'm getting a sack right here, there wasn't a dude that could stop it. In high
Unless
school,
they got the ball out quick.
Right.
Right.
And even when they got the ball, I'm going to hit you anyways. It was just like, I'm going to hit you. I ain't with the sack. But either way, I'm going to hit you. And it's like, if you hold the ball, I'm going to sack you. And then I'm going to slam you on your head because I had to wait because you got rid of it quick last time. Like, that was the mindset. High school, man, you can call whatever y'all want to call it, coach. I'm not worried about it. They're not going to get the ball off. Like, that is how you would play it. So, it's different mentality. So, when you talk about a Jordan, when you talk about a Brown, when you talk about any of these elite, a James Harrison, a Joey Porter, it's like, bro, they were like that at this level. The highest of the highs. Like, that is freaky crazy to me, bro. But, yeah. So, you asking them to, like, teach, like, the detail stuff. They don't specialize in it because they never really had to, you know?
There's always outliers. Like Larry Bird was a decent coach.
Yeah.
But it's not a coincidence that you have role players or guys that were a little bit more average in their professional career.
Ty Lue.
Right. Being really
coach,
good
man.
coaches or like really good general managers whenever they do end up retiring from their playing careers. Not a coincidence.
Shoot, what's the cat that's in that's out in Phoenix, man? Oh my gosh.
The head coach?
No, not that. It was another dude. He's up in there like front office, but he was a former player as well.
Jones, right?
Yeah. That, another guy. And it's like because they have to focus on those things at this level so much to just stay alive, to stay relevant. So yeah.
Phantom TV says, but Moats, you're contradicting yourself. You said you wanted Jalen Ramsey. How are we going to pay Ramsey and Highsmith? I feel like that could maybe work out some way.
No. You said I was contradicting myself. I thought we said it would be just us. We joked about the straight up trade, I thought, with those dudes, right?
We're trading Highsmith for Ramsey?
No. I thought that's when we were joking about the whole Cam and Highsmith for Ramsey and AD.
No, this comment's from way earlier.
Okay.
Because we were just talking about that 2v2 trade.
But we were saying, even with this, though, do we include Highsmith? Like, in terms of him still being here? Because I thought we said it would be Ramsey, you're still going to have a TJ and a Hayward and a Minka.
I think, I think there's going to be decisions to be made.
You have to make
a
decision on him, yeah. Like, you're not going to have a Highsmith, you're not going to have a Larry Ogunjobi, definitely, and more than likely, Cam Sutton probably is gone, too. Yeah.
Maybe you could work it out somehow, some way with Highsmith where...
I think you got a better chance of keeping Sutton here than keeping Highsmith if you bring in Ramsey. Pass rush should cost more.
Then, well, you know what? If you do that, then, yeah, you'd have to trade Highsmith, for sure.
Yeah.
To get some picks back. And then, if you bring in Sutton, you have Ramsey, you're set at corner. Yeah. Then you're drafting edge rusher.
Yeah, and you do Highsmith like what Chicago did with Roquan. Roquan, final year of his deal. Yeah. He was playing, and then it was like, hey, we're going to find a suitor for you. We like the compensation package. Let's move you. And now from there, wherever you get traded to, Highsmith will have his say in that to some extent. And then from there, that's the team that's going to sign you to the long-term deal.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that either. But that's definitely, I don't.
Yeah, it's all about how you value. So if we do value, hey, let's get this CB1. We could draft an edge rusher a little bit easier than drafting a corner. If we're looking back on our track record, that has been the case in a way.
Well, it's a lot easier to pair an edge rusher with a TJ Cam Hayward when you have a Jalen Ramsey and a Mink on the back end also.
That was Phantom TV.
Yeah.
Dondre Zell, Byron Leftwich is a free agent.
He got fired?
I don't know if it's official, but there were reports coming out, I think as early as basically a couple hours after the game ending yesterday.
Why do you think they're firing him? Because even if you're blowing up, wouldn't you still want a Byron Leftwich? Is he not a good coach?
Nothing's official yet. They just keep saying Bucks expected to fire OC Leftwich. I have no clue what they're gonna do.
But that's what I'm trying to be like. What am I missing?
Bucks offense was anemic this year.
Okay.
And that's one of my questions.
So then if they're anemic, would that be an indictment on the coach?
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. Like, they've had good offenses in the Brady Bucks era. Outside of this year, really. They ended up being 24th in offense, something like that.
Okay.
But you got to think, whenever Brady had those weapons with Gronk and everything, Leftwich was being considered to be a head coaching candidate going into this offseason. I don't know. I'm guessing it's just a fresh start and trying to cut clean. I don't know.
You catch my drift? It's like, fresh start, okay, cool, but you're still going to be replacing him, and you're looking for...
Maybe it's just the scapegoat.
Yeah.
Offense was bad. We're blaming the OC.
Gotcha.
I'm not really saying I agree with that because I feel like there were a lot of other factors at play. No Gronk this year for Brady. Their line was terrible.
Yeah, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me that they would move on from him. Yeah.
Here's my question to you. Do you think Byron Leftwich would be that big of an upgrade over Matt Canada?
I wasn't trying to get to that point, but that's the point I'm casually just trying to talk about.
I don't know where to go with this because Byron Leftwich is a championship offensive coordinator. He's been in those moments, and they've had really good offenses down there in Tampa Bay. But then you see how Tampa did this year, and I'm not putting it all on Leftwich, but they had similar statistics to us in terms of all these offensive categories. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Are we just making a switch to make a switch if we're going to Byron Leftwich? And then it goes back to everything we were talking about. Like, all right, now Pickett's got to learn the new offense and everything.
I'd just be asking
build a whole new rapport.
Bro. I just come up here to ask questions. That's it. Because that is something that I'm like, maybe I'm missing it. And I feel like sometimes I'm too close to it and I could be missing it. But I don't know. I'm just like, how is that like
a guaranteed upgrade?
That's what I'm saying.
No question, it could be an upgrade, but a guaranteed upgrade.
The potential is there. Yes, the potential is there. But for it to be this like foregone, this is a full-on guarantee, are we setting ourselves up for failure? Like how we talked about in the past, where we will predetermine that this is great, this is elite, this is going to work out like that before it's actually shown it full sample size. And then when it comes here and it's not that, now we're over here pissed off, hollering about it's a terrible hire. Why do we do that? Fire this person, man. What were we thinking again? Da 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 da. Because I don't see this, like, especially this year down in Tampa. I didn't see it like how you talk, like, same thing you just said, like, where it was just this crazy perfect offense.
It was really bad,
what
actually.
was going on, this and that. And I'm like, y'all really got talent. Like, yeah. But it's like the things that we hollering about that we want to move on from. I'm like, how are you so sure that that's not what you're about to just potentially bring back in, or even not even on the equal level right now, just based off what we saw this year? So I don't know, bro.
I don't know either.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, the case for Leftwich is winning a Super Bowl down in Tampa Bay and some of those great offenses that they did have the prior 2 years. You could say the personnel was a lot better, though, too. They had an AB and they had a Gronk down there, and their O-line was pretty good.
Okay, devil's advocate. People who play this with Bieniemy is because of Mahomes.
No, here's my thing. I still feel like Leftwich is fine.
I know you don't, but I'm saying the people that like to play the devil's advocate part, even what they say with Hackett now, right? Hackett, yeah, he was dope with Rodgers. Yeah, Leftwich had it going on when it was the team with Brady and all that other stuff. All right.
Which way are you spinning it? It was more Brady making Leftwich look good?
You see what I'm saying? Bieniemy. Remember, that's the whole knock on him, right? Well, he's got Mahomes out there, and it's Andy Reid. Oh, hey, man, he had BA out there helping him. Remember, BA just stepped into the booth. This shit now, granted, TG still feel like he coaching still. But everybody else, he in the front office.
This is all something to be curious about.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
first year without Bruce Arians, their offense goes to shit.
Like, so who was it on?
I don't know.
But these are all the questions that I'd be over here just like.
Yeah, it's weird because how we brought up at the beginning, I don't know if Leftwich is the guy to just point to, because Buccaneers had a lot more other problems, in my opinion, than just OC. Like, and those receivers too. Like, if you look at Brady's style, I don't know. it's tough to say because they obviously did have success, but they also did have an AB and a Gronk.
Yeah.
Just these receivers in and of themselves, they don't create this crazy separation.
They don't.
Combine that with the line sucking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. And not having Gronk.
Mm-hmm. Running game, time and plays, man. Yeah. They don't have the receiver. They weren't having the guys that typically could win in those areas.
Is that on Leftwich? I don't think that's on Leftwich. But maybe Leftwich could have done a better job.
But is that even Leftwich's offense? Because that's what we've seen Brady have success doing.
True, too.
Brady runs the ball, hits the tight end, give me an underneath receiver, AB, Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, give me a guy that can take the top off of defense. You had Evans, but he's had Randy Moss before, right? Just somebody that he could just stretch the field. I need a vertical threat. These are all questions, man. These are all legitimate questions. Baby.
It's murky.
Yeah.
It's murky across the board because, the 1 year Arians is gone. Offense sucks. And, they have a more defensive-minded head coach. So you got to think a lot of that was on Leftwich. Leftwich, whatever combination, right?
Okay.
Whatever combination of them trying to work it out.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that good this year. It wasn't that good.
That's all I'm saying.
But at the same time, he did have a lot of success.
How'd you feel about it last night?
Arians was there. The offense was better.
How'd you feel about it last night?
The offense?
I'd say he threw it 66 times, something like that, right?
Bad. But this goes, honestly, now this is a whole nother conversation. Because now we're getting into, does Brady still have it? He does. He does. That wasn't set up for him to succeed. It wasn't.
I knew you were going to come in and say that.
Almost reminiscent of what we did to Ben. Almost reminiscent.
I knew you were going to say that.
Receivers aren't creating separation.
I knew you were going
Can't
to
run
say
the ball.
that, bro.
A dude can only do so much.
He's supposed to be the guy. He's the guy.
Yeah, but those quarterbacks in the late stage of their career, they don't have that mobility. They still got the arm talent.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any question Brady still has the arm talent. Steve Young was even saying this on SportsCenter. I was glad he said it because it gave me some ammo. But yeah, I think he just needs a good situation. And actually, the more I'm thinking about it, the Raiders would actually be perfect for him.
Yeah.
Slot receiver, Renfro.
Vegas or San Fran, one or the other.
Slot receiver, Renfro. Devontae Adams, big time receiver. Tight end, Waller.
Okay.
Now, if they do get Brady, I'm sure Josh Jacobs will be open to coming back.
Yeah.
You got your familiar head coach.
Josh McDaniels. True. Oh, very true.
So
it makes 100% sense, yeah.
So if he does go to the Raiders or he goes to a team like the 49ers or hell the Dolphins, but now the Dolphins are saying they're sticking with Tua for some godforsaken reason. I think if he went to any of those scenarios, he'd be cooking again next year.
Now, how you say they stick with Tua is a bad thing? They can't not stick with Tua. You gonna turn your back on him after you done got his brain wiggly for how many times this year? No, you can't do that.
Trade him.
Wow. So you mess his brain up and then you just get him, just throw him out there and decide he ain't even got the long-term deal just yet.
Here's the question. Who's trading for Tua? No one.
I'm cool on that. Damaged goods, bro. Everybody know what that is. You can't have that. No. I'm good. Do you see what they said? The doctor say he's at no risk of having another concussion than any other player out here. I call BS. Now, granted, I ain't no doctor, but I do know the more you have them, the more chance you have more of them. We do know that part. So yeah, y'all can miss me with that, man. Yeah. Would you trade for him if you're an organization?
No, I don't know. Definitely no. If I'm the Dolphins, I'm trying to get Brady.
I'm good.
I'm trying to pair Brady with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and those speedy running backs.
I'm all the way good, bro. All the way good.
Like they're
I don't see a team doing that, bro. Unless it's like super low risk, the money has to make sense, but he plays quarterback, which is also a very expensive position as well. Yeah, I ain't touching that one. Nah.
I'm just thinking back to this coordinator thing.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the guaranteed upgrade? Because we're talking about Leftwich. Kingsbury, this dude's over in Thailand. I mean,
oh yeah, they say he chilling.
Even Frank Reich, we just saw it be a disaster with the Colts. And then, even if you go back to his Eagles time, he had a Doug Peterson.
And even if you go back to Kingsbury, we've seen it kind of not be a success,
Yeah.
And if we're gonna say Kingsbury, just the offensive coordinator, then you have to throw Hackett in there as just the offensive coordinator too. Then, and I don't feel good about either one of those guys right now.
Yeah, who is the guaranteed guy? It seems like this Bills pipeline's working well with Dable.
Yeah, Dorsey, but Dorsey about to be a head coach, man. The same way Dable wanted to be a head coach, Dorsey's the next guy. But it's funny, man.
The ones that are working are like the McVay
Yeah.
pipelines, and it seems like the Bills
Yeah.
pipeline
The thing
right now
that's always funny to me,
for
though,
offensive gurus.
the thing that'd be funny to me though, like in Buffalo, it's times where like they'll be pissed off with the OC, kind of like how we get with Canada. But other teams are like, bro, man, we want this dude to be our head coach, man. We see what your last dude just did, man. We know this dude cooking as well. Let's keep it going. It's a crazy concept. It reminds me even when we had Haley and how like towards the end of Haley, it's like, bro, Haley is still a monster at this calling plays OC thing, and people was like, nah, man, we gotta get rid of this
I think
dude,
Haley
man.
would be a guaranteed upgrade.
He would, but that I don't think that could work.
Probably not happening.
I don't think that could
probably
work.
not.
I don't think that could work.
Just in terms of proven
Yeah.
offensive, like a McDaniels would be. He's a head
He
coach.
would, yeah.
There's certain guys that are really good OCs,
Yeah.
proven upgrade.
Dorsey
They're head coaches.
Dorsey not leaving Buffalo to be an OC in Pittsburgh. He's going to be a head coach whenever he leaves. Let's see who.
Kellen Moore probably.
But he's going same. He's gonna be a head coach.
He's getting
gonna be a
talks
head coach,
too.
bro. Yeah, he'll be a head coach.
And same thing with Bieniemy. Like his
Mhm.
next step's head coach. It's
Yeah.
not offensive coordinator somewhere
Mhm.
else.
And then even the young talented DCs, their head coach as well. So yeah. I don't see any of these OC dudes like that right now. They'll be willing to just leave their situation on top of that to make a lateral move. You know, it's not like they're leaving like scenarios where there's God offers no talent. It's like, nah, they got dope things if they want to just be OC.
Because the guys that are getting floated around right now are a Kingsbury or a Wright,
The guys that have been
and a
fired,
Leftwich.
the guys who were head coaches in Field or,
Like, are we sure they're gonna be guaranteed upgrades? The dudes have better track records in the league, but as we pointed out, that could be for various reasons. Frank Reich being under Peterson with the Eagles, I feel like that's a big deal.
Frank Wright under
Byron
Peterson,
Leftwich,
Leftwich under Arians,
Arians
then-
and Brady,
and then you had Hackett with Rodgers.
and then Kingsbury. It's like I don't know. He's just still wild card. He's got
Kingsbury-
some good concepts. He's got
To
the air
me,
raid and
Kingsbury
everything.
is still a lot of hype around it. I feel like it's still more hype than actually proven productivity. I feel like people look at Kingsbury like he's a first round draft pick, like a quarterback coming out of college right now. Oh man, this is the guy. He's going to be the answer now. And I'm like, how many years has been in this league right now? I ain't seen it just yet, man. Like, is it cute? Yeah. It just got some concepts. Yeah. I don't believe it's McVay, but I feel like they want it to be McVay. People want that to be the next McVay. I'm just like,
Shanahan, next Shanahan.
I don't believe it. It's Nick Shanahan.
Yeah,
It's McVay.
Shanahan
It's
would
like,
be
I
a
don't believe it.
guaranteed upgrade. He is the head
Yeah,
coach
he's
for
a head
the
coach. Now.
49ers.
He's a head coach. Yep. Yep. All the guaranteed upgrades are head coaches, bro. Or we need something like, is Peterson gonna get fired? Maybe
Hell
Peter-
no,
Yeah, I would
bro.
say,
Come
yeah.
on.
If Peterson gets fired, then
That's
you
who
know,
I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted him last year,
You know,
but he just took the year off, and as soon
Yeah.
as he put his hat back in the ring for a job, it was head
Mhm.
coach job. Because he's that good. Yeah, Peterson's legit.
wasn't there a time when people was like, "Oh, maybe Sean Payton be our offensive coordinator"?
Same thing.
Yeah, they have.
He's
the head coach,
he's
bro.
gonna be a head
He's the
coach.
head coach.
He's
Yeah.
getting wined and dined right now.
Yep.
Texans talking to him. Panthers, Broncos.
He got the Cardinals on his list too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cardinals, Chargers. Well, I guess Chargers not officially yet, but there's no way Staley's lasting the rest of this week, right? There's no way.
I mean, but don't you applaud the lead, the fast start? Because I saw people complain.
That was Jaguars.
But wait a minute though.
picks.
I saw people complaining about Coach Tomlin not having fast starts even in games that we won. So if the non-fast start is also a reason for firing offense or fireable offenses, the fast start has to be an unfireable offense. Because he started off fast, man. So that's got to count for something, man. You see, we all got stuff to complain about. Every coach gonna have something. Every coach has something.
I
Okay?
just don't know how you come back from that.
What do you mean? Just bring him back. Herbert responded to him, bro. It was a funny scene though because like for some reason my little
People would talk about him as being like a hot
remember.
OC candidate.
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't think so because I hate how he runs that offense.
Yeah,
They barely ran the ball in the second half.
they don't run the ball. Mm-hmm.
So it'd be the same thing like going to Leftwich. We saw the Buccaneers barely run
Mhm.
the ball. Now, granted, I think that was due to some personnel issues, but we were running the ball successfully.
This is.
But it goes back to what Big Ben was saying. Like, people complain when we're passing too much. Now we're running it. I can't even say too much. We're just running it a lot. But it leads to success. We want more flash and passing because we need more points up on the board. But we're winning.
Hold on. I'm trying to think because I'm going back to thinking about this Charger situation. Staley, this will be his third year out there.
I think third year. Yeah. 3 years with Herbert. All with Herbert. Yeah. No. Lynn had Herbert.
Lynn had him one, right?
So this is only his second year.
Yeah.
Second year.
They might not move just that quick, bro.
You have to.
In
You just
2
don't come
years,
back.
and you go to the playoffs and you're
He's
up
had some
30.
devastating losses and weird things happen these last 2 years.
Bro, this is
Devastating.
It's 2 years. It was up to 27-3 at one point, or 27-0 at one point.
Well, I'll put it to you this way: if they get Sean Payton, you have to.
Yes, Sean Payton. Yes.
How
But
does
if
that
it's
work,
not
though?
Sean Payton, the Saints said you got to trade for him still.
Well, can you do that? Can you be talking to Sean Payton with still him on the roster, and then you figure out, like, is Payton gonna come with us? And if he doesn't, we'll keep Staley. But if he says,
Hey,
listen, we'll make it happen, then you fire Staley. You make the trade.
Deke, the management issues, baby. All right, that's above my pay grade. All right, if you talking management to players, I got you. You talking about how coaches talk to owners and all? I ain't that.
Because if you're Payton,
do I look like Adam Schefter to you?
nah.
All right, I don't got them answers.
If you're Payton, the Chargers are the team you want to go to.
Oh,
I
100%.
think he's already
You got
out in
a
LA doing all
quarterback.
this media
Yeah.
stuff.
You got the quarterback. You got receivers. You got a dome again. Come on, man.
That's what you're looking for. That's better than all the other options he's looking
But do you want to be in that division? You know who's in that division.
at. Well, Broncos aren't as formidable as we
Nah.
thought. And I guess if Brady goes to the Raiders,
Uh-huh. They right back in the mix, and we know what the other dude gonna do. We know who him is over there. I don't think he ain't been dealing with that. He always had the guy. We was gonna always take Breeze over Ryan, man. Let's be real.
what are we talking about?
I was talking about with Sean Payton. I'm like, he's always had, like, when he was in New Orleans, he had the guy at quarterback in the division. In terms of him having Breeze down there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was like, because even when Cam was high, it was like Cam, he had his run, but it was nowhere near the length of like
I
a
get what you're
Breeze.
saying.
Yeah.
Whenever you said Ryan, I didn't know who you're talking about. You're talking about Matt Ryan with the Falcons.
Yeah, that's what I meant by that. Yeah, so I'm like,
You're saying he had the guy, whereas Herbert's
Right.
always probably going to be the
gonna
second
be the
guy to
second
Mahomes.
guy, and depending on who else comes in that division, that's different for Sean Payton also in terms of like what could make him not want to commit to it.
Well, I guess he interviewed with the Broncos, so
Yeah.
he's interested in that division in some capacity. And that's not the team you want to pick if you
That
had the
is
option between the
definitely not
Chargers
the
and the Broncos.
So
Defense is sick though. It's just like,
It's
does
the
he think he
quarterback
could fix
situation.
Russ?
Yeah.
Could he make Russ?
because
Drew
the
Brees?
Broncos aren't a bad team. I think it's just you
The
gotta,
defense is
you gotta get my man, you gotta get Russ right, man.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. But to the initial question of just who is the guaranteed upgrade at OC right now? The guaranteed. I know there's guys that are names, but if you really dig deep and you figure you're making the switch in the middle of a quarterback's
Right.
rookie to sophomore season,
Right, whether growth and development time, like we gotta have it.
and we saw good things from Canada and Pickett down the stretch, I'd assume their relationship's good.
Yeah.
Do we need to rock the boat?
All right, I've been seeing people also bring up another name, John Gruden.
He's a head coach, dude. If he comes back, there's no way he's taking an OC job.
Flores had to take a lineman coach job. What we talking about?
He could be our offensive assistant this year.
hey, Deke. All I'm gonna say is this: Flores' accusations were nowhere near as bad as Mr. John Gruden's. Okay.
No, wasn't Flores in the right?
Exactly.
He
Flores
was,
in the
he
right.
was pointing out the controversy within the Dolphins.
And Flores had to go be an LB coach. All right. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I think John will be just fine. Okay.
What's his path to getting back?
I don't know if there's a path to get him back because he's also trying to sue the league too. Remember, he was pissed off. He was like, "Oh, if you gonna put if my emails out there, send everybody emails out there." You know?
Does Gruden have to do some maybe TV work?
I don't know.
Issue
don't know.
like a public apology, do some
I don't
TV
know.
work, get back in the public eye.
Put him as a position coach too. While we at it, Flores had to do it. He need to do it too.
But I take him as an offensive assistant right now.
Yeah. Go hold cards up, man. Go get the walkthrough ready.
I think he would be too
Yeah.
intimidating to Canada, honestly.
He would 1,000% be too intimidating to Canada, bro. You can't have a guy like that. Come on, man.
I think at some point we'd be talking
He's
about
too proven, and Matt Canada's too unproven for that door. Heck, you bring Gruden in that building, I'm sure Coach T gonna be feeling some type of way because who was Coach T under at one point in time?
Yeah,
You okay? you gonna feel some type of like, bro, that's a big fish, man. Like, all jokes aside, like, we know he got some stuff on his track record that is very, very questionable, and we not minimizing that. But in terms of what he's done coaching wise, he also got one of them things on his finger. That's very intimidating walking around the building, baby. That is very intimidating, man.
That would be funny if Tomlin came out and said, like, he did bring in Gruden and was like, hey, you know, I brought in Flores. Like, times were down for him. I'm just trying to look out for my guy Gruden, too. I'm just bringing him in.
Flores is still learning. He's new. Flores might go on to be the next great thing, but he's still very young, very unproven in terms of the long scale. I think Gruden got over 100 career wins, man. Like he's on that type of coaching level, man.
He's got so much money too.
Yeah, 100 mil. Come on, man. He was what?
Well, at least
was he the first coach with that $100 million contract?
He got that from the Raiders. I don't know how much he's going to be getting from that now, but he had like $100 million deal with ESPN when he was working Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
So he's got money,
and he already has a Super Bowl championship too that he was the head coach for. Yeah.
If he's coming back, he's not taking answers from anyone or questions or anything from anyone.
Bruh.
He's the head coach.
Yeah. He don't just walk around the room as like
he's got too much money.
That's Coach Gruden, the linebackers coach. What you think John Gruden is going to coach your quarterback? What? Boy, Gruden ain't worried about none of that, man. Gruden said, if I'm not the head guy, I'm suing you guys. That's what he's going to do. Yeah.
Low key, before he got fired, the Raiders were kind of doing some things with him.
It was just everything was bad happening. You had the AB happen, you had the Ruggs happen, and then that's when his stuff came out, and it just kept going down. And that's what them missing on a lot of first round picks too.
Yeah. Okay. That was the Byron Leftwich free agent comment. Jacob Alessio, when are players allowed to go to the facility and practice?
You can go to the facility year round. You just can't practice with your coach, with a position coach, until phase 2 of OTAs, which was like the first week of March, I want to say. Yeah, because OTAs start around like April 18th, April like 18th, 20th, that time frame. And then it'll be, like I said, the first 2.5 weeks of just working with the strength and conditioning coach. And right now, you can still work with your strength and conditioning coach, but you can't do anything football specific, like position specific. So if I'm going to the facility to work with my trainers, man, we could do that as much as we want. There is no limit on that. But as soon as a position coach comes down or we start working on like drills that are like legit scheme stuff, then that's when you get a violation. You can't even trick it. They got a camera that runs 24/7, 365. Every facility has it on all their fields or all their weight rooms. So that way you don't have these coaches that try to take advantage of it, because not every coach is going to actually care about their players' well-being. Some of these coaches, man, they're going to try to do whatever they can, and they will manipulate you and say whatever they have to make you feel like you don't have an option. So that's why those rules are in place. But that's the answer to the question about when you can go to the facility and when you're allowed to practice there as well.
Justin Blitzberg, what are your thoughts on Joe Lombardi, Chargers OC? Just curious. No, if he has anything to do with how that game played out or just how this Chargers offense has been running these last couple of years.
I thought you love Herbert, though, bro.
I'm good.
You don't love Herbert?
They're screwing Herbert over. Free Herbert.
What?
Yeah. No, he didn't have his best of performances in that game, but they're not setting him up for success at all.
Do they love the pass game too much?
Yeah, run the ball. Help him out. Help the guy out. It's ridiculous.
But I thought that's what y'all want, though. Y'all don't like when teams like decide to run the ball.
I want to win the game. I know football.
Nah, people say y'all want to win the game, but y'all be hollering about style points, man. A lot of people holler about style points. They holler, I want to average 30. I want to see points. I want to see throws.
I think running the ball a little bit more in that last game may have helped the Chargers out.
There's a strong possibility with it, but people don't like that. They want you to air it out, especially we got these young, talented quarterbacks.
They didn't even have Mike Williams out there, and they're passing.
But you got a young, talented quarterback. You're supposed to just live and die with that quarterback.
No, help him out.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Bills do it with Josh Allen, too.
I know. When Bills get in trouble, when he threw the first pick, it was being aggressive.
They were up, too.
Yes.
There was no reason for that.
It was 17 to...
Now, could that have been on Josh, too? Like,
no.
Do you need to make that decision right there?
No, but this is the thing. It wasn't on Josh. It was the call and it was on Josh. The problem with both is this. They just picked up 2 dope runs, bro. They couldn't stop the run at that time. like chunking them, bam, bam. But they were around midfield, and you want to take a shot. And the thing is, Josh is ultra aggressive. So when you dial up a shot play, he gonna dial it up. He gonna take that chance, and he took the chance. But it's like, yo, you don't need that. It's covered, and you're throwing it to John Brown. You're not throwing it to Diggs. You're not throwing it to Gabe Davis. Man, pull that ball down and run and throw it out of bounds. That's where he has to keep getting better, and that's the big like thing that he's been working through. And a lot of them young quarterbacks, man, when you start flirting with that star level or you're in that star stratosphere, you got to realize when you can be the guy to do it all and when you got to let your teammates do some of the stuff. And that's what Josh and Ken Dorsey kind of go back and forth. Ken Dorsey, the OC up there. But that's what they both been kind of going back and forth with. I think they're a little bit better at it than Lombardo and what Herbert had, because I think
Herbert
at times,
or Mahomes is and what the Chiefs got going is
they have the
great
perfect
combination
balance.
right
Yes,
now.
but
They'll still run the ball.
It still took them time to get there too, though. On that, I feel like early on they still would.
Last year was their struggle,
right? And then it was like, okay, they finally started to adjust and say, okay, we do got to run this. But all these young teams with young elite quarterbacks go through that, and it's just a matter of time before you figure out, okay, you got to be able to run this thing. Even though he's an elite unicorn, you still got to have this. And that's why, like I said, we love the game because it's a team sport. And that proves it. But, yeah, man, they definitely got to run a little bit more.
Dude, think about with us, with our great offenses in the Killer B era.
We could run the ball.
Le'Veon Bell was cooking. Some of the best Patriots offenses.
Yes.
Or whenever, like, Garrett Blunt was just running the ball.
Yes, could run the rock, man. Yeah.
People forget about that. They want the style points, like you said.
Yeah.
How about just winning the game? Phantom TV. It's because of what we did to them in the Super Bowl. Cardinals are obsessed with us.
Ooh. No, this is
that
true.
was happening before then, though. It was because they hired Ken Wisenut from us.
Ah, okay.
It wasn't as drastic as after the Super Bowl. I will say that. He's right. As soon as after that Super Bowl, it started getting crazy.
It makes sense, though. I can see the correlation because they are definitely obsessed.
Jacob Alessio, someone tell Lou Boy to go play in traffic. For real, for real.
Jesus. What is going on?
Lou Boy.
Oh.
8 is Dookie, and Jacob likes/loves 8. So does that make him a Dookie eater or a Dookie lover?
Oh, Lord.
Lou Boy.
Jesus.
Him and Big Noriega, or Little Noriega. Biggest picket haters I've ever seen.
What is going on? That boy said the Dookie lover or the Dookie eater. I thought it was called bottom feeders. That's what you is, right? And they said bottom feeder. Meg Thee Stallion said that. Yeah, it's like, it's bottom feeder. I heard the nickname. I ain't know what that mean.
I don't know. I'm not up to date on the slang.
Oh, all right. Would you classify yourself as a bottom feeder? Are you in that category?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. All right. I'm no comment because I'm not as, you young guys.
Yeah, we might need to go on Urban Dictionary right now. Check
old.
it out.
Oh, Lord. I'm an old man. You know what I'm saying? Me being 34 and a half. I'm not too hip on all these terms like that, but
I'm not either.
Yeah,
you got me.
Just figured this might be something that you was, but Lou Boy, the way he talking, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Yo Young says I used to play in COD tourneys, so deal. Oh, he wants the matchup.
So see, he was in them tourneys too. Okay. I low-key want to tap in on one of.
I even think about that for myself with Madden.
Like just
can
to
I
see
get
it,
in
right?
one of these tourneys?
Yeah, I want to see.
Bring that integrity. I'll be like the 16th seed against a 1 seed.
Oh yeah.
In March Madness with my integrity team.
Let me get the playing game actually. I want to get some smoke on somebody first, and then let me hop on in that 16, make it a real storyline. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got Jacob Alessio. Lou Boy is a bed bug. Nothing more. I'm enjoying this little back and forth.
You got bed bugs and eaters.
Farron Bradford. Yeah. Ramsey may want out of L.A. I propose a 2023 first.
Okay.
This year's well, wait. Is that 2023 first? That would be this year's first too, right?
Yeah, this is this year.
This year's third.
Oh, he proposed a first and a third from this year. Yeah. And tag and trade Bush. No.
We would eat a chunk of his contract, but let's do it. Still draft Peasy Jr. and a left tackle. Run it up.
We ain't got to tag and trade Bush, man. Yeah. We'd be good on that one.
Can we? I don't even think we can do it. Right?
We could tag him. We could franchise tag him or transition tag him. Yeah, but it's definitely not worth it because you guarantee him.
Who's going to be trading for a tag Bush?
Absolutely. You don't want no tag Bush?
Nah. Nah.
He said, "No, I'm good. I'm good."
I just started dying at the concept of like none of us want Devin Bush back really, but hey, we'll sign
It's
him
the
back
Mason
just to trade him.
Rudolph. It's the Mason Rudolph
Everyone else is
conversation.
gonna want him.
When everybody was like, "Mason sucks," well, we should trade this for a third. I'm like, bro, if Mason sucks, how y'all moving this dude for a piece like that, bro? But you know how it is, man.
Autumn McCaddy, morning Deke and Moats. Keep shining and grinding.
And Farron Bradford, he corrected. He said a 2024 first round and a third round from this year. Either way, those picks, I don't have an issue with the picks in terms of like how we slice it up. I just don't think that the Devin part, you don't need to do that part. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they would just take those picks.
Yeah, I think they would take the picks and we're picking up his contract because that's the big thing with Jalen. It's the contract that really hurts him and they don't have picks either. So the picks are very enticing to them, whether they want to use them to draft a player or use them to move on and get new pieces because that's how they operate out in LA. But for us, it's just like I said, the money part of it because we're going to have to take on a large part or pretty much all of that deal.
I think his concept that he's trying to get at is maybe we could throw a player in just to help ourselves with cap space.
It would be Highsmith because he's the one still in the contract, but it doesn't give you a big enough break on it.
Yeah.
It would need to be somebody.
No one wants
like
to get rid of
substance.
Highsmith, though. People want to get rid of Devin Bush.
Right. It would need to be like a Cam Sutton or a Levi Wash. I'm trying to think of somebody on defense that's going to like
save
exactly. us some money. Yeah.
Right.
Because we're fairly cheap. Like in that vein, like our role players don't overly cost. Miles Jack would be another guy like you would have to move like if you're trying to save money. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. OG Steven 2001 from Harrisonburg, Virginia to Pittsburgh.
Bro,
PA.
let's go. The
Miss
5-4.
you at JMU,
yeah.
man. He was amazing at JMU.
No,
and
salute
amazing
you,
as a
man.
Steeler. Keep up
Salute
the great work,
you.
bro.
Major love, man, from the heart. Dude, he said from Harrisonburg, Virginia. Let's get it. Yes.
Big Bank Uchis. Fire Canada. We don't celebrate bare minimum.
Hey, now. Bring in Brian Leverage.
I don't know. There's so many conflicting reports out there, too.
We don't celebrate the bare minimum.
We're hearing stuff that Canada... Remember, 3-4 weeks ago, Canada is for sure out. Everyone in the building knows.
No.
And then someone doubled down on that again, and now I'm seeing stuff from the fan where they're getting some reports that Canada's 99% sure going to be back. I don't know what to believe. I'm waiting and seeing. Right now, every day that passes and we're not hearing news is in favor of Canada.
Deke, the same way when we saw the reports come out a couple weeks ago, oh, everything is Canada's fight. And we looked over here and I said, it was like, Deke, as long as they keep winning the way they're winning, they keep producing and they keep progressing and Kenny keeps doing what he's doing, do not be surprised if Matt Canada is not gone. This is what we're talking about. They just don't want to believe it. A lot of people don't want to believe it because of the narrative. When we just talk narrative, it's easy to get a lot of people to just back a concept. Fire this guy because we aren't averaging 30. Hey, how do we support that concept? Oh, look, that offense scored 30. That offense scored 30. That offense scored 30. They lost the game. But that's the context that they don't care about. It's just they scored 30. We need this to fit our narrative of get rid of this coach. So that's what they say. But we talked about the context of it and why just because we weren't averaging 30 on the scoreboard, this was still a way better situation because of everything that was taking place, the growth, and also how it was helping us to actually win games, not just score 30. 30. It's cool, but I want to win. Right now we're winning. We're developing. Offense is definitely capable of that. But once again,
we saw the glimpses of it in that last game against the Browns. Should have easily been 35.
Absolutely. It just depends on what your agenda is. If that's the mindset, then you do got to start dialing it back to what? Hey, guys, he's not going to be out. You know why? Because he was improving. Okay? Like, that's how it usually goes. But we'll see, man.
So one of the big criticisms that I've seen is his route trees for his receivers ain't good.
You see how we keep moving the goalposts every time, right? It's like now we're to the point where we're talking about the
do you have anything on
tree.
That? But I was going to say, either way, even if it's not, if him and Pickett work this offseason, I'm sure they're going to get route trees that work.
Like Deke, think about that's what we're trying to say we're criticizing now, the route tree. Deke, you know the route tree technically is the same since she is a kid. all you do is just move the people around. Okay, instead of running that
Trying to create
9
space
right,
different ways
instead
and
of
stuff,
trying
yeah,
to run that 9 route from the 1 position as the X, let's run it from the tight end position as the Y. Okay, instead of you having your hand down, let me back you off the line. I'm gonna put this guy in front of you. That can give you a little bit more separation so this guy can't jam you up. The routes are the same. Routes don't change. Football doesn't change. It's about when to call it. It's about how do you scheme it up. It's about can you surprise it. And hey, instead of me just lining up and saying run for a Y or for a verse, what if we build the formation? What if I started out with this personnel grouping that was going to get you to put out a bigger grouping where you're not anticipating that type of stuff? And now from there, now we build the formation and now we snap it. Now we got that dialed up. That type of stuff. But to hear them say his route tree is like, bro, give me a break. Once again, are we looking at a narrative or is it something that's factual? Is it something that's tangible? Is it something that we could like legitimately hold and say, yes, improve? When we say red zone, okay, we talked about that criticism and we've been with that.
Or maybe a more explosive play
right.
to here or there.
Like we could talk about that, but to say the route tree, bro, it's like, how many ways are you going to run a in? It's an in. You could run it at 5. You could run it at 10. You could run it at 15. You want to make it a drag, run it at 3. You want to make it an out? Okay, now instead of at 3, 5, 10, or 15 running in, now at 3, 5, 10, go that direction. It ain't hard. It's football. You feel me? But it's literally that's the type of stuff. But I don't want to be sounding annoyed. I just get annoyed at times, though, but it's like, dang, man, like, why we try so hard to, like, knock my man's down? Like, he got stuff to be criticized for, and we've talked about that, but I just don't feel like it's to the point where people try to make it seem like it is. Like, you would think, bro, our offense the second half of the season was just how it was the first 4 games and never got better. The way people talk about this offense, the way people talk about Matt Canada, you would think that we've been playing the same type of offense that we played versus Cincinnati, the Jets, the Patriots, and who else do we have in that first 4 games? I'm missing somebody in there.
Bills.
In the Bills. Like, you would think that that's how we've played every game on offense.
You say the Browns?
I don't even think I put them in there, but they're in there as well. You would think that every single game has looked like that. And I'm just like, bro, you're trying to hold this man to a standard that was in September and ignoring everything that happened on the second half of the season. Like, it's just crazy to me.
Dude, we're literally just talking,
Yeah.
30 minutes to an hour ago, how the Steelers would have potentially fared in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Like, how do you get...
Offense is half of the game.
How do you get there?
I felt really confident in our offense if we would have made the playoffs.
Absolutely.
I would have felt really confident in
Absolutely. You don't think we could have moved the ball? You don't think we could have scored? You don't think we could have ran the ball? You don't think we would have had some chances to throw that rock? Come on, man. Come on now. I don't know. You get it, but that's the part where it's just like...
I feel like the formula that we had would have been perfect for the
Absolutely.
playoffs. Especially with how all these teams have been playing.
Absolutely.
Turnovers all over the place.
Uh-huh.
What do? Run the ball. Pickett makes clutch throws when needed.
And
He's not turning the ball over. We're playing good defense.
Come on, man.
That's a formula
Scoring
for
points.
success.
We hit our field goals.
But people won 30.
Hey, time out. And we hit our field goals, too. I don't know if you saw that, bro.
Did Chargers score 30, right?
They got 30, yeah.
They got 30. Congrats.
They got 30, man.
They got the L, though.
They got 30.
I'll take 21 points and a win all day.
Dolphins got 32. Dolphins got 30.
They did.
They got 30 as well. Shoot, the Ravens
That
almost got 30.
That wasn't their offense.
Ravens
though,
almost got
getting all
32.
those 30.
Ravens almost got 32, huh?
Yeah.
It was flirting with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Either way, it's all good, baby. It is all gravy.
Let's go, UW. No. Big Bang Gucci's, I think, again. We need a vet OC that's had to adapt multiple times.
Well, if that would be the person, I think Frank Wright probably is the one that fits that bill the most in terms of like having to have adapted multiple times. But off of that, who else do we think of? Because Hackett hasn't had to adjust multiple times.
Reich had to deal with all these different quarterbacks and stuff.
Because when Hackett was in Buffalo, was he the OC? No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. Trying to think veteran OCs.
It goes back
That's
to everything
what I'm
we were talking
saying,
about. Even Reich, like I still have hesitations in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cool, yeah, he's the name. He's proven, got a Super Bowl ring as an OC.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson was at the head of that thing. I feel like I'd give more credit to Peterson than Reich. And then Colts, yeah, he did get a raw deal there, not going to lie, with all the quarterback switches and stuff like that. But seeing how everything played out this year, we guaranteeing at this stage he's that much better than Canada?
Right.
That much better? Maybe he's that much better now, but Canada is in his second year as an OC.
And that's my
and he's
other
building
thing.
with
It's like,
Pickett.
his second year, and he's still. How many games did Kenny play total this year, man? Like Kenny took
12
over.
maybe?
So Kenny took over in the third game, middle of the third game, and then we know he missed 2 just in terms of like the injuries and stuff like that. 10 to 12 game sample size with this guy. It's just like, man, how are we so convinced? How are we so like just that strong of a stance when he's still writing his story and we're seeing the story improve? That's the concept that for me, man, I always struggle with when we're talking about like firing a guy like him right now. I just don't think it makes sense. Early on, it did make sense. Right now, I don't think it makes sense though, man.
We didn't even want to do it then either because it's just like finish out the season.
Yeah.
I don't think it does Pickett any good if
It's
he
just
just fired
premature.
the
It was
OC in the
premature.
middle of the season.
Yeah.
It would have. I think it would have been more warranted then, but now it's less warranted. He's earned his.
Yeah.
He's earned at least another break going into next season or another shot at this
year. After this year, that's like where I'm cool, but it's like I want this to be the one. So
let's go UW. I mean, if you're looking for OC, Steve Sarkisian in a few years would be a great option if he was willing to leave Texas. Isn't he the head coach at Texas?
Yeah. And once
Why would
again,
you leave that?
Yeah.
that
Once
job?
again, we're talking in a few years. We're talking about right now, though, right? That's the dilemma, partly. You know.
He would have to get fired. I don't know why he'd leave that job.
Yeah. But
That's like a Saban type of job with Alabama.
Texas,
Lincoln Riley with USC.
Yeah.
He's always been up and down too.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout his college career. I know he's had some good runs as OC. He's had some good runs as head coach, but he's been hired and fired a lot though too.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of inconsistency with him.
Oh, they hit you with the man. He got a championship. He got a natty. Yeah, everybody get one with Bama. Everybody get one like that, and don't count the same.
Najee Laupak. Hey guys, loving the 9:30 a.m. shows. Had to stop for 30 minutes for a meeting, so he might be gone. But I wanted to see any thoughts on the Byron Leftwich smoke. Well, we talked about that a lot.
Well, he sent this 30 minutes ago, so he might be back.
Might be.
Yeah, so he might be back.
Basically, the crux of what we were saying is Byron Leftwich that much better than Matt Canada right now?
Yeah. Like, we like the concept. We like the thought process of, potentially bringing him in. But when we really just dial in on Leftwich's success and where he's currently at 1 year removed from Bruce Arians and what that offense looked like in Tampa this year versus where Matt Canada is in his second year and where this offense looked and how it finished as well, that's kind of the dilemma in the sense of, is it really a surefire thing that Leftwich would be this guaranteed upgrade? It's easy to say just because of the name, yes, but when we actually look at the facts of everything, it's not as cut and dry from our perspective, at least.
Steelers Road Warrior brings up this point.
Oh, and shout out to you, the fact that you like the 9:30 start time. Last year we did do that. Last year we was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Friday mornings was always our morning time. And then season starts, and now so we went back to all afternoons.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a morning person, though, bro. I hate mornings.
It's up to you, dude.
I be thinking about it like, oh, man, we go Monday, Wednesday, getting back on Friday morning. Well, I don't know, man. It's just the mornings, bro. I just don't like my mornings. I like to just be vibing out in the mornings.
It's up to you.
I had a playoff game we had to go check out the other day. I was scouting, so that's why we had to go in the morning this time. Yeah.
Steelers Road Warrior says people want anyone, and I mean anyone but Canada. I think it is at that point.
Yeah,
right
I think it is. Yeah,
because I'm seeing someone bringing up Hines Ward for OC.
Yeah,
like what? Hines Ward is gonna be better than Matt Canada right now.
And that's where it just comes.
People are bringing up Lombardi. Like what?
But that's where
didn't I just see a disaster of a Chargers offense?
That's
take place
where
and a collapse?
it literally feels like change.
We were doing the
sake of
opposite. We were
change.
winning late in games because of our offense.
Like they're so caught up in this person has to get fired that they lose sight of what we actually are experiencing. We're actually having some success. We saw this. We saw things, starting to turn in the right way for us. And Litzberg 7, I'm glad you brought up Leftwich got a ring, proven winner, but he got that ring under Bruce Arians. That's the conversation. Was it him or was it Arians? Because now the Arians has stepped out of that role. We saw what that Bucks offense has looked like this year. It has not looked to the same level as when Arians was there.
Missing some pieces, O-line worse, but still.
Everybody missed pieces. Everybody has stuff.
It could have definitely been better. It could have definitely been better.
That's part of the question. No different than when we talk about Nathaniel Hackett. It's like, oh, yeah, man, he's had a lot of success when he was with Rodgers, though. When you talk about McDaniels to an extent, now he's definitely proven. He's definitely proven. But even still, he had a Brady, he had a Belichick, he had a whole system up there too, man. So, yeah. That's all.
Steelers Road Warriors saying it's my fault that people want to fire Canada with the whole sabotage Ben thing.
Ooh, plot thickens. Good call.
I started the fire and I can't put it out.
Start that fire. Before anybody
Not
else
even Ben himself can put it out.
Before anybody else was hollering sabotage, you were hollering sabotage. And that is definitely a thing. Like, I've seen it everywhere now. Yes.
I wasn't the only one that wanted him gone.
But you were heavy on it, though.
I was.
Like, you.
Trust me. He was on thin ice going to this year. But this is my point. Like, if anyone, I have every reason to want Canada gone.
Yeah.
If I can say, let's give him another year. I saw good things. I got to give him credit. If I could say it, and if Ben could say it, the dude that was sabotage, like, I'm not just like saying it to say it, because it would be so easy for me to say, like, yeah, get rid of this dude. He's a joke. He took out 7.
Yeah.
But that hasn't been the case with Kenny Pickett in this new era that we got. I think he's doing a decent job. Q. Here are the guys I'd be interested in. Brian Johnson, the Eagles QB coach. Joe Brady, Buffalo Bills QB coach.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Slowick, 49ers offensive passing coordinator. Pep Hamilton, Texas OC. Are any of those guys, here's my point, are any of those guys guaranteed better than Canada right now? You're talking about QB coaches. Canada has 2 years experience as an OC. Now, 3/4 of it, not that pretty. But what we did see with a rookie quarterback and a young offense, latter half of the season was good and enough to give him another chance, I think.
It's just
what do you know about Joe Brady?
No, I mean, Joe is dope, but once again, who is Joe with? Josh Allen. So you're still going to have that question mark of, is he really on that level, or is he benefiting from this player? That was something that Brian Daboll had to prove this year. Could he really coach on that level, or was he a product of Josh Allen? Daboll has proven that he can do it at that level. Joe Brady, that's going to be the next thing. Like, no different than Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey's showing it.
Is Brady the dude from LSU? Joe Brady?
If I remember correctly, I think so. I'm pulling him up. Double check.
Was he?
Can I get you real quick?
Okay, go ahead. Was he with the Panthers for a little bit? Or he was getting talked about for the Panthers job with Roll?
One second. Was with LSU in 19. Was with Carolina as the OC in 2020 to 2021.
I guess I just know ball.
Yep. There you go. And then prior to that, he was in New Orleans as an offensive assistant in 17 and 18 as well.
Yeah, so he's riding the coattails off that 2019 LSU team. Carolina, not good. He goes down. He gets downgraded to a QB coach. So, like, how is he better? He's a name.
Isn't that what we've been saying?
He's a name.
We can throw out names. But you literally just bring it up. When we do the other one, I mean, we got time when we do the other ones.
Pep Hamilton, Texans OC.
Pep been around for a little while.
Like, he's a name, too.
Yeah.
Texans offense. Now, granted, I don't know if he had the best to work with, but
fair.
Why are we going from the dude that was just running the Texans offense last year?
Yeah.
And moving on from Matt Canada? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. And then you got QB coaches and offensive passing coordinator. Like, I'm not taking shots at suggestions. It's just I don't get how it's a guarantee that they're going to be better.
That's the part that I've been trying to figure out as well. And especially, like I said, man, when we
Eagles
talk
QB
about
coach,
isn't
isn't that not more on Sirianni? Sirianni comes in and is awesome.
Once again,
he's the QB coach. He's not even the OC.
But once again, like, this is the part. It's like, yo, if we just trying to have change for the sake of change, then yeah, pull up any other names, man. We'll just go with it and hope for the best. But we got a chance to actually have something here. That's the thing. And it's like we're so willing to just blow it up for the sake of what? And yeah, when you're looking at the people that you're willing to blow it up for, on top of it, it's just like these are the guys that we're just like so bent like it has to be better because this name right here. I don't all the way agree, man. I personally don't.
Caleb Cole, if we are in the business of rehabilitating coaches and players, he brings up Gruden again.
Oh, no. We talked about him, man. Gruden as a coach, heck of a coach, without a doubt. But Gruden's not coming here.
I still
to
think
be
he'd be like a top 15 coach in the league right now as a head coach.
Like, no, like, all jokes aside, like, Gruden, he could definitely get it done. But he's a head coach. Money-wise and track record-wise, that's a head coach, man. He's not, like, the Flores situation was very different because Flores doesn't have the full body of work, nor does he have the financial backing that a John Gruden has received throughout his career. John Gruden, man, nah, that's different. That'd be like asking Belichick, hey, man, Belichick, I know you got something going on, man. Come here and be our position coach real quick. Like, as soon as that man walks in that room, it's different. Your head coach is not feeling like that confident anymore because he's like, bro, that.
Or even like a Sean Payton, McCarthy, guys with tenure, but they only have one ring compared to Belichick. But it'd be the same thing. Those guys aren't going back to being OCs.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
like nah, man, nah.
AG,
I would love it though. You know I would love it, but nah.
Paris Ford from Pitt should at least get a tryout for the team. Kenny Pickett knows how good Ford is. Last played in the USFL, but either way,
he was
still
a couple years ago. I remember he had the bad pro day.
He was good.
Yeah, he didn't he like hurt his hamstring or something this pro day, and that like really knocked him off the rails, man. And yeah, never really got a chance. But I definitely remember the name though. He came out with Pat Jones.
Yeah,
that time frame. Yep.
Yeah, it was a good team. Good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Young Poppy Benito, does salary cap determine how much we pay coaches? No.
No. That's ownership, man.
Maybe this Acrisure deal is going to let us spend a little bit for coaches.
We'll see.
You know something.
All I'm saying is we'll see. I ain't know the Roonies were broke before the Acrisure deal. That's all. I know that $10 million a year
is a little extra spending money.
That's all. I'm just like, dang, I ain't know they was really hurt for that $10 million per year. That was the difference between them going out there and getting a little bit more in the coaching market. That was the difference. If that was the difference, I just think that,
True.
People might could have done a little bit more. That's it,
Fair point.
Just do Acrisure deal. Go ahead though. Yeah, all right.
Autumn McCaddy, how much time you got here? 12:17.
Oh, it's 2:46. Huh? We've been in this thing vibing. All right, let's take it to 30.
12:30?
Yeah, let's take it to 30.
So we'll just move everything else we were going to talk about to tomorrow.
Yeah, we in here tomorrow, and then we got another one on Thursday.
Okay,
cool. Afternoon time tomorrow, though. All right. Yeah, I know. You got the morning on me one a week. I can get you one. If y'all really want mornings, we could bring that back. Like the Thursday or the Friday could go back to being in the morning. All right. That is an option. But y'all got to let us know that because y'all know me. I'm a dude to stay up late and I like to wake and busy. Okay. Which is not conducive to starting shows at 9:30. Okay. So just let us know.
Autumn McCaddy, hey, Joe Lombardi just got fired from the Chargers. Do you think he would be a good OC for the Steelers? What you think, Deke Moats? I've already hinted at that. No.
She had the hard eyes and the heart. Like, she sounded like she loved her some Joe Lombardi, man.
What's there to love about him?
I don't know. She had the lovey-loveys for Joe, though, man.
I didn't even know he was the OC. It's just my main thing is whoever was the OC for the Chargers. I mean, you could throw Staley in the mix.
Whoever has been responsible for this.
Disaster.
Yeah.
Disaster. Why would I want him in here?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good on him. I'm good.
What's his track record anyway?
He had
What's
Herbert.
He done? No, what's he done? What was he doing before that?
Hold on. Actually, let me pull him up.
I'll read this one real quick while you do that. I guess this is Noriega taking on a different username. He says Noriega Brazi.
Oh, like Luca Brazi.
Deke and Kenny garbage can juice.
Okay. Dang, Deke, how you get the garbage can juice in there though, man? That's jacked up, Deke. Deke ain't done nothing nobody, man. Why you got? At least you don't smell like garbage can juice. Garbage can juice does not smell.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I
right,
mean, I guess
so-
if he's putting me in the same category as Kenny, I mean, he categorizes it as garbage can juice. I'd say we're winners.
There it is. There it
That's
is.
what I'd say.
All right, I got you on the Joe Lombardi. So obviously he was the OC in LA with the Chargers. He was the QB coach in New Orleans from 16 to 20.
Okay, there you go.
And then he was the OC in Detroit from 14 to 15. He also was an assistant coach with the Falcons, and he is the grandson of Pro Football Hall of Fame coach Vince Lombardi.
That's his claim to fame.
There you have it.
Probably that Saints
The Saints
run
thing.
too.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You did a bid with Breeze, you good. Yeah. Mhm.
Brandon Keene. Been a Mike T guy the whole way this year. I was starting to lean the other way, but he pulled through. In that light, though, how many times are we going to change OCs? When does it reflect back on the head coach?
Well, that's the thing that we're trying to figure out right now, right? I think he has a guy that he wants to stick with, but at the same time,
Tomlin picked him.
Yeah, this is Tomlin's. It's not the first guy he's picked, but because Fichtner was always on the staff. That's the other part. Like,
I feel like this is Tomlin's
first,
first stamp.
pick,
And then
yeah.
same with Terrell Austin, because we
Right.
talked about Butler. Just
Butts was on the staff the whole time.
yeah, he was just next up.
right.
And then Haley, I think that was more ownership. Like, hey, you got to
Yeah,
bring
that's
this
what I
dude
heard.
in.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then once you got rid of Haley, all right, you
Yeah.
kind of got Ben's guy in there, Fink
Yeah.
there. You just
So, like, to me, Brandon, I look at it as this is his first guy, and this is the guy that he is going to ultimately want to stick with, even though we know the masses seem like they don't want him to stick with them. So when we talk, how many is he going to switch through? I don't think he wants to switch off of this guy because he finally has his guy. Whereas, like we talked about just a second ago, all these other guys have been essentially already here or appointed for him. And he just kind of had to make do and make the best of that scenario.
let's go UW. So Moats, does the quality of competition that Canada improved over not matter? He didn't really beat any good defense outside of maybe Baltimore.
But once again, quality of opponent is all about your interpretation. Plenty of people don't think that the Baltimore Ravens were a quality opponent until you played them or watched that game against Cincy. And I'm sure the Bengals fans are like, nah, they were quality. You think that Dolphins team wasn't a quality opponent. It's people in Buffalo like, nah, they were quality. So with that, yeah, you could make it if you want to, try to put it like this, right? If you want to focus on who they're playing against, cool. We talk about you can't control who you're playing. What we do say is this, though. You got to look a certain way. And if you can't go out there and out-execute those teams, if you can't go out there and beat playoff caliber teams, you could miss me with that Vegas team acting like they weren't a playoff caliber team and we beat them.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
It's
Like,
just funny because everyone's talking about
everybody shifted that now, but
Steelers
that was
gonna
not,
lose this game.
Yeah, that
Raiders
was
are
not the
coming in
case.
hot.
Right, that was not the case. But after the fact, once that was proven wrong, once it was proven that, this team is actually good enough, then it really started to shift to, well, who they beating? They ain't doing that. Carolina, they weren't trying to win their division down the stretch. They weren't taking it literally down to the wire with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that just won the playoffs. Obviously, they got beat, but they were in that exact same conversation, a hot team down the stretch.
That was a great performance
see what I
by
mean?
the
Like-
offense with Mitch and Deontay.
Like, to me, that's the type of stuff where it's like we just try to be convenient or we use the quality of opponent to our advantage at times. But you don't control who you play. And at this level, you will hear me say this numerous times, whether we're talking the trap game or the sleeping on an opponent. It's like, no, man, this is the NFL. Every team is good enough to beat you at this level. Every single team. So I don't care who they were beating. The fact is they were winning those games. And they were winning in an impressive fashion as well. So, yeah, I don't think that it's a negative. I look at it as, man, that's improvement. That is consistency. And that is also being able to do what? Show up. Because just as much as we will look down on a team and say, oh, they're bad, they're not this and that. Yeah, how many times do we talk about upsets happening at this level? And while we don't call them as players, we don't call them upsets. Because it's like, we know every team is capable. But how many times as fans do we watch a game and be like, man, how did that team beat that team? Upset, right? Oh, man, they let their guard down a little bit. So as bad as we might even want to try to put on for them teams we play in the second half of the season, which I don't even agree with that narrative, but for those that want to go that route, the fact they still showed up each and every week and never had a trap game, never had a Tomlin game, never had a performance where it was like, dang, how'd they drop this one right here? We don't feel like that. The way that we felt about that Jets and Patriots game in the first half of the season, we don't have any of those in that second half. The two games that we lost in the second half, man, we deserve to lose them games. That's simple. In the first half, we weren't saying that. First half, we lost some ones where we're like, bro, man, that's on us right there. We let that slip. Oh, man, that's on us right there. We ain't feel like that in the second half of the
Ravens
season.
one's 50-50.
Well,
we kind of gave that to them with Mitch picks.
The picks, yes, but we didn't stop the run.
Yeah.
They had 200 yards on the ground. A team rushed for 200
Anthony
yards
Brown.
on the ground with Anthony Brown, bro. Like, you deserve to lose that game, man. Like, yeah. So that's kind of how I look at that. Cincinnati in that second half of the season, we knew what they were.
We dropped 30 on Cincinnati, though.
We did.
And that was a quality team.
We did.
I felt like that was more the defense letting us down, if anything. They couldn't stop T. Higgins. They didn't have Jamar Chase, and we couldn't stop T. Higgins.
It's the league, man.
But we still dropped 30 points.
It's the league.
So, like, cool, 30 point. I would have rather won the game.
I'm with you.
But that's an example of, we played a quality opponent,
and
we were able to put up points against them.
Yeah. So it still doesn't, like, point to shifting or moving on from a coach, per se. Yeah.
We got Jacob Malesio saying, I'm sticking with Canada one more season. Let's see.
Yeah, I just want to see, like I said, it don't have to be a long term. I just want to see what this year, because I do feel like this is his make or break year. He's going to get the full all season with Kitty. I want to see what that looks like. I want to see when those two dudes are on the same page and they're thinking alike. Like, it got to a point, man, we knew what Butts was going to call. It was like, yo, we know what he's feeling right here. We know this is vibe right here. Oh, man, we got the Tampa 2 coming up. We know we're finna run some Tampa 2 here. Get ready. All right. Hold on, man. We know we're finna get this blitz right here. All right, now we know we're going to go this cover 4 real quick. Now, all right, hey, this fire zone, we going this fire zone right here. Like, we just knew situationally what he wanted to call, and it helped us out. It helped us play faster with more confidence out there. That's what Kenny's going to get to if they allow it. If they allow him to have this full off season with Canada, which I think they will, that's something that all of the people in the organization are getting excited about. And if you're a fan, why you should get excited as well. If a dude could play and have success when he's not all the way comfortable, when he's not all the way in tune with the coordinator, when they both aren't on the 100% same page to the point where it's like, man, it's 3rd and 10. You don't even have to call down. I know what you're thinking. That's what you wanted to get to. But you don't get that with just a name. You don't get that with a whole bunch of cool concepts but no relationship. You get that with trust, with time. And that's what these guys have essentially built thus far. And now we just need to let it keep developing. That's the name of the game, but you got to take your time with it. It's not going to be an overnight success thing. It's not going to be an overnight they got it. You got to let it build, and we've already done part of that. So,
Anthony Sixto, end of the season, KP gave props to Sullivan a lot. Could we see Canada staying with promotion to Canada? Or no, Canada staying with promotion to Sullivan to help out more directly. Hashtag sabotage Canada.
And that's the
Kenny gave some props to Canada, though, multiple times.
But that's the thing I said is funny. You only highlight who you want to highlight for your narrative. Oh, Kenny said this guy's name. He also said that guy's name too. But hold on, this one has to mean more. And why is that? Because it fits the agenda. It fits whatever narrative you're trying to push. Yeah. It's like, I don't, yeah. That ain't how we work, man. In terms of like when players give dude props, just like, yo, he's just giving him love. Like, doesn't mean I love this dude more than I love this dude. I love this dude and I think he should take this guy's job. Nah. I think both of them dudes have had a role in his life, though, in terms of him improving this year. Mike Sullivan, obviously the quarterback coach. You talk to this guy every day. Yeah. But you know who else you talk to every day? The offensive coordinator. All those guys have to work together. All those guys are on the same page, man. And yeah, I just think that it's not a this guy versus that guy, or it should be Sullivan over Canada. I don't think it has to be that. And I don't think that any of those guys in the organization are thinking like that per se either.
Yeah, because he's asking about Canada stays, but we give a promotion to
right.
Sullivan
You see what I mean?
to
like,
help out more directly.
That's messy. That's messy. That, like,
I'm sure he's helping out right
bro.
now. I don't even know what that means. Help out more directly.
All right.
Taking over the play calls?
Right, because once you do that, that's the messy part. Now you've essentially I wonder what's the work dynamic like with everybody in their jobs. Because, Deke, could you imagine a scenario, Deke, where you've been a part of a company, you've been grinding, you've been doing your thing, and we say the guy that's just your understudy, we're going to give him the new title to take on your job. But, hey, Deke, you still slaying, you still be happy, but he's you now. He's your job. Like, what? How does that work? I don't see how this dynamic works, bro.
I remember middle of the season reporters were pretty much asking Canada that.
They were trying to say it. Yeah,
they were like, hey,
what?
do you still call the plays, or did Tomlin give the reins to someone else, or is it like a collaborative effort?
Yeah, man.
They were sending some disrespectful questions.
I'm
Canada's
just
way.
like, bro, what? But that's the thing with sports. I'm like, bro, y'all be saying some outlandish stuff. Y'all be asking some outlandish things. The standard that y'all be holding people to. And I'm just like, yo, is it really like that in the home life? Because I don't see how that, like, how you could think that would be okay. I know me, I would feel some type of way about it. Maybe you wouldn't feel some type of way. I would feel some type of way.
I wouldn't be happy about that.
I would definitely feel some type of way about it.
Especially since the offense
It just
did good in the second half of the year.
Yes, bro. I can see if I was sucking the whole time and it was bad. It's like, bro, we saw the improvement. We saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Things improved, but hey, we're bringing this guy on.
Hey, it's not you, it's us. But stay here though, okay?
Jacob Alessio. Canada earned another year. Improved game to game. Jacob Alessio bringing in some positive vibes today.
Wow.
Usually he's more about cutting and trading guys, right?
I think it's
Like
because
Deontay.
he had the Lou Bowl situation earlier too. So they've kind of been able to like draw a line in the sand. Lou Bowl, not a Canada guy, not a Kenny guy. Jacob is turning into a Kenny guy / Canada guy, but still not a Deontay guy. Or maybe he's a Deontay guy because it's no longer in this thing. It's your mama's llama. Yeah. So, yeah.
He does say in his next chat, had to center myself. Prayers to Lou Boy and his fam.
Oh, there we go.
He's taking the whole biblical approach, praying for the enemies.
Here we go. You got to pray for the ops, man.
Pray for
and
the
you
haters.
You got to stay centered, stay balanced, keep your chi in place, and whenever it's out of whack, research. And research again.
Official momentum. Happy early B-Day to my dad, Jack Meyer Sr.
Let's go.
72.
Let's go.
Turning it on January 21st.
Let's go, man. Major blessings on that side, man. Love that.
Okay, I guess we got some wheeling and dealing here.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Woods, first contract of the offseason. Anthony Miller on a 1-year contract.
Okay, nice. He was one of the guys that we were going to actually talk about. But, yeah, we'll be definitely getting into all of those guys tomorrow as we deep dive into these free agents. Unrestricted guys, exclusive rights, and then obviously the restricted guys.
This is a good question. Mitchell Mania says, Anthony Miller, good depth, but has he actually made a catch for us yet in a game?
Good question.
I think one. It was one or two. It was Bengals game where we got smoked on the road last year with Ben.
I was about to say, why do you even remember that? But your Ben Love, I can see you remembering that. I can see.
I don't know if it's necessarily that. I just know ball.
Was it a nice thing?
How about all these antidotes I brought up?
Yeah, no. You hot, bro.
Joe Brady. Is he
hot,
LSU? I've been on it today.
Listen, you're hot. I'm a Googler. I'm the first one. That's one of my best attributes, Deke. I will say I do not know. I don't have that answer, man. So yeah, I Google it though. So I think this is a dope tandem, like because you be remembering.
He definitely
enough.
caught a pass or two in that game. Now I don't know if he caught a pass in any other games, but his point's kind of valid. Like Anthony Miller, he's got the name, 2nd-round pick from Chicago. People were comparing him to AB coming out in the draft.
We were excited about him when we got him.
He never really got a role in that 2021 season last year, just because we had so much wide receiver depth.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened. Oh, it was Ray McLeod we kept giving so much time to.
And rightfully so. Ray was balling.
Because Juju got hurt.
Yeah, but Ray started cooking in the slot. Yeah.
We featured Ray too much, though, I think.
Ray got paid. Ray doing his thing in San Fran.
He got way too many targets.
What's Ray doing in San Fran right now?
He's doing fine.
He making it work. He got his little stamp out there. He trying to make a little run at it.
Yeah, this Anthony Miller situation is interesting because now I'm excited about Calvin Austin potentially being the third guy.
I'm there.
So cool, we got Anthony Miller. I mean,
best
case,
NFL,
I'm thinking he's going to be the 4th or 5th guy.
That's the NFL. It happens fast, bro.
His contract's going to be cheap, so there's no downside to this move at all.
There's zero downside, but that's how the NFL works, though. It's like 2 years ago, we were excited Anthony Miller. Let's see what he can do. Now we're like, hey, like Anthony is cool, but we got Calvin Austin. We trying to see what that can do now. It's quick turnaround, man.
Chief Palpatine, I don't see how you guys can be fans of Canada staying. The success the second half of the season was due to competition, not any scheme changes.
Like we talked about, man, if you want to just solely focus on the competition element of it, that's fine. And then we can compare and contrast the teams that have had similar scenarios where they faced that same competition and did not do that. But at the end of the day, you don't control who you play against. All you control is your productivity. And in those games, were they productive, yes or no? The answer is yes. And it's as simple as that. Like I said, we can go with whatever narrative we want to go, whatever agenda we want to have, and that's fine. And everybody has their difference of opinions. Like, You don't have to want to keep Canada. Cool. That's fine. You don't have to want the Steelers to be successful too. That's fine as well. Everybody has their own thing, baby. But yeah, they ain't tripping.
I don't know if we're necessarily huge fans of Canada coming back. I just think he's earned the right to come back because there is still some uncertainty with him coming back.
Yeah.
But I think there's more certainty with him coming back than just flipping the switch and hiring one of these other guys.
I look at it like this. Some people love that chance of something new. Some people love the concept of the grass is green on the other side. Some people love hey, we don't live in our fears, right? That's how we like to flip the sayings, right? Don't live in your fears. People love that. And it's cool. But then at the same time, we also know that this is a performance-based business, a results-based business. And the same ones that are hollering about a change right now will be the first ones hollering about why we need to fire this other guy because it's not developing, because this and this is bad, that and that is bad. And it's just like, all right, to some people, they would rather have that. Me personally, I'm not a guy that wants to just go around from this person to that person to that person to that person, that person, that person. I would much rather take a little bit longer and give this guy the best opportunity to fully develop and then make a decision on him versus just reacting in the heat of the moment because everybody else has been saying it and it sounds cool. It's like, to me, I'm not supporting Matt Canada if the tape doesn't justify it. Anybody that's been rocking with the show knows that when it comes to me, whether we talking players or coaches, I'm not talking about bringing anybody back if that tape ain't hot. When everybody was in here on the 5-5 train and I was like, bro, I don't like it all the way at times, it's because the tape was saying that. Then everybody kind of adjusted to that. With the Canada thing, man, we might be in the minority about Canada, about the growth, about why you should stick with it.
It's like 5 or 10% of us out there.
And honestly, that's fine.
It's crazy.
You don't have to fit in, baby. Hey, you do what you feel comfortable with. I just know the method that I've seen work at this level, and that method is giving people time. That method is when you see this type of success, you don't look and say, oh, it's just because it was versus this team. That team don't got Pro Bowlers, all pros. That team ain't got NFL caliber players. That team ain't winning games. You see what I mean? So it's like we can paint it however we would like to paint it. But just from my experiences, I think that this is a version that you can win with. And Matt Canada has shown in the second half of the season in particular that it also is continuing to grow. It's not stagnant. It is not the offense from September and the first week in October. It's not that. But if that's all you can focus on, then I can understand why you would feel that way or why people feel the way they do about Matt Canada. But once again, you just have to decide which, crowd you want to follow. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though, baby.
Brandon Keene, is there any benefit, this is the last one I think, benefit to being on the sideline compared to the box? Hearing other players besides just the QB. Moral/camaraderie, ?
He's talking about from a coaching perspective. I think he's saying,
it's probably just, you've said this before, box is better vantage point.
Yeah, so
on the field you get a better feel.
Yeah, if you're up in the booth, man, you can just see it everything. It's like watching it from an all 22. And it has its pros. If I'm calling a game, me personally, I want to be up high. I want to be able to see everything so that way I know what you're doing. It's kind of like playing chess. I don't need to feel it per se, or I like to have the window open. If I'm in the booth, keep the window open so I can feel the crowd, I can feel the energy, but I need to see it. I need to see all the people that are on that field. I need to see what that backside guy is doing. Is he chasing? Is he biting down on play action pass? Every time we run this stretch play away, what's that D on the backside doing? Does he chase it every single time? Because if he does, call it 3 more times, then we're going to pull that joint, run a bootleg, or we pulling that thing, we'll throw the pass off of it. That DN's going to crash down. But I can't see that all the way if I'm on that sideline. You know what I mean? But on the sideline, you get the feel. Man, I can feel when my guys got that energy and they like, bro, it's 4th down, coach. Go for it. We got this. I can't feel that in that booth. I can feel that down there. I can feel the momentum, I can feel like when I'm looking at my players' eyes and they looking a little iffy, I can give them words of encouragement in that moment that I can't do the same way on that phone in the booth. In the booth, man, I've had the coach where it's like, man, you had a bad play. He's trying to get you up, and you're like, bro, like, I hear you, but, man, you just in my ear. Then I've had that time where it's like, bro, you sit down, and your coach is right here in your face, and you're like, I got you. Like, we here. We locked in. So, like I said, it's pros and cons to both of them. Me, personally, I like my position coaches on the sideline with me. I like my DCs up in the booth. I don't need to talk to my DC every play. I need to talk to my position coach though. I want to see you. I want to feel you. I want to like just bounce ideas off of your head because it's more so like you talk to this position coach all the time, the time. Technique, little thing. Hey, P, what you see right here, man? How was my foot on this one? What'd you see? DC butts. Hey, coach, we need to call this, bro. Like, man, we need to heat it up a little bit, man. Like, you think more of that, but you're not just going to the DC on the regular. You're talking to your position coach, though.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's interesting because Butts was on the sideline.
Yeah.
So you had
I had
Buffalo.
Butts on the sideline.
Who was up in Buffalo?
In Buffalo, I had Patton. Patton was on the sideline, but he would flip flop. Sometimes he was in the booth. Excuse me. Patton was in the booth. Wannstedt was on the sideline. George.
Wannstedt was your DC
for 1 year because this is how it worked out. Wow. We had George Edwards my first year there.
I know he
drafted me.
You, but wow.
So when George Edwards drafted me, Wannstedt wasn't on the staff. We brought Wannstedt in my second year to be the LB's coach. We ended up firing the DC midway in the season, though, and then we bumped up Wannstedt, and then Wannstedt stayed that end of the second year, full promotion third year, and then when they cleaned house into the third year, we brought in Mike Pettin for that fourth year.
Gotcha.
So that was how it all worked. So that's why it was like 3-4, 3-4/4-3, 4-3, then hybrid. 3-4-4-3 defense.
Yeah, Wannstedt's definitely a sideline guy.
Yeah. But like,
you obviously know his pick connections, right?
Yeah. But that's the thing. So it's like I said, I like my position coach. I want to be able to talk to my position coach. Like when I switched to who was here when Shea first went down in that, I think it was the Baltimore game. I had tapped in. I was playing inside linebacker here. Jerry O would be up in the booth. I was not a fan of that, bro. Because I'm like, yo, I want to talk. Yeah. I want to show you it. Like when we get on the sideline, I want to look you in your eyes and be like, bro, this is what I saw. He gave me this. This how I felt. What you got? Like, let's talk this thing out. I can't get that on the phone, man. Nah, on game day, come on, man. It's nuts. So that was the thing I wasn't always a fan of. So like I said, that's why I like it in that vein. Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the way I would like it too.
Yeah.
DC up there, scheming it up.
Yeah, I want my DC scheming, man.
Position coach on the field.
Yeah, you need to be seeing everything, man. You need to be cooking this thing up and calling everything that we need you to call, you know?
Well, Philip Hopkins is trying to help us out here. He says, Moats, it's 2:42. I know he means 12:42.
Yeah.
We went a little over.
It's all good.
But we're done with the Super Chats.
Yeah, we're caught up. I definitely appreciate you, though, Philip. You know that from the heart, baby. Y'all know that. Yeah. So we're good today. But we back on, like I said, tomorrow, man, 4 o'clock. We will tap into the undrafted, or I keep saying undrafted guys. The unrestricted free agents will definitely, tomorrow will be big on our personal free agents, man. Who we re-signing, who we bringing back, all that stuff. Yeah, but we did just go for like 3 hours, huh?
I think we did a good job, though.
It's like that sometimes. There was a lot of context. It turned into more of a coaching conversation today.
I think we got everything
we
in.
Did,
we really needed
everything
to. We got
we
the
definitely did.
Aaron Donald, Ramsey trade, Canada, Leftwich, and then we interspersed throughout. We talked about the games from the past weekend.
Absolutely.
Some Brady talk.
Hey, and I do got to say this before we get done. Y'all can hate on Kirk all y'all want. Kirk balled out. The last.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
If you're gonna criticize that, who is he going to? Tell me where you going with. Are you gonna just throw it up double coverage? With throwing up the double coverage been better? Is that what you're talking about? Because just know when you watch that game and say that he played bad. There's no way you watch to say he played bad. So if you're talking about on 4th and 8, so if it's on 4th and 8 and the criticism is you should throw it into double coverage to Justin Jefferson, if that's what y'all gonna hate on him for, man, y'all can have it. But you can't watch that game and say that he ain't ball out, that he ain't do his thing. He did. And he got pressure on that last play as well. Did he not get hit within 3 seconds? Were they not double adjusted? Was nobody open except the tight end? Like, that's all I'm trying to figure out, man.
He's always going to let you down this.
I get it. It's a narrative. We saw him in the regular season, 8-game winning drives. We saw that. I get it.
That was cool. That was regular season.
I get it.
That was cool.
Like I said, it's cool, man. He balled out. He did his thing, though.
He did fine.
He did his thing. But that's the
He didn't collapse. I'll give him credit for that. But
the way they're going to paint the narrative is he's a terrible quarterback. He can't get it done. It's like, that wasn't on him.
He's an average
Was that
quarterback.
game on him? That's what I'm saying. Was that game on him?
Vikings defense wasn't that amazing.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, dude, that's fine.
And
you had the ball, final drive.
Fine. And that
does
fine.
matter.
No, it does. That's fine. How much did they score also?
I don't even remember. What was the score of that game?
Pull it up real quick.
It was in the 20s, right?
Yep.
Right. I know his stat line.
31-24. Yeah.
Yeah, his stat line was it's like 250 and 2 touchdowns, right? Or something like that.
I'll pull up that exact. I don't know off the top of the head. But yeah, I was like, bro, that's the Kirk though, man. They're gonna use whatever they can. And the 4th and 8 is what they 31-39. 273, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks.
I'm sorry.
But that's
he had a chance final drive to close it out.
But that's what we
No, it wouldn't have even closed it out. It would have went to overtime.
That's it. But that's the funny part to me, bro. But it's cool. Like I said, he won't trip. He did his thing.
He's got a lot of money. But again,
he did his thing.
He's got a lot of money, and he's been, in my opinion,
he's a really good quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback. He's a really good quarterback.
He's an average quarterback. Good, however you want to phrase it. I mean, I probably got him in like, the teens range. That's where he's perennially been, between like 15 and 20.
If we're talking the NFL, still a really good quarterback, bro.
He'll get him there.
That's a really good quarterback.
This is my thing, though,
Yeah.
and this is what I've been saying. Mm-hmm. He's the quarterback I just don't want, because I don't think I'm ever going to get over the hump with him.
Yeah, but if you're not going to have a Brady, a Rodgers, a Allen, a Burrow,
I'd rather have a rookie.
Oh, teach your own then. And
because I don't want to be paying Kirk Cousins $30 million.
Yeah,
you get what I mean?
Well, see, that's fine. Yeah, to me, give me Kirk, because I'm always in the conversation. The rookie, it's a coin flip. I don't want to have years where I'm just god awful because I'm playing let me just get another rookie, another cheap guy. And I don't want that. That's my biggest fear at the NFL level, is losing. I can't stand it. I would do whatever to not do it. Whereas I think for other people, it's like, yep, because I don't want to pay that for this particular person, I'll take them chances. I don't want to take them chances because I've seen what that's like and how it can kill you and what that does. It just sucks the life out of you. You know what I mean?
I guess it depends on the organization and stuff,
absolutely.
too. Where Steelers,
y'all haven't had that.
I trust Tomlin with taking a rookie quarterback as opposed to trying to bring in a veteran that is maybe a little bit more limited but can get you by.
I've been scarred. I've experienced that.
I think so.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like I said, in Pittsburgh, man, enjoy the privilege. I'm trying the entitlement that the Steelers fan.
I try to tell people.
Enjoy it. I'm trying enjoy it. This is not real life. Enjoy that, man. I'm hoping that the Kenny wave is the exact same for like the new generation, the ones who didn't live Ben, like how you did and how even me not being a fan but still lived it. It's like, that's not normal, man. But
it's rare. I mean, you had the Packers. How many teams have gone from one Hall of Famer to the other just like that? Like an easy transition. Packers
the one I think of.
Most recent one. Colts had a little bit of a run going Manning to Luck.
Was it ever to that extent, though?
No, it wasn't.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It wasn't. No. But it's not an easy thing to do. You see the Patriots right now. They lose Brady.
It is not.
They're struggling.
And they tried to
New Orleans, look at them.
Yeah, and they
we might have that guy for the long term right here.
This thing though, they will try to crown it early. They tried to crown Mac early. They'll try, but you gotta see, man. Yeah. Whew. But shout out to Kirk Cousins either way. Shout out to Kirk Cousins. That's all I'm saying.
We need to ask TG about him.
That's all I'm saying. Like I said, people gonna have an opinion on him. If you watch that game and that's your takeaway that he's the reason they lost, man, hey, I'm not here to.
That's
I ain't
a great way to put
you,
it,
man. Yeah.
I don't think he was the reason they lost, but again, like he's gonna let you down.
That's when we talk narratives. Like to me, that seems more like the narrative thing. And that's why I was like, if that's how y'all feel after that game, cool. I don't debate a narrative. Nah, the numbers backed it up. The eyeball test backed it up. And even on that particular play in question, tell me what your answer is. If you could tell me the better alternative and if that alternative was actually going to work as well. Because the only thing that I can see you doing different on that particular situation on 4th and 8 is just throwing it up to Justin Jefferson. Literally, that's it. And he had already tried that multiple times in the game, but Dory Jackson was locking it up. Not locking it up, but he was doing a good job. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I get you.
It's cool, man.
Just get it done.
All right, man.
Just get it done.
All right, it's cool. It's cool, man.
He hasn't developed enough of a track record to have the benefit of the doubt in those type of scenarios.
The benefit of the doubt? What did he do in the game?
He did good. But I'm just saying, overall, throughout his career, this is what I'm used to seeing.
But what ball out, and because a moment happens, you should say
no. Actually, I've seen No, actually, in some of those moments, I've seen him just not ball out and just be disastrous games. So that's why I will give him credit. He played good in this game. Like he stepped up.
So that's what I'm trying. Like, why are we
But
hollering
still-
about this narrative then?
But still,
That's a narrative then.
but still, you need to
So
step up.
So is that it's a narrative then? Because we've already talked about it. He's been stepping up. He's been.
Is it a right narrative
can
or
you do
wrong
it,
narrative?
Can you do it in the
That's
clutch?
the
He's
question,
doing it in the clutch. Can you do it in this? Can you do it? He's done all these different things. So now we're to the
he
point
hasn't got
where
over
it's
the hump in the
postseason.
playoffs, really.
Well, the hump for him is a Super Bowl. He's always going to be on that, right? If you don't win a Super Bowl, he's never going to be viewed a certain way.
At least
correct?
make a run. He's won one playoff game.
So either way, that's the stage that he's in, and that's fine. But once again, when you're talking about Super Bowl champions, quarterbacks on that level, we're talking elites. The guys that go on these runs, elite guys.
Right.
We already say he's not an elite guy. But yet we
That's
talk
why he's
about
an
him in an
exhausting
elite.
quarterback to have on your team. I don't want him.
Why? Why do you want him to be elite so bad though?
It's
like,
a tease. It's a big tease.
how is that a big tease if you know who he is? It's like you allow.
I want to win championships.
But this is the thing. You allow yourself to like lie to yourself. You and me both said up here numerous times, Kirk Cousins is not an elite quarterback. He's a good quarterback, not elite. But yet, you want him to be elite. Good quarterbacks are going to flash.
I just don't want him on my team. I know what he is too. I'm with you. He's an exhausting quarterback.
It's just funny, like the mindset is just different, bro.
Him and Dalton and all those. Yeah, they're just exhausting quarterbacks. I don't want him on my team.
He's like, I either want you to be elite or terrible. You can't be just really good. You can't.
No, not terrible. Not necessarily terrible. It's just I want to take my chance on a young guy. See if we got a franchise quarterback. Because I don't want to be living in this perennial or just annual. Man,
but
it's
you
just
still
big
do
tease.
that. But you're still doing that with the elite guys. With the elite guys, we talk about Josh Allen. Has he been to a Super Bowl yet? No. Joe Burrow, he's been to one Super Bowl. He's lost it, right? Justin Herbert, he hasn't been to a Super Bowl, not even close just yet, right? So all these other elite guys we talk about, you're still doing the same thing. It's just a difference of how you're doing it. One, you get to live and die with this prized possession and you get to feel good about it, but it still is laying you down just in a different way. And with this model over here, it's not as pretty as that, but guess what? It's still going to win and it's still going to potentially let you down. It's the same thing. It's just, do you want to you want to be over here miserable? You want to cry in the Wraith or you want to cry in the Explorer? Either way, you're going to be crying. Either way, you're crying. Either way, you're going to cry. You cry in this Wraith or you cry in this Explorer, this Expedition, this Denali. Either way, your feelings are hurt. Either way, you feeling let down. Either way, you don't have the Super Bowl. That's what we've been saying with all these things. Outside of Mahomes, you said it earlier in the thing.
That's actually to my point, though.
Yeah.
These guys don't have the track record just yet. Kirk Cousins, he's old. Old. We've seen all this.
Just yet. And you're about
I don't think there's any improvement for Kirk Cousins.
And we've already been seeing the improvement. He can't win game winners. He had 8 of them this year. Can't win game winners. 8 of them this year. 8 of them. Can't show up in the
That was
playoffs.
such a fluky
Can't show.
team.
Oh my! You see how we discredit each and every time. Can't win it. Can't do this. Can't do that. It's like,
I'm
bro.
giving him credit this year. He's done better than
Yeah.
what I typically think of him to be. But still, that Vikings team was fluky. There are some analytics out on there. Now, I'm not 100% into the analytics. Trust me, I'm not. But that was kind of the talk with this Vikings team going in.
Oh,
so
no, absolutely.
I'm just not surprised
Yeah.
at the result because this is the Kirk Cousins I know.
But once again, how does this on Kirk? That's all I'm trying to. It's not the Justin Jefferson, you know.
He's pretty bad.
It's not the Dalvin Cook, you know. Oh, it's Kirk though. Kirk balled out, but it's on Kirk though, right?
It's not all on Kirk.
But when
It's not
it's
all
on
on
Kirk
Kirk.
though. This is the
not
Kirk.
all on Kirk.
But think about how
It's
you
not.
finish your statement
Just
with
get it done.
This
Just
is
get
the
it
Kirk
done.
Cousins I know. Could that defense get a stop? No, this is Kirk Cousins I know. That defense gave up that. This is Kirk Cousins I know. Man, they couldn't run the ball. This is Kirk Cousins I know. Justin Jefferson ain't go off for 100 something. This is Kirk Cousins I know. You see what I'm saying? But Kirk was actually the consistent one. Kirk was actually the one that did his part. You don't pay Kirk to be all world and lead you. You pay Kirk to be a part of it and be a high-end game manager. Jimmy G, a high-end game manager. Ryan Tannehill, a high-end game manager.
That's
what you're paying them
Did
for.
those guys win chips, though?
Yes, if your pieces
don't
around you
think
do what
so.
they're supposed to do.
I don't think so. It's very rare. I haven't seen it in the
you
last
win?
like 20,
You can still
25
do it
years.
though. You can still do it. Yes, you have. You can still do it.
I've
You can
seen
definitely still do it.
I've only seen elite quarterbacks win, and outside
Russ
the
was an
joke-
elite when they won it. Russ was an elite when they won
he was
it.
good,
He
though.
was good. He wasn't elite.
He was good.
He was good. He wasn't elite when they won it. There you go. He was good. He was not elite when
I
they
don't
won it,
know.
man.
I'd consider him an elite quarterback.
Not when they won it. He's elite now, but he wasn't elite when they won it.
This again
Yeah.
though goes to my point. Rookie deal.
Fair.
Rookie deal, and I think he was still it's tough to
He
say.
was a
'Cause
good quarterback then, yes.
Yeah.
But to say he was elite Hall of Fame caliber,
had it in
top
him.
5, he was not that then.
He had that it factor.
That's cool, but he didn't have it then. It might have been in there somewhere, but it wasn't showing then. That's all I'm saying.
Because outside of Joe Flacco and Nick Foles,
it worked for them too, yeah.
What I will say, they played at an elite quarterback level for those 4 games. No one was predicting that. So if you're a franchise, you can't predict, hey, we're gonna go into the playoffs with this backup,
was
and he's
Philly's
gonna play
defense not balling out during that time frame too?
They were too, but like Nick Foles had to play out of his mind.
Yes, but you still had to play defense too, right? It's a team sport, right?
They weren't that amazing in the Super Bowl. Brady,
They still were good
he threw
enough.
for like 500 yards.
Yeah, and this is Brady. We talk about, right? Big game quarterback. He gonna rise to the occasion. We expect that. But they still were able to make stops. They still were able to make plays. It's team sport.
I agree with that 100%. Trust me, 100% on the team sport. But
You don't have to be elite at quarterback to win Super Bowls.
I need a
though.
guy when things aren't going right that can win the game for me.
And that's fine. But once again, talk about it. It's a small select few of those dudes. And not all of them got multiples. As we already talked about, Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen. One appearance. So we could keep chasing it, but what's the difference between Rodgers?
I get it.
Yeah, what's the difference between Rodgers and Cousins right now in terms of postseason success? Now we know, like I said, Rodgers got the one, but since that one has happened, what has been the biggest difference?
He's gone on better runs too.
To what extent, though?
And just the fact that they're always in the playoffs. Cousins, he's only been in the playoffs like 3 or 4 times.
But my thing is this, though.
Throughout his career.
But this is my thing, though. How different in terms of Super Bowls, right? Because that's the standard that we're holding these guys to. Super Bowl, not just getting the postseason, not keep getting the postseason every year. Kirk Cousins gets his postseason every year. We know that.
I get 100% what you're saying.
But we're talking Super Bowls.
No, at least with Rodgers or any of those dudes, you got the hope going into next year. This guy can get it done.
So it's just,
Whereas
but
with
it's
Kirk,
just you thinking it to yourself? Because we haven't seen it.
I just don't think Kirk can get it done. That's where I'm putting my money. That's where I'm putting my takes at.
All good then.
I just don't think he's going over the hump. That's all. Whereas with the Rodgers, Ben, and all these other dudes, I've seen it.
Fair enough.
And that's the thing with these young guys. Track record ain't there. Everything's right in itself right now. So we'll see.
So yeah,
the like, guys I trust in are Mahomes.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like we've talked about this. We get it. Even when you say you would much rather just take a chance on a younger guy, unproven guy, we're always going to differ with that. I don't like taking chances on the unproven. Give me the proven. I could build around this. I can make this work. Yeah. I like it though.
And we might have got blessed here in Pittsburgh because we don't have to go through any of this.
I'm hoping so, man. Trust me, I'm hoping so.
Easy transition.
Yeah.
Back to Kenny.
Let's go. Kenny, we need multiples.
We got a guy that can get it done.
Let's go, Kenny. We need multiples. Yep. Clock. You were on the clock officially. Like, yeah. Let's go. Year 1 down. All right, didn't happen. Let's go year 2. All right. Because that's the standard. And once you get past that rookie deal, if you haven't taken us to an AFC championship, right?
Depends. Dude, we can't compare every career to Ben's career. Goes back to you said about team and whatnot. Kirk Cousins, though, throughout his career, has missed the playoffs frequently. In big games to get into the playoffs, has not showed up.
That's
and
fine.
Has folded in the playoffs.
That's fine. You're speaking to me as if I'm supposed to view Kirk as an elite quarterback. Expectations matter. He's not elite.
I've
never viewed him as elite,
borderline
though.
paid like it, though. That's the frustrating thing of having that type of quarterback.
Once again, borderline paid like an elite. Not elite quarterback money, borderline elite. Is Kirk elite? No. He's really good. He's good. Borderline elite. You said it yourself, right? He's constantly in the teens. He's consistent. He's not that elite.
I'd say like 15.
But he's
between
right.
15 and 20.
That's cool. However you want to put it. That's
14
fine.
to 20.
That's
maybe.
cool. However we want to put it. But either way, he's consistently there. And for how long has he consistently been there? You got what you're looking for if that's what you got. If you got the elite tier, then cool. You roll with the elite tier. But the elite tier teams aren't built up the way that Cousins' team is built up. That's the different dynamic with it. And we understand it. It's pros and cons to either one of it. And you can either say that I'm willing to die on the hill of Rodgers might get me to 1, but I'm going to go the next 15 years and never get to another Super Bowl. But just the thought or the hope of being back in there, that's cool with me. To some people, that's fine. I look at this Kirk Cousins situation, I'm like, well, hey, all right, I'll take a little bit less on my quarterback. I'm going to have a Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook. I'm going to build this defense up. And if they can produce the way they're supposed to, if I can steal a Pat P and he can get hot at the right time, maybe I can go on a run. And I'm looking at that and I'm saying, okay, if I can't get a Rodgers, this is the next best thing to me. I'm going to roll with that. It's the poor man San Francisco model. That's what it is. Nobody hating on San Fran when they just plug and play a quarterback. Oh, man, it went from Jimmy G. Jimmy G, hey, Kirk Cousins, just different name. Oh, now we got him Brock Purdy. We're going to see. Is he elite, or is he just another version of a Kirk Cousins of Jimmy G? We'll find out, with the sample size, but you can win with either one. You don't always have to have that elite quarterback, but you got to just lean into it, though. I don't think I want to lean into that. That's different. I don't have an issue leaning into it.
I think you could win, make some one-off runs here or there, but I'm saying like long-term, 10, 15 years, we got a guy.
Yeah, but Kirk's never supposed to be that. Kirk wasn't drafted to be that. Kirk was never that. Kirk just overachieved and everybody wanted to crown him to be that. He gave you you like that, and everybody was like, yeah, he's an elite guy. And it's like, no, he's not. He's never been elite.
Trying to warn people.
But who were the people who crowned him in the first place?
I don't know.
People.
Fantasy people.
Exactly.
Fantasy football people.
Nobody has ever looked at Kirk and said he's elite. But people want to evaluate him and hold him to a standard of being elite. And it's like, yo, he's not elite. But no one ever said he was, except the people that wanted to put him on that pedestal. He's not an elite quarterback. But you can win with a really good quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
To what degree? I think that's the question that I have.
Plenty of people question Stafford until he went to the right situation in LA and won a Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fair point to bring up.
Yeah.
I think Stafford does have the talent that Kirk Cousins doesn't have.
Yeah. Okay. I think Stafford is more talented in extent, yes. But I don't think that it's this big drop off where Kirk can't do that same type of situation. I don't think it is. I think we've seen Kirk win games. But the thing is, Stafford is a better player than Kirk Cousins. I don't think that's far off. But when were they selected also? Stafford wasn't selected in the middle rounds as like the second option at quarterback. No, he was supposed to be the answer to a franchise. That's not Kirk Cousins. So why are we trying to put him on that scale again? You know what I mean?
It's weird to say, or it's tough to say, because I don't know if anyone is. I think you're just trying to construct a roster best fit for you to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And if you can't get the elite guy, what do you go with?
I don't think Cousins is the answer for that.
Okay.
He's in a tough spot at this stage of his career with those contracts. That's my thing with it. It's not about having him where if you have him. I don't think anyone's saying he's elite.
Well, because
that's kind of my point. Is just like I don't.
So this past year, then
I don't really want him as my quarterback.
So this past year, the quarterbacks that came out, Kirk Cousins was there right now. Kenny was gone, right? Because we took Kenny. So Minnesota, would you have went with Malik? Would you rather have Malik over Kirk if you're Minnesota?
Maybe you look elsewhere. I don't know what you do.
All right,
maybe you go the cheap option of like Mitch or something like that.
Mitch has signed here though.
No, I know.
I'm saying like post draft. Like we're like I'm looking at the draft specifically. Like the quarterbacks that came out this year, we had Kenny, we had Malik, we had Corral, we had Sam, and who else? It was another guy. Oh my gosh. Zappy, he was the other dude. Yeah. So I'm thinking of all these dudes that came out this year, young, cheap, rookie quarterbacks. Any of them a better option in Minnesota than Kirk Cousins right now?
No, definitely not. But again, where you at? Are you lying to yourself that you think you can win a Super Bowl with Kirk?
They were the 2 seed.
I have nothing against Kirk Cousins in terms of just him being a solid, average NFL quarterback. But sometimes you got to make risks otherwise if you're trying to win the big game. And if you don't think,
technically Washington did. They took the risk, right? They didn't go with Kirk. Just replace with a rookie.
Same thing.
They haven't won to the level that Minnesota's won, though. Whether we're talking regular season, postseason is a crapshoot. We said it's a 1-game single elimination tournament. Every year it's only going to be one team winning it, and that's fine. We get that. But during the meantime, I also want to be winning regular season games too. We can't lose sight of that just because we want to hold this playoff standard. You can't get to the playoffs without winning in the regular season. So Washington, since moving on from Kirk Cousins, better or worse?
Worse as a whole, for sure.
Now, we know it's other contexts with like the behind the scenes stuff as well, but just in that vein, like at the quarterback position, I don't think that they've recovered since the Kirk Cousins thing just yet. Heineke has done some stuff, but is Heineke they don't believe in Heineke like that.
That's the thing with Cousins.
Do you believe in Wentz?
They didn't do anything with Cousins, though.
So, let's see. Okay.
I think they just lost. They went to the playoffs one year. I think they lost. It was either that or they were in the mix for a few years, and then they lost like last regular season, like TG
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, with them, that's probably what they're thinking. It's like, man, I don't know if we're getting over the hump. Why do I want to pay this guy X amount? And to your point, now maybe they have less stability without Cousins, sure, but I just think they're a badly run organization to begin with.
Yeah.
There's
I would agree with that too. Yeah.
It's tough. I mean,
yeah,
I get what you're saying. Like he's going to provide stability to franchises, but
it's the money for you.
So
if he was on 20, if he was getting 20,
yeah, that's
does that change everything?
I don't know if it changes everything. Can you get it done in a big game? I don't know if money. I don't know if money changes that one way or another.
So is Kirk Cousins a non-starter in the NFL? Is that how you view him?
No,
so
definitely not.
That's what I'm saying. Then so
he's just as a fan, he would be the quarterback I'm most frustrated to have on my team, like an Andy Dalton with Cincinnati.
I just think we different there.
No, listen, I'm with you in terms of you think a quarterback provides the stability or can provide stability.
You said he would be the quarterback you don't want. I'm like, so you would take Geno over Kirk as well?
I'm not saying that. I want an elite guy, so make it happen one way or another.
I'm saying
trade for a guy, whatever it is.
NFL, if you don't have one of the elite quarterbacks in today's NFL,
it's frustrating.
All of these other teams, you're meaning to tell me you would say no to Kirk Cousins right now if you don't have one of those elite quarterbacks. Like you would rather not have Kirk Cousins versus all these other teams in the NFL without a Kirk Cousins type quarterback and without an elite quarterback. The top, the elite tier, the five, the elite guys. If you're one of the teams that don't have that, you're telling me you would rather go and not have a Kirk Cousins?
I'm not saying that.
But that is essentially what you've been saying, though.
No,
because you said that you want the elite guy over
it's
everything.
Tough. Listen, it's tough.
You said
that's what
elite
you want.
Or rookie, right?
That's what you want, and that's what we had in Pittsburgh. So that's all I know. And then even aside from that,
yeah,
the Steelers in and of themselves as an organization provides stability too. So like,
okay,
I just have a different outlook on it, I guess.
Okay.
Because obviously, if I'm getting Kirk Cousins for like $10 million, I'll take him against other quarterbacks for sure. 10, 15 million.
Like, bro, when you
he's not. My point is he's not your long term answer. You take him for a season or two, but I don't think it's unfortunate. And this is what you want your team and your organization to have year in and year out, and even your fans. You want Super Bowl aspirations. I just don't think you have that with Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
I feel like you're capped, and that's why it's frustrating.
For sure.
So it's like it could be cool for a 1 or 2 year thing.
Yeah.
We got some stability. We're not embarrassing ourselves out there. Yeah. But eventually, like, I'll give an example, like the Golden State Warriors with Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
Couldn't get that team over the hump. You bring in a Steve Kerr. Like, Kirk Cousins could be the bridge guy.
Yeah, yeah.
The bridge guy.
And I
don't want that long term.
And I do feel like in the context, when he first signed with Minnesota, what was he supposed to be? It was a 3-year deal.
I don't know what they were thinking.
It was a 3-year deal for $80. The first fully guaranteed contract, but it was 3 for $80.
Good for him. Like he's
then they
extended.
Then they gave him another 2. Then it was another 2. They've never given him this 5-year mega Watson, mega Mahomes, mega Allen. He's never had that. He's gotten paid. Yes.
Top
the
10.
double franchise
Top
tags
5 maybe.
are double franchise tags. Are those long-term answers or are those short years? A franchise tag. That's a 1-year option. No one has ever committed to him like that. No one. Because everybody understands what he is. A good quarterback, not an elite, not a long-term answer. But when you're talking about 3 years, all right, go and let's look at the quarterbacks that came out when he signed a 3-year deal to go to Minnesota. Who was the upgrade? Who was going to be the better situation if you didn't have that elite tier guy? When he re-signed, same conversation. We could go and talk about these different quarterbacks that come out in these classes. It's like, man, who were you rolling with? Which free agent were you going to sign? They were going to still keep you relevant, winning, competing for the division. They finally got over that hump to win the division this year, right? How many years did it take them to finally get over the hump over Rodgers, though? You know you got in that division. So, like, I don't see like the big like negative outside of the dollar. Like if that's the case, but we even said that he's not even paid like the elite tier at quarterback on top of that. He's paid like a really good quarterback.
I got no hate. I was rooting for him actually to get it done. I really was.
No, you weren't, man.
I was.
No, you weren't. You couldn't wait. I can see it now.
I said, prove me wrong.
You
please.
wanted the Bills to lose, and you wanted Cousins to lose. I know you was rooting for both of them to lose. I know you were.
Definitely the Bills.
Oh my god. The Dolphins are the reason we ain't in.
Definitely the Bills.
The Bills won. Remember, Dolphins let us down.
Listen, dude.
The Dolphins let us down.
I was just looking for chaos. Well, trust me, I was pissed
Dolphins
about
let us
that.
down, bro.
I was
Dolphins let us down.
I was so pissed to see how the Dolphins were playing.
This was an easy thing to root behind. I thought we were all on one accord that we were going to root against the Dolphins because the Dolphins let us down. Otherwise, we would have been in.
No, it was the Jets that let us down.
Because the Dolphins won. The Dolphins should have lost. Why they come out there and play so hard?
It was Joe Flacco that let us down, not the Dolphins.
Why they got to hit a 50-yard field goal? He could have missed. It would have been okay.
No, yeah, I was just rooting. I think I was just rooting for some chaos. Because what's funny is, in that, dude, we got to wrap this up, huh? I could keep talking. I don't want to screw you over here with the
Finish
fam.
your statement. Finish your statement, man.
No, what's funny is, yeah, chaos. Like I said, I'm rooting for good games, chaos, whatever it is. The Jacksonville Chargers game. Obviously, yeah. Let's see the crazy comeback by Jaguars. Once they came back, I was like, you know what? I actually would like to see Herbert pull off a game-winning drive here and just throw up a middle finger to everyone. Like, that'd be funny. Like, Jacksonville come back to the point where it's a one-score game, whatever you go.
And then Herbert walk off with a dagger.
That's kind of what I would like to see.
That would be funny.
Yeah, like I said, more or less chaos.
But we ain't need that chaos.
It was even good seeing like the Ravens-Bengals game being close.
Like
back and forth.
I wanted that chaos. I wanted Baltimore to win that one.
I know why, because these
I would have loved that
these
one,
AFC
actually.
teams right now, these are going to be good matchups. No matter who it is.
This is kind of
Jags,
crazy.
Chiefs, now you got the Bengals with the Bills.
Yeah, and think about that game, all the storylines, bro. Everything from the last go around, pissed off about the coin flip, and now change the scenery, game up in Buffalo this go around. Oh yeah, baby, it's and for the AFC to see if we can go to the AFC Championship, man. So it's a lot on that. A lot at stake, man. I'm excited about it. That's gonna be a good one. It'll be a good one. Yeah. Let me guess, you gonna be rooting for your Cincinnati Bengals now? You a Bengals fan this week?
Nah.
Somebody got to win. Deke, who you rooting for?
No, like I said, I'm just rooting
Are
for
you rooting
good
for
games.
Cincinnati? If you're either rooting for Cincinnati or you're rooting for
I
Cincinnati
don't
to
root for
lose.
anyone. I know.
So you want Cincinnati to win it? Okay.
There's no rooting.
You're
It's just
either-
good games.
You're either supporting DeMar or you're a Bengals fan.
Neither.
It's that simple.
No.
Pick a
it
side.
ain't like that.
No. Y'all tell me pick a side right when I put. Oh, I see a Bills. I see a Steelers. Pick a side. Pick a side. Pick a side. All right. You either a Bills fan or you're either a DeMar fan or you're a Bengals fan this week. Okay. So choose wisely. Sunday 3:30. Okay.
Nah, it's just Steeler fan with neutral.
Nope.
With a neutrality.
Neutral. Never heard of her.
Steeler fan just going in.
Nope. Never heard
Watching
of her.
for some good football.
Never heard
Watching
of
for
her.
some back and forth, some chaos.
Never heard of her. If you root for your division to win, nah, bruh. Can't rock with it. Nope.
Trust me, I'm not saying I'm rooting for them. I'm just,
So you're either rooting for them or you're against them.
I ain't rooting for anyone.
Somebody has to win, Deke. So you either want the Bengals to win or you want the Bengals to not win. Which side of the fence do you fall on? Do you want the Bengals to win, Deke?
I just want to see good football.
It's a simple yes or no.
Good football.
Not good football. Is it like yes.
I got nothing
No.
for you. I got nothing for you. I'm just sitting
The
back
Cincinnati
on the couch.
Bengals. Do you want the Bengals to win this Sunday coming up? Yes or no?
Well, I'll put it to you this
No.
way. Do I want the Bengals to win? No. Do I want the
See, you doing
Bills
way
to
too
win?
much. You
No.
doing way too much. You doing
I don't really
way
want either
too
team
much.
to win.
It's a simple
Don't
question.
care.
It is a simple question. You doing way too much. This is yes, no. Like a Scantron. You don't get to give context. It's not an open-ended. It's multiple choice. Okay, it's not essay form. You circle A or you circle B. You either support them or you don't support them. It's that simple. All right. When you got to do all that explaining, it sounds like you support 'em. You got orange on this week, Deke?
No.
So you got black on.
I rock a Steeler cap. That's what you do for Super Bowls and stuff. Whenever the Steelers are out of it, you still rock Steeler gear.
All right, Bengals lover. Deke a Bengals fan, guys. All right. If Deke doesn't say he wants the Bengals to lose, he's a Bengals fan. Yeah. All right. But no, we do got to roll, man. It is 3, bro. We've been in here for, man, it's almost 4 hours.
It was
bro.
that Kirk Cousins talk.
It was definitely the Kirk, bro. It was definitely the
You
Kirk.
had to get it in there.
Yeah.
You had to.
I couldn't help it,
Could have
bro.
talked about it tomorrow.
I couldn't help it, man. It was Kirk. I had to do it today. All right, I've been waiting on that moment. That's the reason why we went at 9 this morning versus in the afternoon.
You had that on
You
your
know,
mind.
it was Kirk. Like, yo, I felt like some type of way about my man. Like, y'all really go try Kirk, and Kirk wasn't the reason, man.
I wasn't going to bring him up.
Kirk
I was
wasn't
never
the
going to
reason.
bring him up.
He wasn't the reason, but I had to bring him up. All right, had to bring him up. So now that I'm done bringing him up, we are getting out of here. Okay.
Well, we got a couple super chats. Jacob Alessio said something. You got to read that because I lost it.
Let's see. He said Jacob. Oh, yeah. He says best podcast chat on earth. Peace, love, and happiness. Nah, absolutely. Salute each and every one of y'all in the chat. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Phantom TV says we drafted Kenny to be better than Ben. I feel like you guys are forgetting the Steelers forced Ben to retire. I don't know what to make of this comment. A lot of conflicts of interest there. He's right. The Steelers forced Ben out.
Kitty got to be better too.
The Steelers drafted Kenny to. I'm sure they're hoping for that.
Yeah.
Because that would mean Kenny.
Absolutely, man.
Wow. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
He's an all-timer then.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what they want. That's what they want, man.
That's what I'm rooting for too. Actually.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Philip Hawkins talking about this.
Rooting
Hopkins
for-
saying this why we like the morning shows. We just be rapping.
Rooting
Just be
for
talking,
Kenny to
talking,
be
talking.
the best QB he possibly can be.
I hope so. We need him. Be elite.
And if it is better than Ben, so be it.
Yeah.
We'll have that conversation later.
I'll be here for it. Okay? I would definitely be here for that conversation. But anywho, man, we are caught up on all the supers. Think we are good for today. And I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves, man, and had a good MLK holiday yesterday, you know, paying your respects and, you know, just thinking back on him and what he did. But other than that, man, enjoy yourselves. Stay safe out here. We'll be back in the saddle tomorrow, 4 p.m. start time. And you already know, man, what it is, man. So until next time, baby.
Peace.